Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot.
Oh, dearie me.
Why did you laugh?
It's because
Live and galore.
If you like.
Try to get the sing-song mood because all the 19,000 versions of Cross Dickinson's. I'll go back to being all up north and then I guess.
Yeah.
If you like a lot of falling on your ass because of the ice and snow like I did this morning, join England. Oh,
I
God.
did that the other day as well. And now I'm hurting here and here, even though I hit my back. Couldn't be a wrestler. How are you feeling?
Pain travelled.
I know it did.
Got the
I
mega
think
bus.
it was the, whoa. How are you?
I'm all right. I took Mr. Perfect tag matches against like Hogan or Brett. He'd grab the ropes and he'd get his feet kicked underneath him and he'd go, wee, head over ass. Yeah, that was me this morning. Fantastic job.
I drive a car like an adult.
Fair enough. Is there any...
It's the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. And as you may or may not be aware, it's December, it's England, it's 2022. It's rather nippy right now. It's a bit cold, icy,
I've
crap.
never known a week like it. Between -1 and -5, 6 all week long over here.
Wait,
Celsius.
-5 Celsius. Oh, thank you, Brian Alvarez. That cost me $10 on Cameo.
You know when Americans say the temperature? It's just numbers. I just don't get it. They're like, it was 73. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. What is that? Anyway, how are you?
Rather like the American numbering system, I'm confused but happy. It's just a lovely time of year. Everything's organised for Crimbo, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, fair enough.
Obviously, I know the country's a bit crap right now, but hey, consistent as usual over here. So I'm just trying to be happy during these crazy times.
Fair
And
enough.
all the more happy if I've been doing it with two lovely lads. Sat here is listening, if you are listening to this or watching it, of course, listening to us and tones of Maffew, joined by Jack and Ross. So
Oh, yeah, we didn't even do it thank you.
they
for
know
that.
by now, surely. And Jack is not only wearing a lovely little Santa hat, scrummy, little mince pie you, but also wearing the finest ensemble en plomb, the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast new logo.
Yeah, it's the new... Why did it? Yes, guys, it's the new T-shirt from cultaholicshop.com. It's the logo. Luke designed it. Thank you, Luke. I believe this is like a prototype, but the real one will be maybe a bit brighter. This might be a little bit washed out, but I've been assured that they will be top-notch when they come out.
Fantastic. Thank you for being the lab rat for this new T-shirt design.
Right. You've got one as well somewhere.
I have, but it's... I'm wearing the little...
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm wearing it right now, anyway.
Little bit of the little.
It's like, and yourself, Ross.
I'm fine. Been applying for jobs this week. It's been good. Looking for a job at the bank, but I lost interest. I saw that on YouTube last night. I thought I'd say it today.
I started...
Someone asked me to check a balance while I was having my little trial there, so I pushed her over. That's what we're here for, innit? I've not been looking for jobs.
Have you got a third one?
No, I can't remember what it was. Okay.
It's great. It's so great to do a podcast with Tom and move over a completely different style of podcast.
It's quite funny. I was watching some Joe Pasquale because my gran had a VHS in the 90s where I would go around and stay at hers and she'd put the same VHS in. It was either Barrymore, which is... or it was Joe Pasquale's stand-up. And it's like, I showed Tom a bit and Joe rides on this camel and he does all this stuff with props. And Tom had the slow realisation that he is the modern-day Joe Pasquale. So he's like, it's just a funny voice, isn't it? And then he had the slow realisation that, I'd do that on the news. I'd do that as well. Oh, my God, I'm the modern-day Joe Pasquale. But Joe Pasquale.
He's all right, he's Joe.
I haven't seen him in forever, but I do like his joke about the great British actor Edward Woodward. If you took all the D's out of Edward Woodward's name, his name would be
Hang on.
Ewa-woo-wah.
It's just your impression of me.
No. I can't do Pasquale. I haven't got the vocal cords for it.
Right, okay.
But my impression of that is it's mixed between you and Norman Price from Fireman Sam.
I thought it was Donald and Davy Stott from Vic and Bob.
It started turning that,
Davy,
eventually.
man! It's just anything like that, yeah. Cool.
Yvonne Gooligan, what a lovely name.
Yes.
Yvonne Gooligan, what a lovely name. Yvonne Gooligan, what a lovely name. Better than Bjorn Borg.
What's your favourite
Oh,
good
my
tennis
God.
player.
Why are we talking about
UK light
Yeah.
entertainer?
So I got to stand up this year.
Two Ronnies, anyone we going back? Morecambe Wise? No.
Really good, yeah.
I don't know what you think of this so far. Rubbish.
Yes.
Thank that set up, Jack.
News, wrestling news?
Nah.
To be fair, there's been bugger all this week.
Oh, what a nice quiet week as we try to escape from the burning building known as the year 2022, aka the craziest year in wrestling for a number of years in terms of wrestling news. No, we're still in it. 2 more glorious weeks left of this, give or take. And yes, the hits keep on coming in terms of news. The big news this week of many, Mandy Rose released by WWE.
Oof.
So she was skipping out a bit, the NXT Women's Champion, for 413 days. Has momentous Kenta Kobashi style reign.
Yeah.
NXT 2.0.
Triple H 03, cerebral assassinish.
That's right. She thinks that she's called that because she thinks well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
goes,
did
right?
think well.
And lost it in what was seen as a big surprise to lovely Roxanne Perez. Yeah, that's right. I forgot her name. Very sorry about that. Sorry, Booker T. And
That's his daughter.
That is his daughter.
yeah, we know. And then it was announced that she was released. And I was a bit surprised because I've not been on Twitter as much as I have been because I like my sanity more than I like the hits.
They might be coming back as well.
Yeah. What's up?
Sanity. Eric Young might be coming back.
That was good. Well done.
No, but they actually might
Yeah,
be.
that's why Nikki Cross is stalking Candice LeRae. Gang warfare.
What? Is that, hi, have you seen Eric Young? Is that what she's...
Basically, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Because he got killed off on Impact. They murdered him.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard people talk about
Yeah,
this
yeah.
because people doing like alcoholic and people like that could make doing the top 10 people actually murdered on Impact because there are a surprising amount of people actually physically killed. Anyway, back to this. So Mandy Rose was cut off, and I'm like, what the bloody hell's happened? And it turns out if you go on Twitter and have a quick look, apparently they knew before me. WWE reportedly felt they had to release the former NXT Women's Champion because of, quote, what they considered to be the explicit nature of the content of her fan time page. Fan time being like OnlyFans?
Like a
Ish, it
subscription
seems to be.
service. Yeah.
Yes, and we thought the content was outside the parameters of her contract. Now, Kevin Nash has been talking about this on his lovely Click This podcast about the morality clause in WWE contracts, which essentially come down to, yeah, we can't just release you for any reason because they are very one-sided. But there are other things that they can say, well, if you do something that is judged to be not compatible with the current product, and take your pick, really. Is it either because you had a side business, because we know how much they love Twitch, or is it because of the fact
That changed, didn't it, with the new regime?
Are there any WWE people still doing Twitch?
I
though?
read an update, and I think a lot of this story has been covered primarily by Fightful, and I think the update was also from Fightful, but I'm not 100% on that. But apparently, more specifically, it's come out now that it's to do with their partnership with Mattel, and Mattel have kicked off.
I mean, that's the reason why they have the morality clause going.
Oh, right,
We're doing a
okay,
PG product,
Yeah.
and
And you're
you know, obviously,
content,
Twitch, whatever, fine, but these are quite risque things for products for kids. Obviously, this is a stark contrast to the good old days of 99, 2000, where we're going to sell these blood and violent and barbed wire and other thumbtacks and Cat the Shack Space at Channel 4's Royal Rumble. And then we're still going to sell stuff to kids because they love it. Now it's obviously a different time and culture, and it's like, no, you can't do that and that.
And
also
like,
the things
but it feels like they didn't even like. Was there a warning? It just feels really abrupt.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was Matt Bloom who went to Shawn Michaels and went, "Yo, you dealing with the X Factor? Get rid of Mandy Rose." No, apparently he did. Like I read, that was an update.
He did do the X
We didn't
Factor.
do that. He didn't do that. But I thought I didn't realize Matt Bloom was a stooge. Actually, of course, he's been a
I mean, people have gone about, oh, people have been stooge or ratted them out, but Mike, was she doing it in secret?
Well, no.
It was
so
behind a paywall, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like, did we know about it? Is like
Well,
the
they must have
curious
found
thing.
out about it, I
Yeah, that's what I
guess,
mean.
yeah.
So I mean, it's playing a tightrope there. If you've got this content, you know that you're not supposed to be doing it.
I know, but
I assume she would have gone to them before opening the page and gone, "Hey, would you mind if I did this?" Because we
Right.
see Sheamus
That's
has
interesting,
has got his YouTube channel back. I'm struggling to think if Dakota Kai maybe still does Twitch.
is Up Down getting more of a rebirth? I don't know.
I think that's actually like a WWE thing, isn't it?
Oh, they bought it,
own
did- yeah.
But it just seems really harsh. I think she's been harsh done by.
I do. As
I was
well.
going to say, if they
It's
knew
very
about
abrupt.
it, if she was doing it secretly, I can see why they'd be like, well, you kept this from us, because some of the tweets suggested that she was like, no, can you stop telling people what's on
right.
that? And well, if we knew about it though, and they're like, oh, now it's bad. No, you're allowed to do all the look at me, I'm beautiful, and all these, the photo shoots that are on the website. Every time I go on the WWE thing to get a photo from Raw, it's always like, see these hot pictures of Mandy. It's like, no, if we do it, it's all right. If you do it, that's
I
hell
think
like good.
I'm sort of on the same opinion as V1 from OSW, who tweeted.
I love this.
No, it was a genuine point he
No,
made.
it's just you say it every week.
No, he was a genuine point. He went, if Mandy can,
Doing his accent.
because reportedly she was making more money from her. I can't remember the name of it, her subscription service, than she was from WWE.
Oh, I've not read
So
that.
Apparently, V1 said if that's true, then she can make money off showing her body, then wrecking it with wrestling, then fair play to her, go for it. I'm like, yeah.
I thought The Rock did.
Yeah, you think I would be sat here if I could do the same?
Oh, no.
No, I wouldn't. See you later.
No,
Get
but
me on a beach.
you love the fans and passion of the podcast. And
Yeah.
No. Easy buck any way I can find it, sir.
Fair enough. I'm after my own
But
heart.
does this boil down to the whole independent contractor thing again?
Of course. I mean, by now we all know about the incredibly one-sided nature of the contracts.
Just got to tick that box and mention it. Yeah.
Of course. Hey, like the network, we ain't getting royalties off it.
It almost at first when she lost the title on Tuesday and everyone went, hang on, and me and Tom did the news the next morning, and I was trying to be clever, and I was like, I don't think it is a surprise, Tom. She was the number one contender. And now it's been like, now I look like a fool. Never mind.
But you don't look it, so it's all right.
Well, I do.
The next section, let's go tread. I'm going to be like, Bambi on ice and tread carefully. WWE sends Matt Riddle, Matt Riddle has been taken off TV. On TV, I'm reading this, Solo Sikoa gave him one of them, and he won't be seen for 6 more weeks, which is like, wow, okay. According to Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net, the former US champion recently failed a drug test, his second test of the year. And WWE are sending Riddle to rehab. The belief is Riddle has already ended treatment or will be doing so soon. Haynes has claimed that Riddle also failed a drug test in the summer ahead of July's SummerSlam pay-per-view. If you remember why they were building up to Seth versus Riddle for that. And then they were like, hey, let's do it. No, they didn't. They brawled and said, let's do it Clash of the Castle instead.
Clash of the Castle.
That's right. They just like...
Sorry, I was thinking of Riddle and Roman. Sorry,
right. Yeah. After failing it for the test for the first time, WWE told Riddle he would either have to go rehab or be fired if he failed another one. Haynes also noted that WWE no longer tests for marijuana. So if anyone was going to be thinking, well, of course, they do weed jokes every week now, including this week after they've been already written off. Not sure what's happening with this.
I just wish him the best,
Yeah, I was going to say, first of all,
thing,
I wouldn't wish the horrors of drug addiction on anybody. It's just... I haven't heard that before. Oh, by the way, he failed before, but we didn't announce it.
Yeah.
Has that been a change in policy? Or
I don't know.
It's been a very quiet thing to not do, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. The other report, because again, nice slow wrestling week, as you said. Vince McMahon allegedly planning to make a WWE comeback. According to a new report from the Wall Street Journal, Vince McMahon intends to come back. Come back.
No.
Sorry, the 77-year-old resigned as WWE chair. I think we all know this, to be honest with you. He's not appeared on any programming since July 22nd. He obviously resigned after reports from the Wall Street Journal revealed he paid up to $14.6 million to women to, quote, suppress allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. The day this came out was also the same day that McMahon's Vice documentary aired, which I haven't seen yet. And it was also followed up on the same day. Report, fresh allegations made against Vince McMahon. Further allegations against McMahon come to light. Some brand new ones, courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. So in the report, I won't go into it.
Me and Ross kind of stumbled over it on our news video.
Yeah. Again, we're not being trying to be funny about this, by the way.
People exactly what it said. Like the legal, what it literally said,
Yeah, I think we'll just go over it and skim. Look, more allegations about more people. Not because we're trying to be flippant with this by any means.
No.
It's just because
YouTube.
One, it's, one, YouTube, and two, we do try and keep it as relatively lighthearted. Sometimes we are cautious about going, okay, here's something really, really upsetting. We've got Puppet Jack on there looking at his own feet. So that, followed by WWE stock price falls following reports about Vince McMahon's planned return. So the Wall Street Journal, again reporting, having a good day with this, aren't they? I also reported on that and said that the stock price fell by 3.3% over the course of December 13th, dropping from $76.26 to $73.73 when trading closed for the day.
Yeah.
So, and that might help.
There's been all kinds of reports that have come out around this second Wall Street Journal article on Vince, alluding to the whole, or in response to the whole, like, Vince is planning to come back, and loads of news reports have come out saying that everyone backstage in WWE is like, nah, don't. Nobody wants him back.
Yeah.
And from our point of view as fans, I think we can all at least in the three of our opinions, it's been so much better since Triple H has taken over creatively. So
and business-wise, look at the Q3 report that came out. Nothing's gone down because obviously there were the fears, I guess, from people inside the company that were reported around the summertime when it initially all kicked off, saying that with him, without that figurehead there, everything could crumble and fall apart. But they haven't. They've gone from strength to strength. So it's going to be interesting now to see Vince being the majority shareholder, stakeholder, whatever the right terminology is, him coming back, and then the rest of the company going, well, we don't quite need you, you silly old goat. Go away. Yeah. I hope he stays away, just from a fan point of view. But there we go.
It's like when no, it's not. That was a really bad analogy. When my granddad got a bit old, he still insisted on cutting the potatoes for like when he was making chips. But he got a bit shaky in his old age, and we were like, Colin, don't cut the potatoes. But he insisted on doing it. That's kind of what I'm getting. My granddad was a far nicer man than Vince McMahon. Let's just throw that on.
I'm sure he's glad to hear that.
Yeah, I don't want to compare him to Vince.
Absolutely not. So currently looks like there's no chance in hell for McMahon coming back right now.
There might be, though.
A slight chance. No. Shotzi could be out for 6 weeks due to injury. That suspected broken hand, which, again, I thought was just part of an angle, but apparently is based in truth. Another 6 weeks thing happening at the same time as Matt Riddle's 6 weeks thing.
Put your tinfoil hat away, you naughty boy. You naughty boy. Replace it with a Santa's hat.
Moving on. Triple H severely underwhelmed by several WWE talents he's brought back. Comes the report from, where does it say this? It doesn't actually say the source of this. Oh, WrestleVotes. There we go. And few cheers, pal.
I like WrestleVotes.
Oh, we certainly do. Triple H has been on a signing spree, signed lots of people, brought back experience, varying degrees of success. And it doesn't say which specifically, though.
I really want to know. I want to know the goss. Who?
Karrion Kross has been boring.
But he's been put in feature.
That's what I'm
program. Yeah.
He's been given it, hasn't he? He's been given promo time, matches.
Yeah, but he's been carrying the merch sales through the roof.
Has he actually?
Yeah, because every match starts, everyone goes and buys a shirt.
Bloody hell.
I'm glad you felt like, oh, wow. Thanks, Ross.
You could be like an NWA era manager, with lines like that. Well, he sold out the merch table every time. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Karrion Kross, baby. Every time we give you a paycheck, you're stealing.
Also, Loomis has come back. I don't want to speculate. Actually, I'll stop doing that because it's just saying, who's been crap? Here we go. I don't think anyone's been... Ross is right. Kross has been a bit
Candice
underwhelming.
LeRae. That's a bit different, isn't it?
She had nothing to do, really.
Yeah.
It's a bit harsh.
But again, that might be a thing. The US hasn't really given them much to sink their teeth into.
Yeah, I think that. Kross's feud with Drew wasn't brilliant, but I don't know if that was Kross's fault or if it was the story.
He's been given time, though, hasn't he? Promo time, match time.
Literally.
Yeah, TikTok.
If he shaved his head again, everyone will go, oh, he's scary.
I had that earlier this year.
Dashing Karrion Kross.
He does. I don't want my Karrion Kross
he's
to
a
be
reindeer.
dashing.
He's blitzing the ratings. You're right. It's also due to lack of proper feuds, like Jim Ross versus John Laurinaitis.
Oh my God!
versus Ric Flair is a triple threat.
Oh,
now.
I was going to say we'll do the first one.
I'm not.
But WrestleMania 10, he's got to have this match first, and the winner gets to fight
I've
Yoko.
heard this update. Why's Ric Flair involved?
So last week, the current AEW announcer Jim Ross said that Laurinaitis, quote, deserves the goddamn misery he is living in, which I thought was a hell of a line.
1-0.
Laurinaitis was quietly let go from WWE during the summer after his name was tied to the allegations of misconduct. I forgot about that. God,
Yeah.
What a year.
And then they quickly got rid of him.
Oh, they couldn't wait, could they?
Yeah.
And when Conrad asked him this week, so that quote got around a bit. Do you any regrets? He goes, no, I meant it. I just don't believe that's how you repay somebody for their kindness. Here's a guy that was out of a job and has a young family. I hired him as my number 2 guy in my department, and how it ended up was typical chicken poo pro wrestling. Look, if the guy is a better manager than me and he signed more stars than I, then so be it. I don't believe that to be accurate. His goal was, like a lot of the boys, was to get close to the boss. JR did apologize for perhaps being too blunt with his words. No, don't apologize for that, Jim Ross. And I noticed he maintained no ill will towards Laurinaitis. Mixed signals here, mate. While asserting his belief that Vince McMahon never truly trusted Johnny Ace. Okay, Gio. Well, tell us what you're really thinking.
No ill will, but I hated him so much.
And then Ric Flair, to summarise, because he went on a bit, because God, he loves a waffle, that man. It's like Amsterdam. He did say he was very upset about Jim Ross going on Vice and doing that show and talking about it and saying a lot of things about Ric Flair. And Ric Flair was just like, why did you feel the need to go on that show? Was it to get the attention? I think think one of the quotes was, they get the attention that you obviously want to
You're
get.
not relevant anymore.
Yeah,
Basis
you
said,
need
yeah.
your attention starves. You have to go on the show and blast me. And so you asked Jay Ross, and someone says, I love you, Flair. And you love me and you do that. And he also had negative things to say about Chris Jericho going, oh, you know anything about it, did you not? It's your voice, your name in the credits, and you're the one plugging it. You had no idea about it, did you not? Right, okay.
Oh, my God.
And he said something very cryptic like, I know a lot about you guys. I could sink a lot of ships, but don't hear me going on TV shows talking about it.
Oh, my God. Conrad Thompson's in the middle of all this.
Conrad's going, no,
Stop
stop,
a break.
please. It's like Willy Wonka, come back. Don't do it. Yeah. So
Wow.
Jim Ross making friends.
So Jim Ross's last match will be booked for the new year. Handicap match against Flair and Laurinaitis.
I think Triple H will do that match for free just so I can beat him up one more time.
I was going to say, I wonder who'll win.
Us will.
Yeah,
The
we
fans.
will win.
Great night for all.
William Regal to rejoin WWE as a vice president. That's the role that he will be getting, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. The German villain has agreed to be in the role, and also said that Vince McMahon let him out of his non-compete earlier. That he usually allowed, so he could be a part of AEW.
And he paid him after he made his AEW debut as well, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Everyone loves Regal.
Yeah. Regal, I think, he's played a wonderful hand this year. He's really done well.
It's some of the nicest contract negotiations since Terry Funk in 2000 was wrestling for WF, but hadn't been used for a while. Just went, all right, I'll go join WCW, have that amazing hardcore title run that he had.
Oh, yes.
And
that amazing hardcore title.
Death match with Ric Flair.
Crowbar, Norman Smiley.
Yeah. Dale Torborg.
Versus that mule that one time that kicked him in Candido. You signed, and do we have to go, you know you're in a contract with us, right? And he went, what? And he goes, yeah, your contract rolled over. Like, that's how it happens. If you don't get rid of you, just get a contract resigned. We're just paying you to sit at home. And he goes, oh. He goes, look, Terry, we'll love you. If you want to wrestle with WCW, you can go. He goes, oh, yeah, I'll just do that. And said, yeah, no worries, Terry.
Fair enough.
He's a nice guy, Terry.
You know, you're really made into business where people are like, you want to go back? Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, you know, you're Regal.
But he's come back in a higher level as well.
Because everyone else is gone.
Yeah, it hasn't been made clear what his vice presidency is for, but I would assume talent development will be the title he gets. Just because of his comments about, I'm going to live out my golden years training my boy, Charles, and his friend Drew, and Damon Kemp too.
Oh, what? I can't wait to talk about NXT this
Yes. Minoru Suzuki dissolves Suzuki-gun.
This was disappointing.
Not in a big vat of acid. Sadly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want violence from my Minoru Suzuki matches and storylines, and he just peacefully said, we'll be done by the end of the year.
That's exactly what happened, mate. Yeah, after 11 years.
Yeah.
It's time for them to go on their separate paths, like Journey. Although Suzuki announced before he revealed that Suzuki-gun will be no more at the end of the year, Suzuki then celebrated alone, I should say, with one of the faction's towels before he headed backstage.
Have you got other New Japan news there, or should I quickly whiz through now?
Is it the Sasha Banks thing that happened
No.
after this podcast one?
But that's well, obviously everyone knows about that now. But no, Carl Anderson's successfully defended the never openweight belt, which means it confirms
He retained it?
that against Hikuleo, which confirms that he will be on Wrestle Kingdom as a WWE contract. Wrestle Kingdom is the real Forbidden Door. Because I called it the Forbidden Corridor, and Fraser was very impressed with me. Actually, I didn't think it was that clever a metaphor. But I said, Fraser went.
Even when he gets a compliment from his hated rival,
Fraser went,
aka the Scottish Gary Oak, he has to get a dig on it.
Fraser went, corridors have so many doors, and I went, yeah, not necessarily. And then I realised that I was wrong, and
Not necessarily.
Fraser will be. I'm off next week. Fraser will be taking my place on this.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, don't be too sad. Yes. Anyway,
We'll just do you what like Conrad does with JR. So last week, I'm just saying, Jack had these comments to say. do.
Fraser did his best 5-hour Jack the Jobber impersonation.
Yeah.
If anything.
Let him do it.
Yeah.
Don't.
So yes, so I was almost surprised then. Yeah,
So that means that Anderson will defend the belt against Tamatonga. Put your house on Tamatonga, I think, probably. So,
Or Carl Anderson is the bridge over the troubled waters between the World Wrestling Federation and New
Forbidden
Japan. Yeah,
Whoa.
he is the bridge.
Forbidden.
The time bridge. The bridge. Shut up, Ross. But
He's
they're in discussions.
He's the Millennium Gun fridge. He's the machine gun Carl Anderson.
The Millennium Gun fridge, you said.
That's a fridge.
The Millennium Gun. No. Millennium Gun, that's Carl Anderson. He's old and he's got a gun. And fridge, Because Gallows moves like a fridge.
Oh, that's nasty.
At least he's not a smeg fridge.
Hey.
Bit of knob cheese. But New Japan are in discussions with the WWE, obviously, and they're getting along. So where could this go? Yeah.
But also, I'd suspect WWE probably aren't too happy about the Sasha thing. They probably wanted her.
Yeah.
But if they wanted her enough, they'd have paid her more.
Yeah, I was going to say, they can't want it that
Yeah,
much.
that's true, actually. Yeah, that's true.
She's bringing out a makeup line. Mm-hmm. She was on Instagram with Bailey yesterday.
It's nice that they're still friends.
Yeah. Was the report going around correct that Sasha is being paid a lot of money?
Yeah, I think so. And to do a style of wrestling that she's openly really wanted to do, getting paid more for it. Fair play. Good for her.
It's boss time.
She's good. Yeah, I noticed as well when I was doing that New Japan story that Wrestle Kingdom this year is weird. It's split. So there's the 4th of January show, and then the other one's like weeks later, also in January, but like towards the end. So it's not like the 4th and 5th. It's like the 4th and like the 20 something.
That's interesting.
So will Sasha appear at the latter one? Maybe they've not announced any of the card for the second one. I don't think.
Oh, she could set up a match at the first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Against
dong.
Kyrie. Or the winner of Kyrie and Big Tam Nakano.
And they've also said the biggest return, or surprise, I should say, for New Japan is cheering.
Yeah. 2023 could be there. They've been down for a few years. It could be the return of New Japan to prominence.
Don't call it a comeback. Pro wrestling belts discovered in Donald Trump's storage unit.
What? Hang on.
As the United States Justice Department continues to investigate Donald Trump and his advisors over potential mishandling of national security secrets, obstruction, they've looked in one of his big storage units used in West Palm Beach, Florida, and being handed over to the FBI. Lots of classified materials and things like that. Boxes, gifts, suits, clothes. Pro wrestling belts. A person close to the matter told the Washington Post it was suits and swords and wrestling belts and all sorts of things. To my knowledge, he has never been to that storage unit. I don't think anyone in the Trump world could tell you what's in that storage unit.
Suits and swords and pro wrestling belts.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. There's some days you want to go vent. They'll all hang out.
I wonder what belts. Do you reckon they're plastic belts or legitimate wrestling replicas?
I hope he got like a proper replica, like obscure,
Oh,
the
the-
European title. It's
I
like,
hope
I
we
just
got
loved
That
D'Lo
Fiend
Brown.
one, which was the Fiend's face. I want them to have that
The,
one.
arena, the Daniel Bryan healthy
hemp
one.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
hemp one. Rockstar almost developed an ECW video game. Rockstar Games were close to making a video game before Acclaim got involved. Whoop. Speaking on a video posted by the YouTube channel Hard 4 Games.
Okay.
That's what we should have named it.
Yeah.
Hard for wrestling.
Hard 4 games.
Tommy Dreamer discussed. I didn't realize he was involved. Sorry. It was an amazing time in the wrestling industry. Video games were key for your success as a wrestling company. Blah 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 blah. Tommy Dreamer's still talking about ECW. God. And they met us. They all came to an ECW arena show, and this one guy was such a big fan, and all this stuff was supposed to happen. They went. We just need our one game to hit. And if the game hits you, you will be our next game. And we couldn't wait due to financial reasons because Acclaim had lost its license for WWE, so now they offered us money on the back end as opposed to the front end. But the other game was GTA.
Oh, right. Okay.
And think about how ECW would have fit the whole genre. So,
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. Cool
Would have
gaming.
fit quite
cool
well.
gaming news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So weird to think of what could have been.
Maybe. No, I'm not going to try and make a
To
gaming
be fair,
joke.
the main fella in GTA 3 looks a bit like Simon Diamond.
Claude.
I forget what his name is.
Claude.
Cargo trousers.
Claude.
Claude.
It's Claude.
Claude Balls, the
unnamed,
Tiger trainer.
He's unnamed in GTA 3, but then when he appears in a latter, in San Andreas, maybe. It's because it's before GTA
Right.
3, and he comes along. and You race him as CJ, and he's going out with the
The Sandman. Oh, no, they had
Yes.
to change it once the
I
deal
can't
fell
remember her
through.
name,
Sorry.
like Katrina or someone.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Anyway,
So it could be GTA Philadelphia instead of San Andreas. So they
you
kept
would
it going.
hate that, wouldn't you? You bloody.
Oh,
hate
no,
it.
I'd love to go around blowing it up.
Do you
in
know
a video
where,
game. That'd be mint.
you know where that jobber is from? Who wrestled Jericho? We'll talk about it later on. Who wrestled Jericho? He's a Philadelphia boy. Yeah.
I'm nothing wrong with the wrestlers. Loads of good wrestlers. It's just the fans that stink.
I think Jericho's a genius. I'm starting
Right.
to think he's a genius. Anyway,
Jamie Noble wins final WWE match.
nice.
Several years after his last match. That we all
It's not his
think about.
final one, then, is it? If he won. Yeah, that's not how wrestling works.
He returned the ring on Sunday, December 11th. WWE win Noble's home state of West Virginia.
Born and raised. Wait,
Okay.
no.
The former Ring of Honor World Champion announced ahead of the show he would have his final match at the event. Noble team with Braun, Butch, Ridge, to defeat the Bloodlines, Solo, Sami, and the Usos. Noble picked up the win for his team following the Tiger Bomb to Sami Zayn.
Sammy was a big fan of his. He was saying very nice things about him. And then there was also a report that followed this story about how this could become the norm. WWE house shows could get a bit out there and a bit different again, and we'll see things that we won't necessarily see on TV, which is good. A good move, I think.
Not until Vince comes back. Stop it. Go back to what it was.
Yeah.
Don't change anything. Yeah. But he did a hot tag to Jamie, which I saw on the social media this week. He looks in fantastic shape. He could still be the Intercontinental Champion if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes, he could. He could beat Gunter
Ooh.
easily.
An interesting.
In a blindfold match.
Ooh.
He could do it. I believe in Jamie Noble.
It's very noble of
Or
you.
Jimmy Gibson.
W. Morrissey received new AEW in-ring name. Say hello to Big Bill,
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Big Bill.
that famous clock.
You know what I would like?
What?
If he was just called Bill Morrissey.
Yeah.
Bill Morrissey sounds like the hardest man in the world.
Yeah. It sounds like someone from like a Western, like a massive cowboy.
What's your fella called in Oliver Twist?
What,
Oh,
Sykes?
come on, little dog.
Or
Oh.
Fagan?
Sykes. Is it
Sykes or Fagan?
Not Fagan.
Sykes.
No, he's not
Bill
picking
Sykes.
pockets. Yeah,
Bill
the big
Sykes.
scary one.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
goes, give me a hand. Psych!
Oh, watch us, right?
Watch us rock the mic. Watch us rock the mic.
Aye.
Sykes. Yeah.
Aye,
Sykes.
Bill Morrissey has vibes
Bill
of Big
Sykes,
Sykes.
Bill
yeah.
Goldberg. All the Bills are hard names.
Bill
so.
Watts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Billy Gunn.
excuse me, I need a piss over the CNN tower.
Bill Bailey, talented.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn asked to apply for Great British Bake Off.
Oh my God.
Obviously, with Matt Lucas stepping down,
Imagine.
there's space for a new host to join No Fielding,
Team.
Paul Hollywood, and Bruce Lee. And WWE superstar Sami Zayn said, "Yeah, where do I
Bruce
apply?"
Lee.
What?
That was a joke. Prue Lee.
Oh, Bruce Lee.
That was me trying to do a joke, by the way. It's like, yeah, and I'm just saying, make it, Bruce Lee will be on this.
Imagine. They're all stood there like normally, and he's.
The old black tracksuit.
Yeah.
It's got a different title in America, hasn't it? So people in America might know what we're talking about here. Bake Off.
Oh. The
Does it?
baking show.
The Great British Baking Show. I don't know what it's called in America.
I didn't know it
Yeah,
was
it's not called
renamed.
Bake Off. It might just be the Great, Cookery Show. I don't know, whatever. Sammy would be good on
Ye
would be good on
oldie,
that.
Englandy, no seasoning-y,
I can
foodie
imagine
woody.
Sammy peering over someone's shoulder at what they're doing with his hands behind his back, leaning forward that way that he does, legs together, peering over, going,
My
"Oh,
dog."
What are you making there, my dog? Yeah.
And he goes, is that a quiche or meringue? And he goes, no, you're not wrong. It's a quiche.
Oh, boo. Ooh, dear.
It's a joke that doesn't
And then he
leave.
goes, "Duh, duh, 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 duh,
It's a joke
duh,
that
duh."
doesn't leave the northeast of England.
Yeah.
And for good reason. Zayn told the Metro, very established newspaper, I can't say good enough things about the show. I recently learned there's a celebrity bake-off. So if there's ever some sort of
he
way
wants
for
to be a
me
contestant.
to politic my way into it, I would look forward to that.
I bet he's good.
Oh, it's known as the Great British Baking Show, it says here, because Aidan
that's-
Gibbons puts all the important stuff here. He's so great.
I think he probably is good, isn't he? He's at baking secretly, like in his personal life. I
Very
reckon Sammy-
deft. I can imagine him sprinkle a little bit of flour, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar.
I hope he'd be like how he is with the wrestlers, like he is with the chefs, because Sami Zayn was notorious in the indie scene for being like, no, we'll do this, and this.
Finicky.
And being protective of what was going to happen in the match. The point where Kevin Owens on the Steen show, which, God, I miss, told a story, I forget the actual wrestlers, but it must have been some of the lines of, oh, here comes, no, whatever his real name is, Sammy, quick. And they hid behind him behind a hedge. And it was like Austin Aries, Alex Shelley type guys. They were like, oh no, rather than debate stuff with him, we'll hide from him.
I remember listening to a podcast a few years ago where they were talking about Sami Zayn and just how much he talks. And apparently they were driving past a field full of sheep. Or was it chickens? Was it sheep or chickens? You must know the story.
Go on.
On a WWE bus. And it was just like, he got a debate going about how many sheep there are in the world or something like that.
I've not heard that
And
actually.
everyone's just knackered from touring. And he's sitting there, how many sheep are in the world?
Ash from Rise, friend of the channel, Ash who runs the Newcastle's finest alternative nightclub,
Absolutely.
Rise, said that after that NXT tour up here, he met Sami Zayn afterwards when they were all, didn't they all got like the head of steam or something, the wrestlers?
They did.
And apparently he just got talking to Sammy about like ska punk bands and stuff. I was like, oh, that's a lovely, he seems like a nice man.
You met
Yeah,
the-
if you like him.
You met him?
The constable, didn't you? Corbin? Why do we call him the constable? Corbin.
You met Baron
Yes.
Corbin?
Yeah,
The
in the
constable.
Globe.
Was
Was
he
it?
massive?
No, it was the head of steam.
Oh.
Oh, he's too big for that bar.
Oh, you thought so? He didn't have his. He looks shorter for some reason.
No. Baron Corbin is still a tall
What?
man. Baron Corbin is still a tall man.
Yeah, but if you see a picture of me next to him, you'd go, "Oh, okay."
Well,
Either
you next to
Matthew's
us.
grown, or right. But no, he was very nice, down to earth.
That's nice.
Go away from me, you plebs. No, he was just really nice and just dead kind. He said, yeah, watch your videos at the training center every Wednesday. Make sure I know how to do things. I went, oh, great. And I said, I really appreciate your, again, incredibly short-lived. I think by the time the words came out of my mouth, it was already over. The gimmick where it goes, I don't care if you're from Ring of Honor. I don't care. I'm watching you wrestling. And then I said, I'll let you go and I'll bother you. And he went, no, come back. And then the women started talking to him and he looked bored. It was a proper, like, no, you have to go.
Women started talking to him and he looked bored.
You know those resting faces, like, yeah, it's great.
Sam said that when Cody Rhodes was here, they were walking to Rise and women were just like, who's this guy? And apparently this last said to him, like, you're so beautiful. And he went, thanks, my wife wouldn't like that. I just carried on. It's so slick, so smooth.
Right.
Yeah, imagine us idiots walking next to him in his three-piece suit.
That's why he probably appreciated it, There's a picture of me and Cody. I mean, I'm like, looking really bad. But I mean, it's at StarCast too, so I have a reason for looking a bit out of it.
Yeah.
But I show our parents that, and because he's, the tan, their hair, the looks, he had the shades on, the suit. My dad looked at him and went, son, he's not real. Like, oh, that's what Americans look like. The good ones. Oh, yeah. Tattoo here. So anyway, that was a hell of a news session. There's probably 3 times that amount that's happened just talking about it. So let's move on to the next bit of the podcast. Tubman in Japan. 5 days ago, Richard did another 120k ride. This time from Kunigami, around the north tip of Okinawa Island.
Ooh.
Down, then back across to Onar. Because he was on a bike. The road was described as...
Onar? Yeah, now he was.
As a toughie. Up there with the hardest rides I've ever done.
Oh, wow.
6 days...
No, wait, no, sorry.
6 days ago, Jack, he did another 120k ride. That sounds expensive. Around Okinawa Island. It was very windy, but he always loved a bit of resistance. What's he like, eh?
Did he say that? He likes a bit of...
8 days ago, he was only at, you guessed it, bloody Okinawa Island. This isn't a typo from me. This is what he put down on the post. I don't know if Okinawan is different to Okinawa.
Yeah, there's an N on this one.
It's not just his accent. Okinawa. Oh, here, look at the beautiful photos.
Wonderful.
Aye, more bait content as someone replies
You know
to
who's
these.
from Okinawa?
Who's from Okinawa?
Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. That's where he's
Ah.
from. Yes.
Wow, this is some beautiful looking
I
places.
feel like
At
you've
least the
seen
sun
that
was out.
building about 15 times already on his
No,
trip.
there's
around
just
the
shrines
world.
everywhere. It's like
It's like Bobby Hill, the intro to King of the Hill, just goes around.
it's like I'm trying to think of something that's like
Sorry.
Well, it's probably like seeing a church in the
Yeah.
UK, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't see much
Oh,
of...
look at that yoke.
What's wrong with it? Okay, that's a nice looking dish.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah. I do like when I see... What's that happening in the background, that picture?
She might have a winky in her.
What?
Oh, taco spoon, free Wi-Fi. One being attacked by a spoon.
Right.
Nice food.
That looks like a Big Mac that's just been sort of emptied on the plate.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, a deconstructed Big Mac.
Yeah.
I have
He
to
unboxed the Big Mac.
I don't like how his soup dish has a handle.
I have to just step in.
no, have you
here.
seen that?
No,
Like,
I don't drink
wait.
it like that.
No, but I use those soup cup dishes to drink tea out of sometimes.
Do you?
I really want a lot of tea.
I have to step in, and when we went to Japan, Sam and Richard loved like everything about Japan. I wasn't as natural a fit in Japan as they were, but I do have to step in and defend the food. The food was just unbelievable. Yeah.
It's something you read about in every wrestler's autobiography when they go to Japan. They just go, "Oh, the food was awful." And you're
What?
like, yeah, we've seen what you guys eat over there.
Wait,
pal. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's so
No,
weird. I think
I've
it's just
gotta-
because they're used to one thing and they have another.
Even when it was like we were busy running around, and we stopped for lunch and just went to like the corner shop. The food out the corner shop was like fresh and like unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Also, they love sandwiches with fruit in. You can get a sandwich with strawberries in.
how does that work?
I was watching a man who was buying cakes in cans out of vending machines.
That's
Cakes?
outrageous.
Cakes in a can in a vending machine.
One thing that Sam and Richard kept telling me was that there's vending machines where you can buy underwear.
I'm glad you stood it. I knew exactly what you were going to say as well. I'm
they
like,
were-
no, Jack,
yeah,
please no.
I know.
Well, you know.
This is the longest Tubbing in Japan segment. Sorry, I've dragged that out.
Well, sometimes you want to eat a fruit sandwich. Sometimes you want to eat something else. So thank you very much, Dick Tubbs, for that and your lovely images. I hope you're having a lovely time over there.
I'm going to miss him. I'm
Landing.
going to miss him tomorrow. At the time of recording, tomorrow's our Christmas party. It's going to be without Richard.
Aw. We miss you, Dick Tubbs. Hope you have a lovely time in Japan.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
It's time for everyone's
He's
favourite
really
segment.
excited.
The
He's
Hall of Fame.
Have you got a good one?
I'm more excited for this than Christmas.
Too delicious for you, baby.
In condescending order from last week, Morocco footballer Achraf Hakimi's winning penalty against Spain, in brackets, the country of his birth, in the World Cup. 17%.
Oh.
A risky pick for World Cup and the popularity of that over here.
They've got knocked out now, sadly, Morocco, but they had a bloody good run of it. They did better than ours went.
Yeah. William Regal's AEW run, 35%.
Okay.
A very cruel second place there, because I thought it was a hell of a run there for what ended up being. First place, 48%. Cocaine Bear.
No.
Thankfully, the people that send me stuff like this are people who pay attention to the podcast and are obviously on prestigious patreon.com/cultaholic. Cocaine Bear, a film about a bear that takes cocaine.
I can't believe you've won this.
Me neither. William Regal, really.
Yeah. I thought Regal would win.
The eccentric Englishman we got to know in AEW
And a bear.
has lost to a cocaine bear.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
The Earl Grey Badger loses to the Cocaine Bear.
And people moan when we don't speak about the wrestling enough on this podcast.
I think this is the third bear in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, right.
Hank.
The pie-stealing bear.
Hank.
I think, did I get in or not?
Hank. And the
And
war
then-
bear, yeah. The
Yeah.
one that, he was a friendly mascot of the
Yeah.
Russian army. That bear was
Tortured.
dishevelled. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Oh, in the war, you mean? Yeah, didn't have time to put, those just
they
for
weren't. It's
bear
look
on.
Look, they're all wrestling with the friendly bear. And it was like the saddest looking bear you've ever seen.
That bear was chained up and beaten to do that. Oh, carry my tobacco pouch, little bear. Get Maffew likes that kind of
You've been
thing.
reading that propaganda again, I swear. No, the bear was happy. This bear was even happier.
Yeah, this one was
Very
happy.
briefly.
Although I think the film's probably we've read a bit of like the blurb of the film, didn't we? And it was a bit dramatized compared to what actually happened.
Just a bit.
Yeah,
God knows what's going to
the
look
bear
like.
goes on a rampage.
Hey, but again, Ray Liotta is in it. It's his last film role because he's dead.
Yeah, that's not as good as like what's he
Thanks
called?
for making that clear, Maffew.
What's he called?
He
Gomez.
gave up acting because of this. No, he's
Gomez from the
dead.
Addams Family and Bison from
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia. That's a nice story. How he did Street Fighter last because his kids wanted him to do it.
Yeah, it's like, well, what's the last film? Ooh, we love Street Fighter. I'll pick that then.
And
And
he
he died
really-
before the film came out.
But
so.
he gives it everything in that.
If
film.
you're remembered for a role, might as well be a good one, right?
Yes. Right.
Like
well,
Ray Liotta and Cocaine Bear.
congratulations,
Moving on.
Matthew, for your win there.
I'll go first. It's very rare that I get a Hall of Fame pick like the day after the podcast to send in. But good old Joel here, I can message him anytime because he's always awake.
Joel, the Christmas Cole.
Thank you. For
Awful song. Ever heard it by the Killers? And Jimmy, what's his face off American TV?
Fallon. Kimmel.
Kimmel.
that. Jimmy Kimmel and the Killers.
They did a
Yeah.
bad Christmas song.
What were they
once.
killing? A good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Christmas?
Ross put it on saying this is the worst Christmas song. I think you said it had been deliberately like made. To
Yeah,
be a
my
bad
girlfriend thought it was like a legitimate
shoot.
Christmas entry from the Killers, but it turned out that it was a Jimmy Kimmel and Killers like parody sort of
But
thing.
Ross put it on going, listen to this, but the song was longer than I was anticipating. It was on for a long time.
And it is called Joel the Christmas Cole. I wasn't just
thought it
saying
was
that to you
Joel
for
the
So
Love
he's
Faction
trying to
or anything.
outcrap Lad Baby or what his name is.
Yeah.
the man who raises millions for charity.
Yet remains
How
politically
much goes to
ambivalent.
So
charity?
he loves animal abuse. He doesn't like giving to charity. Sit there,
Yeah.
you little jumper.
You sit there in your weird little jump and you talk about your bears.
What's your pick, Matthew?
I can't remember. In Scotland, they have this lovely little service for this time of year to let you know that even though it's bloody horrible outside, it's Ragnarok itself in regards to the weather, certain parts of the country have gritters out. And there's, Jesus, I'm not sure if you heard that microphone. Someone had a...
I think it was the flush.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You can go on the service online and see what roads are being gridded, so they'll be safe to drive around. So, if you're doing a Chris Rea and driving home for Christmas, you want to take the safe route rather than the harsh route. So there's a lovely service that Scotland have, which show you which parts of the country are being gridded. It's not just the fact that it's providing a good service to people trying to travel around this rough period. It's also the fact that it shows you the names of all the gritters that they're being given. Can you put this on the main screen?
Of course, Matthew's gone for a named vehicle.
So, can you please zoom in? This is a live look at some of the gritters going around.
Live?
Isn't it lovely?
Hang on, this is a game changer.
Isn't it lovely? So we can see it.
Oh, Salty, the gritter, get in the bin.
Or chili.
What are some of the local ones? Have we not got English ones?
Veruca salt.
Damn it.
No, Scottish. No.
Just a Scottish thing.
License to chill.
Something ice. I can't really see what's
Snow
going on.
Connery.
Snow Connery.
That would work if he was called Joe Connery.
Yeah.
Always be gritful.
Okay.
Is that one just called Liam?
Sweet child of brine.
Okay.
Hansel and Grit all.
Can we go to like a
that's
really rural area? Like
I love you going. That's everyone.
See which ones are working really hard in like a.
Gonna snow deer that. That's an Inverness.
Well, who's going around Peebles? Where's
Yeah.
Peebles?
Peebles is near the border.
I don't know, but it's nowhere near Spread Sheeran, who's having a good time in Aberdeen right now.
We need to find Fraser's local gritter. Go down.
It's near Dundee.
What? I've not got my lens. I can't really
South.
see it. He's to south of Edinburgh.
It's near Carrie Bradthaw.
It's probably like around Salty. Where Salty is there on Joe.
Coldfinger.
Around there, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And then inland.
What's the one? License to chill.
God, Fraser's in the middle of
He's
nowhere, isn't he?
What the
Yeah.
hell's this? Like where the
Peebles.
Yeti is from?
Yeah. Wow, Peebles.
Peebles.
Oh,
Ask him next. Show him this next week. And
Scotland's bravest gritter.
I like that one. Proud of them.
It's like the world's greatest tag team.
This is our tribute to the troops, you know that. Spray Charles.
Spray Charles.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What's that say? Charles.
Can you imagine this spray?
Wait. Charles Rennie Mackenslush.
Was Ray Charles blind?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you just made the spray Charles lorry just do it in the field?
No.
Miss on purpose. I shouldn't be laughing.
Thomas Salter. So these are just some of the amazing gritters and their amazing names, which makes this very dull process look a bit more exciting.
Spray Mysterio
I don't know.
Jr.
This tickled me pig when I was looking at it. I got sent it by my
Tell?
Scottish mate. And I went, look, this is how we see where they drive. And I went, all right, what do I care about this? Oh, great, I see.
So what's your actual pictures? Gritters with names.
Trunk Road Gritter Tracker.
Okay.
Is the official name for it. I don't know what Trunk Road is, or
I can't believe
Where?
it's only in Scotland, you know.
I can.
Wow.
Wow, I love the stunned, almost Japanese crowd-esque quiet response. Respect from the two lads. Yeah. Yeah, no cheering on you. Get asked to politely shut up. Thank you very much. That's my pick. I'm standing by it. It was second place. It was yourself, Ross.
I've been thinking about something after last week's podcast, and it's going to be my Hall of Fame nomination.
go on.
It's something that might happen in the future when I win lots of money on the lottery and direct my own feature film, and it'll be called Ketamine Fox.
Oh, right.
The prospect of Ketamine Fox after Cocaine Bear is something I've not been able to speak about. Stop thinking about.
Keep this a secret.
No, you were right the first time, Ross.
Down, Fox, down.
Did you say Ketamine Fox? No, sorry.
So I Ketamine Fox because I think the possibilities of a Ketamine Fox, because they're quite erratic creatures anyway. They're scary. Or some of them are tame. Some of them, there was on Instagram this week when I was having an Instagram reel poo, I like to call them now, because I sit there and watch Instagram reels. There was a woman feeding a pair of foxes, and one of them turned up, and it was beaten up, like it had a bit of ear missing, it was all scabby and whatnot, being in a few fights. And then following behind the scabby one was like a nice pristine fox. So we could make the pristine one Ketamine Fox.
So that's us walking with Cody Rhodes down Grey Street.
Yeah, exactly the same. We are the scabby foxes. The scabby foxes.
Scabby Foxes. 2007's hottest indie band.
So I Ketamine Fox because I think it would be brilliant. That's all I've got for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
so it's
do-
the concept of a fox.
He's come up with
Oh,
an
yeah,
idea.
I'll go for my first ever
There's no
concept of, I think.
There's no news story about it.
Of Ketamine Fox.
Fox breaks into ketamine factory. Or whatever
Now
it's
the
made, I don't know.
problem, the risk there is that people who haven't watched the podcast might assume that's me just half-arsing a pig and not go for it because it's written like mine.
That's going to be funny if people on the Patreon are just going to read it and go, oh,
What is
another
Jack
content.
playing at?
Jack, you wouldn't give a fox ketamine, and as soon as you say, no, it's Ross, they go, that's a great idea.
No,
I'd be interested in studying our fans.
I've got a good contender here as well.
Is it another made-up thing?
Mine is MDMA.
Made out of spite.
Stoked? No.
Is it which Metal Gear Solid character are you putting in this week?
Oh my,
I thought
that'll be better. That'll be better if I can just put in a Metal Gear Solid character. That's better than my actual pick, which was going to be the noble medium of film. So,
You better not.
Why?
I'll swing for you if you put that in.
What for?
Name one you've seen.
Boiling Point recently. It was
When?
good. I gave it 4 out of 5 in November.
In November?
Last month I watched a film.
Before
this
then-
month I'm going to watch another one.
So
And
it's a film a
we'll
month?
Carry on from there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Jack's Film Club.
So I've made a pledge to myself, right? I don't want to make it a New Year's resolution because they're normally things like productive things, like going to like for your health or whatever,
Yeah.
improve your diet.
Things
go
you
to
want
the
to
gym.
stick to, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is more of just like a little fun thing I'm going to do in my spare time, which is that I'm going to sort of late in life, I'll say, I'm going to start watching films. I'm going to see what they're like, what they're all about. It should be good. I've watched one this year already. Boiling Point.
In December,
Actually not.
Actually 15th of December.
Actually, no. I also saw Lost in Translation this year as well.
Yeah, we know.
So I nominated that for Hall of Fame, I think.
And you know that was like half a year ago. And you know that so much you put in the Hall of Fame.
Boiling Point was great as well. Stephen Graham, one shot, like hour-long thing in a kitchen. It was good. Maybe less than an hour even.
I've not even heard of this one.
It was
How did
good.
you
It was
watch it?
good. I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Stressful in the
Oh.
kitchen, like the atmosphere, the pressure cooker situation. Also, and Stephen Graham's just playing like the same character that Stephen Graham often plays, just like shouting and scousing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch some more films. I've signed up to Letterboxd.
Now's a chance to give it a review.
No, I'm going to wait until I've watched a few before I publicise my Letterboxd account. But I'm going to try and make the reviews all very good. Because I've read some of the reviews on there and they are witty. So, and also my mate said, yeah, the people on Letterboxd are really horny for some reason. I was like, what? Apparently the reviews get really like inappropriate. So,
Wow, how can you possibly transition this into writing about
I was just going to talk about a few of the films I'm planning to watch in the upcoming, before the Oscars, so I've got a good sense of who I want to win. I want to watch that South Korean murder mystery one. Time to Leave or something, or Decision to Leave? Decision to Leave, maybe? Thank you, Joel.
Oh,
Have you
Joel
seen
knows
it?
the films.
Is it good?
Really good.
Yes.
Joel just wants us to be
I'm
hurry
gonna-
up so we can go home. Yeah, whatever.
I'll name 2 more. Fraser keeps recommending Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I thoroughly recommend that.
Right.
I'd say it was my film of the year.
And I'll watch...
Oh, right, that's a film. I just thought I was Fraser just going, yeah, watch that one, watch that one, watch that one.
And I'll also... God. Not The Fablemans. I'm not interested.
Godfather.
No, current one. The current one.
That was re-released this year.
What I did was, right, I did a deep dive of like, I went on Wikipedia, the Wikipedia page of all the big 5 film festivals and just looked at the prize winners and made a watch list for myself on my
Okay.
Letterboxd. And I've decided that Cannes is actually the best of the 5 film festivals because that's the one that had the most films that piqued my interest.
Would you like to name one?
I believe
Love it. Love it.
Rubber was shown at Cannes a few years ago.
Ooh.
Maybe even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might not have been.
Rubber.
Joel looks confused. So I assume it wasn't.
Rubber.
Rubber.
One about the type.
By Murderous Tire.
Yeah.
Rattles them.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. My favourite film.
Oh, fair enough.
I hope that was shown at Cannes. Yes, I can confirm. Yeah, the audience selection award.
Basically, I'm a big Cannes stan now, spelled STANNES.
I can tell the fact you can't name any of the films.
Yeah, I can. No time to Decision to Leave. No Time to Leave. And many more. I'll watch many more.
That's
not too keen on that Brendan Fraser one. I've heard mixed reviews about it
Oh, the
Whale.
The Whale, that's right.
because it's that bloke who does all the sad films. And I don't know.
What's the concept of that one? Because I've just seen him. Like,
I know
What is it?
he's a big sad man. That's what it is.
He
He's
goes,
trying to-
sometimes I feel like a whale.
So the Fraser, the Fraser.
Then he eats kelp.
I think I was talking to Fraser about this. The trailer came out the other day, and he's trying to reconnect with his daughter, who is that ginger girl off Stranger Things.
Oh, aye.
She doesn't float in this one. Though. Aye. Right, the noble medium of film.
Running up that hill.
There we go.
But he can't 'cause he's a whale.
And every week, I might give a little update on what. No. Anyway, the noble medium of film.
We'll take bets on how long this lasts.
Yeah.
I was going to say we could replace Tubman in
I was
Japan.
gonna-
Really.
Jack's film.
It feels like Tubman in Japan.
Jackman in Cannes.
It's already fallen flat, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
he
see
keeps
people.
going to different bits of
I
Japan.
know. I don't see people commenting going like, "I can't wait for next week's Tubman in Japan," though.
Well, you
Only
can't-
we
you can't-
care.
You can't replace.
That's why I thought that was the bit. I thought it was
You
great.
can't replace Tubman with just a bit about what I've watched because that's. I'm already.
I think that's
on the,
great.
I'm
No, we
already-
should do both.
I'm already on the podcast. Tubman's not. He needs this.
Because
Tubman
then
in Japan.
Jack, because he always gets that thing where like someone does something impressive and he goes, "Oh yeah, he might have gotten that Okinawa one back, but I watched
I
the
watched-
Devil's Advocate,
Whale man.
No,
cocaine
it's
whale."
gonna be good. And then gradually, I might become like the most followed letterboxd account in the world. In the world. Aye, so there we go. The noble medium of film.
Jack, with all the passion of someone who watches the Olympics, gone, I could do that.
I can analyze stuff. I used to analyze.
You do. In fairness, you can.
I
So I look
can.
forward to. I look forward to reading your reviews.
Yes.
Uh,
Do you want me to read my boiling point review?
yeah, you know what? Go on.
This has got off to a
The
horrendous.
snow will have melted by the time we get out.
It's a pay-per-view and highlight of the night week.
God.
God knows how long this podcast is going to be.
How long is this review?
3 paragraphs.
That's all right.
It were good.
4 stars out of 5. I actually worked for a few weeks in the Debenhams Cafe, Sunderland branch, back in 2014. So I'm well equipped to deal with this one. Strap in. Not enough camera cuts. That's a joke because it's a one shot. But strong performances throughout. Stephen Graham is shouty and scouse, which is how I like my Stephen Graham. Vinette Robinson's sous chef is shouty too, but in a more justified way. Stress builds throughout and is never resolved. Maybe it could have used a musical number at the end, a la Bugsy Malone, so we all know they're friends, really. No. It arguably is limited by its short runtime. Then again, I'm currently trying to rebuild my shattered attention span and consume long-form media once again. And this was definitely a good way to ease back into the world of film, as the intelligentsia say. Bon bloody appetit. And if you want more reviews like that, check out my letterbox. I think I've murdered you.
Joel, did that do anything for you? Joel's the other film man in the room.
I haven't seen Boiling Point.
I wanted to before this, and now I never want to hear his word ever said again.
Not a bad review.
Right.
Say something, Matthew, for goodness sake.
I really tried with that one.
Please, Matthew, say something.
I got it. You know when you can't say the nice, you just don't say it at all.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'll do it the other way then. Here we're great. I'm
Yeah.
going to review Jack's review. I love the review.
Probably
It should
worse
have
than
been.
saying nothing at
It
this
should have
point.
been even more pretentious and about yourself rather than the film that you was reviewing.
Letterboxd reviews aren't really serious, some of them.
That's just as well.
Oh,
My
Oh,
God
boy.
in heaven. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. You too could be part of history as you vote for the next Hall of Fame segment. Is it going to be the Gritter Tracker? I've already got the name.
Trunk Road Gritter Tracker.
With all the funny Scottish names. The concept of MDMA. No, I beg your pardon.
Ketamine
How
Fox.
dare I get that incorrect?
Hey, we're trying to settle ourselves down, not get ourselves up a height.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about
Oh,
that.
yeah, that would be a boring film, wouldn't it? Because it would be just...
Watching a
Oh,
fox.
no, he's going to do a letterbox review about the thing that doesn't even exist. God, stop him. Quick.
Ketamine Fox sat on a deck chair.
Let's just talk our
He soiled himself.
Wait,
End
are
of
you,
film.
are you the narrator of the film Ketamine?
Of the film that doesn't exist, that's right.
It was a warm July morning.
I want to put...
Ketamine Fox got out of his burrow. Did they live in a burrow? I don't know what they live in.
Yeah, Foxhole.
Foxhole. That's well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Ketamine
He went
Fox.
from I went from a foxhole to a K-hole.
Yes.
Oh, why am I helping you?
Fantastic.
Coming soon when I win the lottery.
I used to be fantastic, Mr. Fox.
Mixed them.
I tried. I was so close.
I want Benedict Cumberbund to Benedict.
Oh, he's playing-
Right,
He
I'm
can be,
bait. I'm
he can be
officially-
Ketamine Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
I was picturing Gareth from the UK office. You know, yeah.
Martin,
No.
Dave.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie
Mackenzie,
Crook,
oh,
yeah.
That's typecasting that. I want someone a bit more.
That's
fancy.
type Ketamine Fox. He's
He
always
declined the
playing
role.
foxes.
He declined the role. I've always been
He
playing these
played
types of roles.
The off the rails dad in Skin season 3.
Oh, he did.
right.
He did. No, was he not Mad Twatter?
Whatever the guy was.
Is that
Yeah,
a word we can say?
Yeah, you can say mad.
Not the other one, man.
I didn't even hear what the one was.
Mad.
Trevor.
Yes, that's right. It was
Maybe
Ross.
just make a note of that one. Just thanks, Joel. Just in case.
Right, so the other two things were the concept of ketamine fox and the noble medium of film.
Yes, thank you.
Just in case you forgot from the start of the segment over half an hour ago.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
blame
my
you.
word.
You can vote for any of those, but if you don't vote for any of them, we don't blame you. Thank you very much. See you next week.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. SmackDown. The horse is supposed to be Rey Mysterio.
We'll get to that.
I haven't seen that film. Ridge Holland stops Solo Sikoa from interfering in Sheamus and Butch's title match against the Usos. However, Sami Zayn prevents Sheamus from breaking up the winning pinfall, allowing Usos to retain. Oh, he's a wascally one, that.
Statistics. Statman Ross incoming. Over 20 years that the title has been defended on SmackDown and Raw in the same week until this week.
Really?
It happened,
That's what they said on the commentary.
They did, and I tried to claim it as me own.
Sorry, mate.
You bastard.
Because it's worth listening to now, the commentary.
Yeah, it is good. I thought the match was pretty standard stuff, but it felt like we were getting Butch over. This has got to be his biggest non-gimmick match, non-War Games match or anything like that.
On the main roster?
On the main roster, yeah, so far.
I'd say so. I think he had a singles match a while ago with maybe Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
But
it was
that
the-
was just no one's touching Sami.
For the advantage, wasn't it? For the
Right.
Warriors,
So
wasn't it?
anything involving
We've
Sami
got
got no
gold
chance.
on the line here. Tangible things.
And it was supposed to be Sheamus and Drew, but
Yeah.
Drew is obviously doing some gritting, obviously, so he couldn't be in this.
Did they also wrestle in Saudi Arabia for the belt?
Oh yeah, that match there where they tried the best.
This one
It was
was-
like
this
you're
one
not
was-
winning this.
this one
This
was-
is just a match.
this one was better.
God love you for trying, but
I did like that Sammy was the reason the match was won because he held on to Sheamus, didn't he?
Yeah.
Still proving his worth. We're still going. When's the turn going to happen?
I liked the belly to belly from Solo on Ridge, or the other way around. I can't remember which one. One of them launched the other one into the timekeeper's area.
yeah. So even Ridge the Fridge looked good in this.
Yes.
No Smeg inside.
Oh,
Two fridge jokes on one bloody podcast.
It's been a fridge-heavy week. Just
And fridges are heavy.
That's a mild spoiler for some Christmas content coming out over the Christmas break.
oh God, that conversation went in many directions.
You would have thought, Matthew, we were sat around a table sipping on cups of liquefied LSD. But
It's
we
a
weren't.
weird video.
Sam was just there. That's the only thing.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Also, it's Kurt Angle's birthday. Hello, Kurt. He's hanging out backstage with Gable Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Or his cousin, Gable Stevenson.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was a typo you put here. Gable Stevenson. Sorry, I had to get his name wrong. He introduces Stevenson to Braun Strowman, who says that one day he'll get these hands. Oh, if only, Gable. There's lots of segments with Kurt Angle throughout the night.
Yeah, it was his birthday.
This was
it was.
awkward as balls, this first one.
Gable-
Yes, it was.
He's not got that X factor quite yet.
I thought they'd given up on him. That was last
When they
report I
brought him
remember
out of
hearing about
Mania
him.
and he went,
No, I did that, and then there was the news thing that came out going, I'm not sure Gable's getting it.
yeah.
Well, that's an official Raw superstar you're
But-
talking about there.
Whereas,
that's right, he
whereas
was, yeah.
it's weird because his legitimate brother, who isn't like the same, hasn't got the same accolades in terms of being an athlete and that, but is still clearly very athletic and has more personality, is on NXT. It's weird.
The apple does fall from the tree.
445.
I was really impressed with
5-4.
Damon in his feud with the Creeds. I thought he's got way more banter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA Knight, calls out Bray Wyatt and tries to show video evidence of Bray being behind the attack. Say it isn't so, LA Knight. The video was hacked by Uncle Howdy, which LA Knight says is all the evidence he needs. He heads backstage to find Bray, which doesn't sound like a good idea, if you ask me. But the lights go out. He's ambushed by the kid from Home Alone. Sorry, Uncle Howdy himself.
With his phone light on.
Yep.
Is that a Bray Wyatt thing?
That was Bray Wyatt the second time, but in the video package when LA Knight was in the ring, that was Howdy. So we still don't know if Bray Wyatt is Howdy or if Howdy is Howdy.
Wait, the one who ambushed him in the locker room,
It had Bray's eyes, didn't
That
it?
was Bray?
His beautiful blue eyes.
Bo might have beautiful blue eyes as well.
Bo could have beautiful. Can
They are
we
brothers.
adjudicate this, please? just Bo Dallas. Just get Bo Dallas eyes. Because that's what everyone wants to see.
Where are they now?
Where are they on his head? Could they be on his lips? He's not a robot. Why are we jumping through hoops? They're not blue.
Oh,
They're
no.
not down a third
Don't
pick.
show a mugshot.
Oh, no.
The deepest brown.
Right, well, yeah, Howdy did have blue eyes. Very blue, actually.
The eyes of a killer.
Has Bray got eyes that blue?
What colour eyes does Dave Meltzer
Or-
have?
I can't. He's normally so, like, furrowed that I can't really see. He's, like, concentrating so hard. I can't
I think
see.
Bray's got beautiful baby blues, yeah.
Imagine if Howdy was
Yeah,
Dave...
oh yeah, because zoomed in that face, that
Imagine if
picture.
Howdy
Yeah.
was Dave Meltzer. That would be
Aye.
the best twist in the world.
What colour are Dave Meltzer's eyes?
Why are we
Just type
doing
in
this?
Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
And then, in the first one, Howdy looked like being a separate guy, but the second one where he was in the little locker room with LA Knight, it was definitely Bray.
He does
behind
have
the
blue
mask.
eyes.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Wait, does he? He loves that hoodie, doesn't he? It's
We had to
like-
ask him to take it off for the Straight to Hell. We did.
Oh, because of the green, when it's on the
Yeah.
green screen, man.
Yeah. You just would have been a floating
Oh.
Zodiac.
That's so good.
He goes, sorry, I've got all my guns underneath it. What? He goes, nothing.
There he is. That's Straight to Hell screenshot, isn't it? There's the cage behind it. Lovely. Halcyon days.
Behind blue eyes.
It might not be. I don't know.
No one knows what
But
it's
LA
like
Knight.
to be the Zodiac Killer.
LA Knight is the babyface in this feud now because he's proved that Bray's a lie. He's proved that Bray's a liar.
I didn't think that's not necessary. All we know is that Howdy's a blue-eyed man.
And bushy-tailed, perhaps.
So are we?
Lots of cat.
Are we basing this on the fact that? Oh man, if this story does end it with it just being Bray, then
Hiya, it's Uncle Howdy. I've turned the podcast off
was
because I
that?
say not nice things about us.
Well, carrying on.
Oh, what was that?
whoa, it was Northumbrian Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howie.
Uncle Howie. Yeah, I don't know if he is. All I know is I'm bored of this. Do something you get.
Yeah, I saw a comment on last week's podcast because I still pay attention to them,
Oh,
saying like
God.
we're always lusting for long-term storytelling, but then we're getting one here apparently, but we're moaning about it. And I would say there's a difference.
This is a wheel spinning story.
Yeah,
man.
difference between long-term storytelling and then just doing the same thing week after week.
Yeah,
With no wrestling matches, by the way.
he's not wrestled. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's matches on TV, sure.
Developments over on Raw though, which we'll get to, which could be a clue in the Uncle Howdy story.
Ooh, lucky us. I love this. Before this segment, Michael Cole goes, well, LA Knight made his name on NXT. Speaking of NXT, they'll be touring in February and blah, blah, blah. And then we go to a parking lot interview with Legado del Fantasma. And in the background, Shotzi is ambushed by Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. You mention NXT, and then they attack the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's like saying Candyman.
I love the
Several
attack
times.
as well because there was a complete silence, no sign of a skirmish or a little argument. It was just literally and that was it. She was attacked,
So it's as if she's opened the car door and they've run out and gone, eh.
or just like appeared out of thin air.
Yeah.
like the magicians. Oh, Shayna's a submission magician. Mm-hmm. Actual, that's magic.
In real life, she's a real magician, isn't
That's a
she?
catchphrase afterwards.
Just appears out of nowhere, snaps an arm. That's magic.
Yeah. I'll make my push disappear. Like this.
Ronda Rousey is Debbie McGee. What did Debbie McGee say? Anything? Nothing?
No.
She didn't say anything, did
Can't
she?
be paid, please.
Probably for the best, to be fair. Yeah.
I was going to try and make like...
Yeah, if only she was like her then.
It doesn't matter. I was going to try and like make like a hush money sort of joke, but there's never been anything about Paul Daniels, has there?
Later, their interview about it backstage. Blah confronted by Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox and some other early 90s magicians. I can't think of any.
David Copperfield,
Yes.
the masked magician.
Joe Pasquale.
Joe
Is he a
Pasquale.
magician or just a prop
magic
comic?
in his act. Yeah, proper magic. He makes things bend and
Penn and Teller.
David Blaine.
Shazam. John about
I love that. The no selling in that interview. All right.
Oh, Eamon Home.
Yeah. That noise he made after he did it.
David Blaine was more for the Americans than... You know when he did that box thing over the Thames and people were hitting golf balls at it? Oh, dear.
Didn't someone do, like, before drones, they got those little, like plane... Well, little planes, I guess. The little thing had like a pizza slice.
McDonald's or something,
that
yeah.
was it. It's a lot more interesting than this. So Liv Morgan and Tegan Knox are going to get them.
I did like when they were
up
like,
their interview, yeah.
you guys have beaten everyone except us.
That's not true.
Because they haven't faced them in a tag
No.
team match yet, have they?
They've
Yeah.
not, I don't think Shayna and Ronda have beaten many people together
No.
because they just haven't had
They
the
just
chance
got back together, yeah.
But take that, though.
Liars. Legado del Fantasma take on the Viking Raiders, but then the Hit Row interfere in the match and beat up both teams rather unconvincingly, it has to be
It's
said.
a head scratcher. But are we just saying that all the tag teams are even?
See, I didn't mind this one because before this segment, I was like, "Oh, Hit Row are down here. They're always the whipping boys of this tag team division." But now it's put them on a bit more of a level. Excuse me.
You are right. Now it's established that these three are at the same level, but it's MMMMM that are at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen them in
We
weeks.
need funny losers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And they are funny losers.
I wish it wasn't them two because they're great lads.
Yeah. Speaking of MMM, though, because Horny Wade is back. That was the worst segue in podcast history.
Oh, did he?
I like that.
He was speaking to Zelina, who was on commentary for a bit at ringside, I think. Was she on commentary?
Yeah.
She was, wasn't she? Yeah. It was a long time ago. And he's like, I've got to compliment your essence because you smell like marshmallows.
What? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'll put you over a fire.
That's really regal, that. Mentioning a whimsical food
Brits
stuff.
can get away with saying anything in America.
Yeah.
They say it like that.
I told a joke once and a bloke bought me a shot because of it.
What did you say?
It was in Dallas. This woman was serving me and said something about, like, made like a Titanic joke because my name's Jack. I went, I made it like a Titanic or something like that. I think she was called Rose and I was called Jack.
Ah,
And I went,
okay.
and I literally, the joke was not much better than like Titanic. And the bloke was like, oh, awesome. And he bought me a shot.
And she went, you got a real purdy mouth.
Oh, God. No, she did not.
Oh, that's a shame
It was a
because you
fine
do.
essablishment. Thank you.
Jack hopped on the bar, took his clothes off. Paint me like one of your French
You were
There we
there.
go.
You
Was
were,
I?
you were outside.
Oh.
You were painting.
Yeah.
What was I outside for?
Well, there was an outdoor area. You went outside the bar.
You were fighting the rootin' tootin' bikers.
Got a little recollection
This was,
of Dallas.
I think this was after Raw.
All right.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just no sleep that weekend for days.
Oh, I was assuming you were just getting drunk. Or...
No, I wish. Had to
There was
go,
no time for that.
go to the show
Oh,
live
oh,
and
it's
then
one of
watch,
those, right.
watch
Oh.
the
You wanna-
entire show again when you get out of the hotel and then go to
Yeah.
bed for an hour and then back up again the next day.
Bless you.
Aye.
Hardest working man in the biz.
Wow.
Also, Kurt Angle is having a birthday party backstage. And his son, Jason Jordan, gives him a birthday card. Later, we see the Alpha Academy have been barred from entering the party.
Nice little nod to the storyline back in the day.
Yeah.
Jason Jordan in, Chad Gable getting
Which
ousted.
Kurt Angle has
Oh.
confirmed. It was speculated, like people like myself at the time. Hang on, have they done this storyline with Kurt Angle because of his reputation for having a preference?
Vince found that really funny.
Yes, he
Yeah, it was
did.
weird.
And apparently, it's just a funny thing in America, I guess. And yeah, Kurt Angle just went, yeah, confirmed that was the reason for it.
Okay.
I love these storylines where there's a start,
We can't really
there's a beginning, middle, and an end.
Kurt Angle liked a certain type of woman. And Vince found that really funny. And that's why Jason Jordan was his son.
What type of... Oh, right.
Yeah.
A black lady.
Yeah, I can say, yeah. I can
Right.
say that, yeah.
I was wondering if it was something a bit
I just
worse.
did, no, I just didn't want it to sound like we were going.
Yeah.
We were agreeing that it wasn't that hilarious. Because it's,
It's
just
weird
like,
that
what?
Vince finds that funny.
Yes, that's the weird
Yeah.
part.
And Kurt Angle's like, yeah, that was the reason why Vince did it. He thought it was funny.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it's just right after he said, yeah, send in Jimmy Wang next. I've got a really funny idea for him as well. Good old Vince. So yeah, just all showed up. And it was really weird how he was just gone.
Yeah.
They never really basically said, yeah, he's been injured. It was just like, all right, cool, he's no longer here.
He was Raw Tag Team Champion, wasn't he, with Rollins, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah, right in the middle
Yeah.
of that. I'm part of the Shield.
I'm
Like,
a
you're
nerd.
not. You're really not. And it's like, oh, he's gone forever. It's like
Yeah.
so weird that. Ricochet is accompanied by the New Day for his contract signing.
Yeah, they were
with
backing up
Gunther.
their friend. They've always been friends, have they?
Of course, they wouldn't say this on TV if they didn't mean it. Gunther says that he respects the great sport of professional wrestling, while Ricochet is just a performer. Ricochet turns this into a joke about erectile dysfunction.
It's funny, though, because they can't do the intercourse very well.
Yeah.
I love that every time Ricochet or New Day talk, Imperium are like, yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about, mate.
I think that the other members of Imperium should have defended Gunther and gone, no, he can get.
If Vince McMahon was booking this, all right, say some of that. Say something about his cock.
Close your eyes, everybody. Imagine shagging either of Fabian Eichner
What's
or...
going on there?
Yeah.
I would probably. Whoa, which one?
It gets... No.
Wait, because they're really.
Because they're athletic.
hunky men. Yeah.
Was he thinking about that for one of them? Because one of them had literally Vinny.
Yeah, he came, and he came, and he came again.
I'd argue that.
I tried.
I'd argue that.
What are you
Eichner
arguing?
Or Vinci is
What do you
actually
think?
not my. He's not my. He's too much. I'd be like, I can never achieve.
He's
what
got
you've
too
done
much
there.
stuff.
There's
here.
too much.
Too much jelly.
Whereas,
But what if he was all out here?
I mean, yeah, you can't.
Oh, scrummy.
yeah, he is scrummy. Yeah. What's happened here?
My
Which is
little.
proving the New Day wrong with wrestling analysis.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
it's Ricochet, isn't it?
It
not
was
the New Day?
Ricochet who led the.
Well, it's really hard to
erectile
prove him
dysfunction
wrong.
Thing, yeah.
Gunther throws the table out the ring to start a brawl. Adam Pearce goes, whoa, we're not going to have this turn into a brawl. And New Day says, have you never seen wrestling before? And he goes, yeah, fair enough, get the table out, we'll do a 6-man tag.
To be fair, Ricochet, though, that was his best promo ever in the history of him. He didn't do
Yeah.
a single awkward pause or
Yeah.
in the middle of a sentence.
Oh, smiling inexplicably.
Yeah, just talked.
I think This has been an Adam Pearce heavy week.
Yeah.
He's been all over the place. And he's... Don't know. I like Adam Pearce, to be fair.
Just to save us from those Rick Rowland videos on Twitter.
That got me good, that one.
What
the
a
first one he
bastard.
did.
He's a
That
cheeky
was
man.
good.
Someone arrest him.
Scrap daddy, as they call him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with his NWA time.
No one is. Yeah, but all right stuff here. We get a couple of backstage segments in a row. Jey Uso tells Sami Zayn that he should trim his beard and get a haircut. Number 3, I think he said. Because Roman
3?
is coming to SmackDown next
sure,
week.
yeah.
And it's going to be a big night for him. And he's like, what do you mean? Oh.
What
if
is going to happen?
They're going to tell him, aren't they?
many people have
scared.
speculated the famous film, and I swear I'm not bringing this up just because it's us, Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas. There is a
favourite
scene
director.
which you'll obviously know
Yeah.
all about because you're such a big film buff now.
When he's a made man?
He's about to be made a made man. And then, yeah.
Spoilers.
You ruined my daughter's wedding day. Was that the right one?
That's the other one. That's
That
the other
wasn't
one.
too bad actually for a Godfather one.
Swinging a
It's
miss.
all right, though. No,
Yeah.
he thinks he's going to be... They're like, you're going to be... In Goodfellas, they're just affiliates of the Mafia.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's going to be a proper official member.
Yeah.
It's very Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Have they taken inspiration from Goodfellas, actually?
Steal from the best.
They're
What's
gonna-
obscure film that
What
people
is-
have
They're
seen
just
it?
going to walk him into a house and just... Out of nowhere. Oh, my God.
Shot for shot remake. Superman punches him. He gets a phone call. They didn't want him. No.
And then Sikoa's kind of like the cleaner, isn't he? He's just going to like take care of
Yeah,
everything.
and that's that.
Wow.
He puts him in a carpet and throws him over a bridge.
They might see stacks. 2
Oh,
times.
Tony D, yeah.
Yeah, they were. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, my God.
Karrion Kross and Scarlett confront Rey Mysterio in the trainer's room. Kross talks about Scarlett's upbringing in Romania, where the family horse... Oh, and I remember now.
The horse is Rey Mysterio.
The family horse would be part of its misery because it was old and worn out. You are the horse, Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, who can move better than Karrion Kross can. Still. You need the story to match up if you're going to say it. Surely. Please, Karrion.
Well, I understand that Carrion's character would think that Rey is an old workhorse that needs to be put out of his misery. But it doesn't necessarily mean that his character's right. So I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross did an interview this week where he said that he wants to pitch really creative, different ideas for this feud with Rey.
I saw that and I
he's got
thought,
high hopes
like
for it.
what?
I liked the interview because he talked about how he's a massive Lucha Libre fan and Rey's one of like his dream matches. That's nice that he gets this.
Joust.
He's going to joust him.
On a horse each. Or maybe even the shopping cart. Just in the car park
I didn't-
outside
I'll
the
see you in
arena.
the parking lot after the show.
I was surprised to learn that Scarlett is of Romanian descent. I thought French, for sure. Or French-Canadian. Romanian.
Romania.
Interesting.
What's her shoot name?
Not Lithuania, Romania.
Not... boo.
I don't even know why I even bothered saying that. I'm
Try that
sorry.
again. Go on.
Nah.
Go on.
Yeah, right.
Go on. I didn't hear it.
That was Uncle Howdy.
Ah.
It was
She's called
Lithuania.
Elizabeth Chihaya.
Higher.
Maybe Chihaya. She was born...
Ross Elbridge
Hang
playing
on.
Matthew and even worse one.
Wait,
Cheers, pal.
He said that she grew up in Romania, didn't he? She was born in Edgewater, Chicago, Illinois.
A stone's throw.
But if your
lived,
parents
lived
moved-
with her grandparents in Romania until she was 4.
Right, yeah, I
He
was
was
gonna
telling
say.
the truth.
Yeah.
It's a shoot. Wow.
They shot the horse.
Sorry for doubting them there, Scarlett and Carrion.
This has been more interesting than the discussion that we had, but yeah, you're all right. Rey Mysterio with more metal in his bones than Wolverine, moving better than Karrion Kross. So
I think this will be more interesting than the match with Drew, though, because it's Ray against a
God, I
people.
hope so.
I think it'll be good.
yeah.
I just
better.
hope Ray catches a break. Not a leg break or anything like that. Just a nice little win. Just a win for Ray to round out 2022.
He has been
He's been through it.
WWE's like QT Marshall. The amount he's getting
Yeah.
the crap kicked out of him.
He's lost his son. His son ruined Thanksgiving. Pictures were broken.
Yeah, he's injured.
His son attacked him, and Ray went, "Ah!"
He's getting attacked now just randomly by a 6'5" man.
Who thinks that hourglasses go tick-tock?
And he was clearly blind because he thinks Rey Mysterio is like an old knackered horse.
And Ray goes, "I don't want to wrestle him." And he goes, "Well, it's that or Uncle Howdy." He goes, "All right, shall we carry across again?" Tegan Nox and Liv Morgan beat Ronda and Shayna after Ronda gets attracted by Raquel Rodriguez's back.
Yes,
And what a back
fair
it is.
enough.
Well done, Tegan and Liv.
It's all about Raquel, isn't it?
Of course it is.
It's all about
They are
Raquel.
building Raquel.
I don't even know what to say. I thought the finish was nice with Tegan getting in there to put the old shiniest wizard to good use to pin Shayna. Apart from that, Tegan with some nice fundamentals at the start.
Yes.
But apart from that, it was a bit like, well, it's just about Raquel now, isn't it? Which I don't think it's going to work because she hasn't got a character yet. She's got a smile and she's got a nice back and she's powerful. She's got good moves.
I don't know if it was on this SmackDown. I'm guessing it probably was. They showed a Tegan Nox video package, which made me want Tegan Nox to be the one who is built up. Not
the
Raquel.
redemption arc.
Yeah, she's got a story there.
It's a more natural story.
But Raquel's friend Shotzi's just been taken out, so she wants revenge on those two.
She's still injured. She can't...
Yeah, but people don't care about those two, do they? There's a friendship, do they? Because they told a bad story with that friendship.
I thought Tegan Nox was friends with Shotzi as well, because when they were the tag team,
colourful hair.
She let her ride on the tank sometimes.
Oh yeah, but
If she'd been good, if she'd know all her vegetables.
You know who could save us? Lacey Evans.
Oh,
She trains hard while
She's a
others
Marine.
cry to their mama. Lacey chose the suck apparently.
I love that they've got like full respect and appreciation of the boot camp people, the Marines, in the bottom left, because I think it was Terry Daniels or something from the 80s for WWF who was doing a Marine gimmick because he was, and the Marines went, no. How dare you? I think it must mean a fake Marine thing. It's like, no, don't have a fake Marine on our show. That brings disgrace to our name. Get it off.
Sergeant Slaughter as well.
Well, he's an interesting case, isn't he?
It's a different army sector, I guess.
Because he went, well, I served in Nam and I was a legit boot camp guy, army. And I went, all right. And evidence now suggests, no, he wasn't.
it's kind of frowned upon that, especially in America, isn't it?
You think so, but no one seems to give a damn.
Well, he's a funny wrestling character, so
right? Because they go,
he had like
taking him
WrestleMania
seriously?
7.
Yeah, but again, there's that video with him going, wow, it was great. WrestleMania 3, what an event! It was amazing. 93,000 people, whatever. It's so great, and like he wasn't even there. Just like the AWA. So.
The weird
Slaughter.
did Cena get away with it because he never technically claimed he was a Marine? He's just like a big fan. like,
oh, I mean, it was in the Marine, the film. Oh, yeah, because he wasn't saying like, well, if John Cena said I was in Vietnam, that would have been hilarious.
John Cena is so a Marine. He's such a Marine, but he's not.
Yeah, the
Randy
haircut,
Orton's the
didn't he?
Marine.
What?
Well, he was.
Yes, but he was discharged without
he had the
what's it
haircut, he had the strict dad.
He was a 5-year-old, basically. He's going, hey, I'm an army man.
on the helicopter.
I'm playing armies in the playground. But he got away with it because he never claimed he was a
No,
Marine.
we went, hey, John Cena, what was it like being in the Marines? And he went, oh, was this. Yeah, he didn't do anything like that. That's the Stolen Valor.
Okay, so he never
Stolen
claimed...
Valor is where you say, I was there, and someone goes, wait, no, you weren't.
But his character is such a Marine.
But he's playing a character then, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Terry Bollea's not a
Shock
Marine.
here, apparently The Rock is not actually a part of the Shazam family in Black
Okay,
Adam.
but Cena's
And the other news,
is
I'm not
so...
sure if The Rock counts as wrestling news anymore, but the fact that the allegation that he's being cooking the books or
What?
they lied
what?
about The Rock has been, or in his company, because they're obviously Black Adam, has not been the amazing success.
Yeah.
Are we okay? Oh, see.
All right.
I was listening to a review of that on the way into work.
Yeah, and I haven't
they
seen
were
it because
ripping it apart.
I'm done with superhero films for a while. But they seemed to suggest everyone's like, wow, what a great success. But like, it hasn't been. And there may have been a bit of stuff going on.
Everything's
Libel
wrestling.
laws.
This
But
is no different than,
Right.
95,000 people or 100,000 people in Texas.
is that right? But it also does mean that there is more hope for Rock showing up at WrestleMania because you might need some money quick.
The review I was listening
Wrestling,
to of Black Adam, which I've not seen, but I thought it's The Rock. I'll listen to the rest review now that I'm getting into film. Is that they said this is a flawed film because instantly The Rock is presented as like the most powerful superhero ever. And they even said it's just 2 hours of him beating up jobbers. They said that. And I was like, oh, he's pushed himself too hard in this. I don't know if he wrote it. He probably didn't.
He needs to make it more varied card then, doesn't he? He wants to card
He needs to
same
be.
stuff.
He needs to lose the first match and then.
Which is a shame because The Rock was always willing to sell for people in his matches more than, say, Triple H.
It sounds like the film's just. They made it sound like it's like 80% slow motion, The Rock battering people.
Do you reckon Rock's now at home praying that Vince does come back? Because Triple H obviously hates him because of their feud in the Attitude
They
Era.
don't hate each
They
other.
do, man. I watched it on telly.
Yeah, they do.
Still hate each other. They had a stare on that last SmackDown.
We
a few
grew
years
up on
ago.
that. Yeah, Steph was like, there's always been tension between you two. That was a charming segment, that.
You know what happened is just the both of us staring at each other going, don't like you. And then Shawn Michaels would come in and rock. Oh, I hate him more. Anyway, Kurt Angle's birthday celebration closes the show, but he's interrupted by Alpha Academy, who kick him out the ring and take his birthday cake. And God, Chad was great here.
Yeah.
Chad's threat of, and he's going to eat your birthday cake.
What's your cake made of? Is it salty tears of disappointment?
He is the new Kurt Angle.
He is.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The formal attire was fantastic as well. How do you get a tie around a guy with no neck?
Yeah.
Good question to ask. But I liked how the legend, seeing the threat that the AAR, just walked away.
AAR.
Arr.
Yeah, I can't take these boys. Yeah. Former tag team
And he
champions.
leaves, and they're like, haha, we're the best. It was like seeing, I'm trying to think of a reference you'd get. There's a film Bruce
That was
Willis
the most
did.
patronising thing
I know,
you've ever
really.
done.
Is that Bruce Willis when his old self meets his new self in the film Looper?
I've not seen Looper. Why
We'll
would I?
move on.
Why would I have seen
We'll
that? I've
move
seen
on.
Die
You know what?
Hard.
I was already.
Joel, was that a good reference?
Oh, thank you, Joel.
I've seen Die Hard 1, 2, and With a Vengeance.
That's fantastic.
He doesn't meet his old self in any of those.
No, yeah, the time travel subplot of time. Die Hard 3 was a bit weird.
I saw Bruce Willis in Friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looked like
funny.
he'd rather be anywhere else other than that.
His daughter
so-
was going out with Ross, right? And then Jennifer Aniston was there. And
Yeah.
Hilarity and shit.
Do you know who else was on Friends?
Who?
Tank Abbott.
Really?
Yeah, this UFC episode. The
Oh,
midnight.
yeah, with the millionaire fella.
My
Crazy,
girlfriend's
yeah.
a big Friends fan, and she said that apparently Bruce Willis lost a bet with one of the cast, and that's why he was
Chandler,
on it.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it
that's
Matthew
what I mean.
Perry?
Yeah. So, sterling performance by Bruce.
And then they made him just sing He's a Love Machine to himself in a mirror.
I do
He
like.
got
just
him
like a
good.
bit of singing now.
I do like the episode where Brad Pitt's on it and he hates Rachel. That's funny because they were going out.
Gable Stevens. I will always read that as Stevenson. Is
We
that
call
right?
him, like the life of the party, Gable Steves. He comes out going, "Yep, I'm here."
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Yeah. Speaking of Bruce Willis and friends, someone else who didn't want to be there, Gable, comes out in a milk truck and helps Angle shower the bad guys in milk. Despite being an elite level athlete, Stevenson is really, really bad at throwing.
He is. He was going. It was really
Pathetic,
weird.
wasn't it?
He's an absolute physical specimen, and he's going. He swapped hands at one point and went, maybe the left will work better.
Yeah.
There's a couple of great things in this segment, though. The first being Kurt Angle's now being a clairvoyant. You can see the future coming.
He knew they were going to.
hang on.
Heels were going to cut him off, so I'll get the milk truck ready just in case. And also the call of utterly ridiculous from Graves, I think it was. Oh, no, it was Wade.
No. It was Wade.
It was
Wade
Wade,
and
yeah.
Coles gave every milk pun they could.
And also Otis taking a flip bump off the
Yes,
milk.
yes,
My move of the week.
See, Otis, that is your move of the week.
Oh, baby.
How can it not be?
Seen a man that of those proportions
300
doing a
and-
flip bump. Yeah.
Yeah, he really milked it, right?
That's the spirit, Maffew.
I couldn't watch this segment. I had to take some pills to get my digestion going.
It was great fun. Oh.
yeah, it was Mike. Well done, Ross.
Myself down.
But yeah, it's I like Kurt Angle. It was a nice little bit of like, oh ho ho, he. Obviously, going the Pittsburgh, PA. But it is again another reminder.
Are you all right
We
with
have to have-
Pittsburgh? Because you hate Philadelphia. You're more of a Pittsburgh man.
Oh, I'm alright with Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Nothing
fair,
against them.
fair, Black and yellow, black and
Thank you, Paul. The yeah, we're gonna be doing stuff from 20 years ago. As this wasn't too inoffensive, I guess. But it's just like a reminder. Oh yeah, you guys we can't move past that period. It has to be nostalgia.
Actually, you know what? Stevenson did get a bit more emotive towards the end of this. He did a bit of like a whoa. So he wasn't boring the whole way through.
I interviewed him on Straight to Hell a couple of years ago. And
Oh.
if you want to go back and watch that, it's a power of laughs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See? I forgot that
He
happened.
loves Paul Heyman.
I actually also.
Ooh.
Does he?
Yeah, he loves Paul
Oh,
Heyman.
fair enough.
Yeah, because Heyman's dad's a lawyer.
I think Damon Kemp was then. I didn't know at the time because he wasn't a thing. That's all I heard you.
AEW Rampage. And our favourite thing from Ring of Honor Final Battle. Now, as you are no doubt
We all
aware,
brought a
this
thing.
is a long podcast, just talking about the things that do happen. So we know that there's the news of Ring of Honor streaming and maybe Ring of Honor TV happening. We're not entirely too sure until it happens because you know what TK's like. That bear. But right now, instead of going all in on Ring of Honor Final Battle, we're going to do AEW Rampage and then just a little highlight.
Oh, we're
Each
doing
of the
Rampage now.
Well, Rampage came first, I guess.
Yes.
Chronologically.
But I actually watched Final Battle live because I was planning
Did
to
you?
go. I was planning to go out once England beat France, but then I stayed in and watched Ring of Honor Final Battle instead.
Oh, fair enough.
We were better than them. We were the better team.
That's the heartbreaker, isn't it?
I hope
Gareth just made a change when it was 1-1.
it wasn't all Gareth's fault this
Instead of waiting
time.
until it was
Sometimes,
2-1.
if we look at the XG of no,
Yeah.
Why would he bring on Sterling when Rashford's there?
that's not.
I know.
Sterling's been at home with the burglars.
What about Jack Grealish? He's my bubba. Oh, no.
He's been cited in Newcastle. I don't know how recently it was.
It was a while ago now. He was most recently
was he
in
doing?
Sheffield. Not Grealish.
You don't want to know what he
The
was
man
doing.
who sings
Oh.
the Grealish song is a weird man.
Oh, let's move on.
Yeah.
John Moxley beats Konosuke Takeshita in a competitive and bloody match.
Yeah.
Despite not being cleared to wrestle. Oh, probably won't get that lovely match again. It's almost like the Wheeler Yuta special.
Yeah.
In regards to like, there's no chance of him doing this. And I'm like, okay, I mean, are they gonna just make this guy lose to this guy? This would be the time for it. And then I thought, nah, they probably won't. And he just kicks out at 1. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the time, right? No, it wasn't. But Hangman Page came out afterwards and brawled with Moxley because he says, I'm not cleared to wrestle. I'm still going to fight you.
Because of my brain.
Because of my brain.
It was a good line, though, because I haven't been clear because of my brain, so I guess I've got a good excuse that I'm not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Pew, pew.
That is good.
It's a good line
Hey,
for
shot
the
him,
cowboy.
right.
Rootin' tootin'. Takeshita's just a nice man. I could watch him wrestle all day long.
Oh.
I bet he would be
That's a long
tired, though. Yeah. His leaping Hurricane Rana and Tope combo just had me saying, you're a nice man. I wrote down, you're a nice man, Takeshita. I don't know why. I don't know how else you say that. It was a nice return to no nonsense on Rampage and giving things time, which is hopefully just shoots of hope.
This
for
is
the
the
future.
second time that I've heard Ross refer to someone's great feats of physical accomplishment as being a very nice man, because his fantasy football name was once Vernon Anita is a very nice
He's a
man.
very nice man. That is my seal of approval with my limited vocabulary.
It does sum it up nicely, though. I like that. A little package.
Also, we got to mention Don Callis being in the skybox watching Takeshita,
Oh, yeah.
which 'cause I think Callis in Dallas being the mouthpiece of Takeshita would be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Turning
maybe.
Takeshita heel potentially, just having him wrestle, and Callis being the mouthpiece. There must be a link between Takeshita and Omega, I assume. He
Possibly.
loves all of Japan.
Omega used to.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Omega used to be.
I guess they're kind of affiliated if Callis is still friendly with
Maybe
the
we're missing
elite,
maybe
and
we're
Hangman
missing-
Page is part of the elite, but not that elite.
Maybe we're missing something. Maybe they had a match.
No, he's not part of the elite, is he? They split up. But
Who?
he and the Bucks are friendly with. That's right.
Hangman.
Yeah. Hangman's.
was he
They're
not
kind of
more-
okay with each other.
Was he
now.
not more watching Takeshita?
Yeah, he's watching Takeshita.
Takeshita turning heel is a weird thing because he is such a nice man.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
could be
He eats donuts.
he could be like an Okada heel. Right?
Yeah.
Hey?
Oh.
Like I'm better than you, and you know it.
Yeah.
Woo woo woo! Oh my God, Okada!
And that's the bottom line, because Konosuke Takeshita said so.
It would be mint if Okada was a huge Zack Ryder fan. That would be brilliant. That's a dream match.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant as well when Moxley got bloodied during the ad break by what, Maffew?
Was a foot scrape?
A big boot.
Yeah.
A big boot is what bloodied him open this week.
And what a big boot it was.
That's quite realistic.
Was he
though.
wearing stilettos? What?
In wrestling, some of the moves that bust you open might not necessarily in real life, but a big boot.
He's got those curly-toed iron cheek boots on.
It never happens to anybody else, does it?
It's Moxley.
Unless you're playing Here Comes the Pain and get the red head going.
Yeah.
It's weird because the joke is now that Moxley just blades too much. But in this one, I thought it added. It was like the Yuta match, as Matthew said. It added to it, I guess. Although was it Yuta who bled in the Yuta match? But they probably both did.
But they probably both did, yeah. I can't remember that far back.
I remember there being blood in that. That's all I remember. Stokely Hathaway shows grainy footage of Hook's victory over Lee Moriarty.
Why is the
Right.
footage made worse?
I love it when they do that. Now. Claiming that Hook benefited from an unfair rope break. He might have something there. He doesn't, but Stokely could sell me the shirt off my own back.
To me, this felt like they're giving a Mark Sterling promo to Big Stokes. It felt like a Mark Sterling promo. Conspiracies, this, that, and the other. But I guess at least they're doing something with Hook now. So good for that.
Oh yeah, we'll get on to that.
Yes,
yeah,
we
that's
will.
exciting.
Hikaru Shida successfully defends her Regina D Wave. Am I getting that right? Owave title against the Bunny
Micro Owave.
and earns a. Oh, I'm talking about that. Michael Owave earns a shot at Jamie Hayter in the process. That's right. Even more title belts for AEW.
Well, this one, at least, it's another belt they can claim when they're like, we've had 20 belts defended on our, it's another one.
This
for that.
week.
But it's not like a full time.
It's like when Bruce Willis was in Friends.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe. Good little match. Bunny got a lot of offense in,
She did.
even though she's been a big jobbly job for a long while now. Yeah.
I remember at the start of AEW, they made a huge deal about Ali. And I thought she's going to be the Britt Baker of, yeah, strange.
Yeah, a lot of things didn't really plan out, did it? But yeah, at least this happened, and
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
More no nonsense though. She'd just hoofing the Bunny in the head after going after Penelope.
Yeah.
Good, just no nonsense.
Yeah, it was good.
But now we're going through the gears in Rampage. Things are happening. What-ish.
I wanted to see the bunny just randomly become like a Josie wrestling chat. Just having to go over there and like, I've got to go, what? How long's the flight? Like, she'd been fuming. That would have been great.
The butcher and the Billy like, bring me back some wabbit.
Yeah.
Because they'll cut it open because they're butchers, aren't they?
Butchers, yeah.
Wabbit.
Wagyu beef.
This year, like, makeup on the table. Wabbit wax. Lee Moriarty and Big Bill win a squash match against some local lads.
That's Clayton Bloodstone and Izzy James,
Sorry.
actually.
Clayton Bloodstone's a hell of a wrestling name.
That's
what I wrote down.
The Warlock
Moxie
of Firetop
Bloodstone.
Mount.
Kip Sabian's mystery opponent, Orange Cassidy, because Kip Sabian is rubbish.
He refused the title shot.
Yes,
He's
revealed.
not very well, right?
Yeah.
The
Well, you know
whimsical
that.
Kip needs a little
at
glass
the
of
end-
magic potion.
At the end, it was revealed
That's
that
what
he
we
was
call it.
fine. He ate a berry and he was fine, like in Pokemon.
So the opponent for Orange Cassidy is revealed to be, surprisingly, Trent Seven. What are you doing here? From the England. Because apparently Tony Khan said he was in the area. What?
Was he?
Yeah. They were what?
Do the borders of Wolverhampton extend to Pittsburgh? Or wherever they were?
Yeah.
Not Pittsburgh, that was a
no, yeah,
SmackDown.
yeah.
Damn
He might
it,
have
damn
been in
it.
town seeing Pete. Pete might live there.
Yeah, I think they were in Texas.
All right there, Pete.
Because Dustin did the bullhorns. They must be in Texas, yeah.
Cassidy wins, but Kip attacks him afterwards, and then the commentators say, "Oh, he's not even hurt." And
Why didn't he take the title shot then, Kip?
yeah, and then convinces Trent to join in until Dustin Rhodes makes the save. A nice snap power slam.
I have to question Kip's overall strategy in the AEW landscape. What's he doing?
To make QT Marshall look good.
It is baffling. Everything that Kip is baffling. I don't know what else you say about Kip than he is baffling.
He's got lovely hair.
Yes,
He has got nice hair.
That's all I can get him.
He's very whimsical.
he is. He's a lovely looking man. But he needs to get a better strategy.
I think Tony's booked him going, God, he's gorgeous. I'm going to book you horribly.
But then he makes
you pretty man.
Someone's making him say things like, "Don't think I don't notice the absence of your costumed pest."
And then it's going
Why
to
do you
go,
make me speak like that, man?
Orange Cassidy goes, yeah.
That was about Danhausen, by the way. He's
Yeah.
the costumed pest.
Oh,
That could
was
be a
it-
few-
was
bunch
it
of them.
Was it this episode where Danhausen interrupted Mark Henry? That was good.
Yeah.
When he went like,
Oh, I guess it was.
now
yeah.
it is enough of the talking. He just floats into frame. I like that.
we learned some stuff about Trent's history in this match from the commentators. The origins of Trent date all the way back to Wolverhampton in 985 AD.
Oh. What?
So whatever that means.
Oh, the river.
I don't know.
No, I thought you said the history of
Nottingham.
wrestling in Wolverhampton.
I thought it was
I
Trent.
thought, wait, I must have misheard him. I thought you said the
I might
history
have
of
misheard
wrestling.
it, Matthew. I
He looks-
mishear things all the time.
The history of Trent.
He looks great for his age.
He looks great,
He's
look
like
at him.
1,100 years old.
I thought they were like, yeah, he's got grey hair. He was born
You
in
had to cut him open
985.
and count the rings. Bloody hell.
To be fair, that would fit in with Kip. Look
Yeah.
at me. I've brought the oldest man in the world to the circus.
Older
Bobby,
than...
Bobby Fish has been rehired.
Where's the lie?
I think I heard in a thing once where Trent Seven was explaining his ring name, and he's named after two rivers, the Trent and the Seven. But then also, that's not actually the reason. I think he was Trent something, and then he changed it to Trent Seven. And I think he went in his Westman's accent, like, just wasn't indie enough. I was like, oh, fair enough, good enough reason. Trent Seven is an indie name.
That sounds all right to me.
I wish he would call himself Liquid Wrestling Trent 7.
That works, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other river names could you call yourself then? Here's my twin brother.
The Tyne.
Weary McTyne, yeah.
Yeah, yes. He's a bit wet behind the ears, but we'll show him. So yeah, I think Trent looked okay. I don't think
He's hitting with the running T's. Oh,
Oh.
That could be if you had a tag team with another T wrestler.
yeah, the
Yeah,
T's.
From
yeah.
the Northeast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tyne T's connection.
So we came out, you could tell that they'd edited the hell out of his initial entrance because there was like, wow, fake crowd noise, and they zoomed in, trying not to show the crowd, and it seemed really overproduced. Me looking at
Really?
that. To me, it looked like the crowd were like, right.
Surely
but
they've heard
when
of
he's
Trent Seven. Are we?
He's not that
Are we
big-
skewed because he's in the UK?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, we've got a biased opinion because we know who the bloody hell he is. But when he started doing his thing, and he's very good at it because he's camper than a box of frogs and mad with it, so we can do a lot of stuff. It's like getting to him. The crowd was a lot more welcoming to him. But at the beginning, you could tell it's like they're like, that was the mystery, was it?
Trent Seven's one of the best wrestlers at looking punch drunk.
Yep.
His legs go like he's like a boxer.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's like a crap boxer.
From the
good way.
1900s.
Yes.
He did a couple of good moves. Like his reverse, like the DDT into like a tilt-a-whirl side slam thing,
Yep.
and his twisting pile driver.
Yeah.
Up the twisting pile drivers. Very nice moves.
Yeah.
He did well. And he's got a graphic now on Rampage for tonight's Rampage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tag match, right?
Like one of them, like a box.
Yeah, of course it is. Fair enough.
Yes.
And now it's time for our highlight of Ring of Honor Final Battle. Jack, what have you got?
I'm going to go for the pure title match between Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia.
Ooh.
I enjoyed their manipulation of the expected rules of the pure championship where they were using closed fists. But it was like, normally in Ring of Honor Pure, when you go back on Honor Club and watch the archive, which is now a thing, and if you watch those pure matches, they build so slowly and then like, too many rope breaks for you, or you've used a closed fist, but that's already like 20 minutes into the match. They wasted no time. Like they were punching each other straight away. And it was like, you've lost your rope break now because you've punched him. And I thought, yes, play it in later on where you had to crawl out the ring rather than use the rope break. I enjoyed the finish by referee stoppage. It felt like I was in Oberhausen, Germany, at the Ambition tournament. What?
How do you know about these things? Who told you these?
411 Mania reviews it every year.
I see. Right.
It felt like I was watching a long version of a match from Bloodsport or Ambition.
From a better company, I agree.
Wow. And I enjoyed it.
Good, man.
Yes.
Ah, lovely.
Good for
Ross, what did you think?
My highlights were the FTR versus the Briscoes.
Yes.
Just because it was very good. It was a double dog collar match. I learned that the dates on FTR's arses is because that's when they rocked up last year at the same event, but 1 year and a day apart. That's some interesting stuff, isn't it? Harewood? Marlon Harewood.
Harewood, yeah.
Wrapping the chain around his head for a diving headbutt. I thought was very good wrestling. The ref blading. I've written down send
ref
for the
bled?
mat. The ref bled.
The
yeah.
ref bled a lot.
He bled a
He
lot.
bled
It was like
loads.
John Moxley in
It was
there.
bad.
Like a little John Moxley.
Yeah, it was on the Muta scale.
For some reason, just because I knew I was going to be sat next to you, I've put ref blade and send for the man. That's not how it goes.
No.
Paramedic.
It's been a while since I used to play the Razor Gator theme, which is this really catchy theme for razors. There used to be a meme back in the day. Anyway, that's really boring. Shut up, Matthew. Ross, carry on.
Wheeler pulling Mark off the top rope onto the chairs on the floor was probably the spot of the entire match. Jay with one hell of a pile driver onto Marlon Harewood, straight onto the chains once again. And I enjoyed Cash just shouting, effing murder him.
Yes.
And then just to build the pile of chairs for a superplex spot. And then the final spot where they redid the FTR thing but couldn't quite get there because the chains were being yanked. Lots to like.
I liked the commentary when the Briscoes made their entrance and Caprice Coleman said to Ian Riccoboni, or the other way around, you know what those jackets are? That's when they slaughter animals back at their farm in Delaware. That's what they use.
Yeah.
They're their blood jackets. And I thought, hey, the Briscoes might win this one. And they did.
Yeah, because that's why they wear the Confederate flags, because they're from the southern state of Delaware.
Where is Delaware? Is that the one
Not
off the
in the
bottom of
south.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Then why are they all like, reach for the sky?
Yeah, it's a bit confused, isn't it?
Huh.
It's a cool rootin' tootin' cowboys.
Root to Coons from Delaware.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has
Yeah.
Delaware got like a... Where's Delaware? What?
Google where Delaware is.
Okay.
Well, that's about my highlight.
But they're from Delaware. They're proper...
Right.
They
act like they're like, the fabulous Freebirds. It's like,
the theme tune goes, reach for the sky. What?
yeah.
Toy Story fans.
If anyone's from Delaware, please...
There's a snake in
Oh, no, hang on.
Pew, pew.
No, it's the one off Maryland. And I think Maryland counts as below the Mason-Dixon. Oh, I don't know.
What? No, Delaware. That's not near Maryland. That's the Midwest.
What is Maryland? No, Maryland's on the East Coast, just down.
All right, but
It's near Washington,
but
D.C.
Delaware's near Philly.
Why haven't you got your
It's
map out
probably
yet?
between...
It's at that-
It borders...
Oh, wait a minute.
hang on. It
My
borders...
God, an actual reason to look at this.
It borders Maryland to the south and west, Pennsylvania to the north. So it's in between the two.
Delaware on the right
And
there.
New Jersey.
Which one?
Up. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, PA,
Down,
right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Delaware.
It's like
and what part of the country is that?
It's in between the north and the south.
In between the north and south of what?
America. I don't know. Well,
Right,
no, like,
anyway.
it's not the north.
Geography
south,
and wrestling,
the north
two things
south
we know
divide
nothing
isn't
about.
just a horizontal line across America. It's all like higgledy-piggledy.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the Civil War though, so I'm
Well,
scared.
you and the Briscoes are. So, my highlight of the show was, and again, it's so weird saying this, Chris Jericho in the main event, not just because he lost, but because he lost to the Giant Swing. And I thought it was a magnificent finish.
Did you
and
like
idea
that?
to do it.
I liked it as well.
I also liked an AEW fan account on Twitter going, "Lol, what is this? How would that even hurt you? It's just swinging around." And Jericho quoting it going, "You stupid idiot. It does this to your back, your legs, you can barely breathe." And that's why I tapped out, because I was in agony. Stupid idiot fan account.
Like a more angry William Regal explaining why a move hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, and ideally in a perfect world, the way I would have booked it was Jericho just vomiting everywhere and going,
That
and,
would
you
have
know,
been
just
class.
stop it.
Front row getting covered.
Yeah, it's like Kunago's milk. But that was good enough. And I thought at first it was weird. Wait, Claudio gets another shot after losing. And he's like, yeah. It's like, okay. But they've got off Jericho. That thing's just come to an end because Ring of Honor challenges. It's getting away with things, moving on. Great. Okay.
Commentary really sold it as like a battle for the soul of Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were really happy when Claudio won, so yeah. I liked it.
Well, yeah, because he would have been a sports entertainer if he lost.
Oh, you would have had to join
One of those dirty boys.
I was getting a bit excited for the return of the Real Americans.
Yeah. Or like Tuxedo Claudio.
Yodeler.
Yodeling, yep.
Rugby man.
Or in 5 languages he says like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the classics. NXT Deadline.
Oh, aye.
Roxanne, you don't have to lose at the dead. Oh, Roxanne, you don't have to lose at the deadline.
Thank you.
I tried there. I don't know why.
You know what I learned this week about Sting, the music version? Big Gordon. He gets all the royalties from I'll Be Watching You, the police song, but he also gets all the royalties from the Puff Daddy.
Oh, yeah, it samples it.
Yeah, because he did.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. It's one of these things that comes to
No, but there was a big hoo-ha about it because it was that
Oh, was it?
close that they took it and didn't ask
I
permission or
thought that
whatever.
they
So he
would have
gets
definitely
Oh,
asked
he didn't ask
permission.
permission.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
that's
Oh, wow.
shocking. That,
Gordon
right.
gets
I would have
everything
thought
from
that
there.
they 100% asked permission. It's the same song.
Aye.
It's like a Bittersweet Symphony. The Rolling Stones get all the royalties to that because they sampled something from a Rolling Stones song.
Really?
They didn't ask.
Shut up.
I
I thought that was just a classical piece of music.
Right, it sounds like it. It's the introduction to, I forget the name of the song, but it's Rolling Stones one. And
I can't
apparently
get
again,
no
asked, so Yeah. So if you ask permission, it's all right. But
know what else I
if
learned?
you keep it secret for years, like Eminem when he sampled some obscure person,
For which song?
you don't with Shady.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
'cause
why?
Shady
He
will
do-
flipping-
Yeah, it's like.
Oh, I just thought that was
Apparently, some composer.
Wow.
Wait, what? That was on a
I thought
Eminem
that was
album?
just like a typical Dr. Dre beat.
Right.
Because it sounds like it. It
Yeah.
sounds like a nothing but a G thing.
Yeah,
Baby, what
it,
do
it,
you
it
know?
sounds like make it so easy, baby. It sounds like it's really easy just accidentally not realize you do this, or just go, we'll chance it. Who's gonna
Oh
know?
man, there's one. I watched one of those YouTube videos where it's like, here's songs that sound really like other songs you've never heard of. And I'm a big Green Day fan, but American Idiot sounds so much like this random like Mexican like ding 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 ding. Hey, and then I
I think
like,
some
oh.
musicians have said like, there's only so many notes you can play. in
Noel
fairness.
Gallagher said there's only like 7
that was
chords. or
Noel,
something,
right?
Yeah. But then Oasis are bad for it.
Well, what was it?
They stole the Coca-Cola advert for Shaker Maker. I've been riding in my car. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. They've just
Oh yeah, actually.
Also, this
the ones that won. What was that? Was it Pop Stars? The first series.
Girls Aloud.
No, it was
Will
Pop
Young?
Stars. No, that was
Pop
Britain's
Idol.
Got Talent, wasn't it? Or Pop,
Pop
Idol.
Idol.
What's Pop Stars?
That was the group.
Are Pop Stars the rivals?
Was that it? Yeah, the one
Yes,
that
sir.
around the world. Yeah, their song was a complete rip-off of Oasis.
Pure and
Around the World.
Simple?
Yeah.
Pure and simple, all around the world.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God,
it's such a rip-off.
I would have been a similar time.
Hey, I was always a bigger One True Voice fan.
Yeah.
I
S-
follow my
Simple
heart.
Trust or something.
Yeah.
Was
Your
it?
sacred trust in me.
What a tune.
The
How
lads
did,
walking down the quayside.
how did they not beat Girls Aloud?
Boys are better than girls, right?
They are usually, but not here on NXT
Wait, you
Deadline.
can't just say
No,
they are
that's a
you.
segue. Don't interrupt me when I'm doing the bit. No, you get.
More big music news. You know, you
Oh,
turn,
okay,
on a
never
Mac,
mind then.
turn on a Mac and it goes, duh.
Yeah.
That's apparently the final note of either the album or the song about walruses by the Beatles.
I am the walrus.
What? It's your thing like Jack with film. You know the Beatles, that Walrus song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Walrus one.
Owen's like me with film the ways of music. He likes like 2 bands. It's really funny. One of them is the Beatles.
I don't know if it was the album itself or just
Right.
the song.
Yeah.
But it's something about walruses.
I am the.
Henneman
NXT
Walrus coming soon.
Wrestling. Roxanne Perez wins the Women's Iron Survivor match, and God is Booker T happy about this. I thought
he was laughing before I realized he was crying.
Yeah, I mean, you do that thing when you get so emotional where you go,
It was nice, though.
You know what, though? We'll talk about the actual match itself. When we saw the build-up and it was just Shawn Michaels going, we're going to have a new match. It sounds like a chainsaw getting revved up and all this
He
stuff.
was so sexy, man. What happened? Age,
man. Happens to all of us, mate.
It doesn't happen to everyone. Some older wrestlers. Triple H looks good.
Oh, we'll tell him you said that.
No, he's the
Next
sexy
press conference
one.
we don't get invited to. So
we did get invited to it at Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Tom was there, sounding like Shawn Michaels. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Triple H. I've got this idea for an Iron Survivor match.
Triple H just turned into a steak bake. Shawn's here?
Not now, Tom. I mean,
The Iron Survivor matches. So I was like, what's this going to look like? Is it going to be any good? I was really impressed by the setup for this, looking like real sports with the graphic at the bottom of the screen letting you know who had won how many, and also the timer. And also, when somebody was in the penalty box, that they came with a little separate timer for them. And it's like, wow, like watching a proper sports thing, not a silly bollocks thing for once. And I thought this worked so well.
Oh my God.
I was so like, this will just be a weird little gimmick. I'll have to put, NXT on a Saturday. I just want to chill and play God of War. I was like, wait, this is actually really fun.
I thought it was so, I thought it was going to be so convoluted.
Right?
The only minor criticism, I think, is that 90 seconds is too short a time, because by the time they got in the box, there was only 30 seconds left in this.
Yeah, they got to hobble the way around the ring while the timer's going.
The ref has to drag them in the box. If they could just hit with a finisher, the ref's like, right, how are they?
My main criticism was the fact that Roxanne was the only baby face. So it was really a bit of an obvious winner because Mandy being the champion. That was my only thing. I didn't realize at the time.
But in the main event, you could say that Axiom was the only babyface.
Correct.
I think.
Yeah, actually. It was one of
that means
babyface reactions.
one of the 4 heels could have won. I didn't realize how good Kiana James was. Her footwork was off the scale.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was so intense.
Yeah.
She's like Brock Lesnar.
Of the business world.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't take any bumps. She on the commentary they were saying this, like, do you think she's been overlooked or overshadowed by some of the other women in this match? And Booker was like, absolutely.
Yeah, Booker T also said Cora Jade walks along the same lines as the fabulous Moolah. That's a direct quote there from Booker T.
No, exactly.
I thought.
No, it's Mr. Current Affairs, are you, Turkish?
I thought Zoe Starks was a highlight as well.
Yeah.
Not Starks. Zoe Stark, sorry. I keep on. Sister of Ricky. She was good. She played she was almost like the one that the others had to keep down. She was like ruling the roost, I think. Yeah.
I like the finish as well. Cora looked like she was going to get the leveler, but she couldn't quite get there.
Yeah.
As Roxanne rolled out. And I thought Booker T's tears were weird.
I thought something because he's been. It's one of the highlights of his NXT commentary, which I know isn't saying much, but in fairness, he's been going like, yeah, I trained her she wanted to be a wrestler at 7 years old. I trained her for relative wrestling all the way up, so it's like seeing someone literally evolve before your very eyes. And I thought that was nice. But the highlight of the match was the fact that it was wrestled a different style to a lot of matches we see on TV every week, where the importance of the match was trying to get a pinfall or a submission.
It was a real
emphasis
contest.
was actually so every opportunity it's like, oh, now trying to go for it. There were loads of pinfall and submission attempts, or rather than focusing on spots and moves, and it was so refreshing to see
believe
this.
how well it went. I genuinely.
I'm like,
couldn't
I'm
believe
really enjoying this.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like, oh no, then they're going to go for a tower. No, there's none of that. It was just like, I want to pin you to a move.
The only two you can label that not happening with was Zoe and Roxanne right at the start when they were doing rest holds, when they were the only two in there.
Yeah, but obviously
that's the only thing. Just to add balance, but yeah,
No,
it did go very, very well for the first ever one, remember?
Maybe it is promotion of the year.
I know. It's
This is
a
a main
Hail
roster.
Mary from NXT 2.0.
This will be on the main roster soon, this gimmick.
I can see it being.
Yeah.
Some of probably the best NXT women's match I've seen this year. I was trying to think of any that
Possibly.
I enjoyed this much, but
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like the spooky
Well, no, the
house
triple
one?
threat match
No.
with what's she called, Blair Davenport these days,
Oh yeah,
and
Big Prince,
Satamura
yeah.
and Mandy.
I've always
was a good
forgotten it
one.
happened.
That was very
But
good.
yeah, fair enough then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
Who?
Yeah, on hiatus while Europe's being set up. NXT. Europe.
That's what we're doing now. Yeah. So yeah, and again, just Booker T's emotion because they cut because it's overstuffed with the adverts and stuff because of Peacock having to get proper adverts. I think so. Obviously, like coming soon, NXT Bacon or whatever it is, and then they go back to there, and then yeah, Bookie's like, and he's like, you all right? He's like, go.
Bit of nerve and
he was a nerve.
breakdown at ringside.
I'm like, oh, like genuine human emotion in the wrestling. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
6 weeks of Vic will do that to you.
Ivy Nile and Tatum actually talk about how Julius Creed isn't cleared yet. Ivy says she may have grassed Julius up, but she's just protecting him. Tatum says that despite Ivy's hard exterior, she has a heart as big as her arms.
That is
What
mad.
the hell?
That is mad. Wow. First of all, she's got two of them, like a cow.
I mean, really, if that's the case, and she has got an enlarged heart, she shouldn't be wrestling.
Never mind, sorry.
To us, like the Doctor.
Sorry, Ross.
The Cowie Girls.
I was saying if she has got an enlarged heart, she shouldn't be wrestling. That's a dangerous thing. Many footballers have come down with enlarged hearts.
Yeah.
So get yourself checked out, Ivy, now with your massive heart.
The Cowie Girls interrupt to set up a new rivalry, and the two teams later brawl a toxic attraction to make it a 3-team feud.
Oh, it felt like there was about 5 segments this week where some combination of these teams were brawling. Make the match already.
Yeah. Malik Blade, Edison Offe, and the world's slowest man, Odyssey Jones, try to break it up because they're all nice guys. Yeah, thanks, thanks OJ, appreciate it. Isla Dawn beats Alba Fire after making the referee do a little sicky. Now,
Well, we don't know that it was her for certain.
oh, of course, what a coincidence!
No, wait, no.
What more evidence do you need? She grabbed his calf.
It might have been Papa Shango.
The commentators make a note of saying that's the referee that got attacked or something happened to them.
Spat in his face, didn't she?
Oh, that was it. Yes, got the thing sprayed. So that's the referee. So obviously he's going to be impartial, which shouldn't be happening in a real proper.
It's very
sport like
House of
wrestling.
Black.
They wish.
No, this is Sabrina. This all day. Sabrina the Teenage
I
Witch.
wish. So again, even more spooky characters in WWE because Triple H bloody loves them as much as Shawn Michaels.
And as much as Vince. They all love spooky stuff.
Oh, they're doing so well. It's like, no, Bray Wyatt did when he did the Fun House. The rest of them are a bit meh.
It's clear they've got an idea of ladies from Scotland because they had the pre-match promo package thing, and it was just like, I'm this whimsical witch from all these years ago, and then Alba Fire's like debut promo package was like, I'm fighting for the mothers of the fire or something like that from Scotland. It's like they've got an idea about ladies from Scotland.
I like Isla Dawn's advert. It was basically just a Scottish widow's advert.
They don't think that anywhere in the UK or Ireland.
That's a bank, by the way. Sorry.
They don't think anywhere in the UK or Ireland is like built up, apart from London, which they think is a Victorian steam nightmare. And then
It's
you've
great,
got-
innit? Like-
everything else is like cobbled forests and not cobbled forests. You know what I mean?
No, we do know what you mean.
Like, you've
Sadly,
got
we know
derelict,
exactly
yeah.
what you
Lyra
mean because we see
Valkyria.
this representation every year.
Lyra's keep running through the woods. Oh, she debuted this week.
She's Irish, isn't she?
Yeah. But I said the UK or Ireland. They don't think
Yeah.
any of it. They think Ireland's all forests, and they think the UK is all
Derelict buildings
fields and
witches.
yeah.
Rich Holland in that one pub in Yorkshire watching the wrestling TV.
Which is made of stone.
The only one in the town of Yorkshire.
yeah.
Seamus, I had you on the telly 10 years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching Royal Rumble in pub.
Turn that dart off. We want to watch.
Turn the
wrestling.
Queen's speech off. Put Turt Rumble on.
I thought it was a good match though, because again, like the first match, there was just two lasses trying to win. There was very little razzle dazzle. I know that Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire went off the top rope with a massive spinny thing, but apart from that, it was just like they were trying to just win the match.
I'd agree with you, but also gone.
I preferred Kaylee Ray before she was Alba Fire before she was spooky. I liked Cowie Girl, Kaylee Ray, when she'd come out like in ICW. It's like I like that. Mad Kaylee Ray.
Imagine that showdown for the ages. You got like the housey Cowie Girls, and you got like pure trance monkey Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
You
No
think
chance.
you know how to party?
The Cowie Girls are never seen again.
Whoa, she's having 3 beers. What?
There's three Cowies at once.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's a treble? You know.
I don't think the Cowie Girls do Cowies, and that's a good thing. I'm not.
MDMA.
No, they just pretend to and just post it on Instagram.
They bomb it, don't they? Wrap it up in the wrist.
No,
there.
they don't.
The dealer sells them packets of knickknacks and goes, aye. They pretend to be high. So, what we're talking about. I think the work that they did was just completely nullified by the rubbish finish, which didn't even properly go into it because it was like, oh, I've got the cover. 1, 2, bleh. And it wasn't like the referee vomiting, whatever was happening with the thing, really played into it. It was more, oh, this is happening. Well, the referee's been taken care of. Okay, and then it went back to wrestling, and then she did her thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't properly like, damn it, she has control of the referee, and if she controls the ref, she controls the match. It was just like it kind of happened.
Well,
it was
saved the
really,
match for her,
really
though.
chunkily done.
It stopped her from losing, I guess.
Yeah, but it looked rubbish.
It was silly, wasn't it?
You know what really bothered me as well?
What?
She kind of do the Undertaker eye roll properly.
Yeah.
That really ground my gears, that did.
Just don't do it if you can't do
As
it.
a man who can.
Oh, fair enough.
I try not to, actually. Got a contact lens. It's not worth it.
Imagine Undertaker that for 30 years.
Resting.
Well, when he said it, All Elite Scooby-Doo, that was a bit weird.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't care now, does he? The New Day beat Pretty Deadly to become new NXT Tag Team Champions. In a
Good
result
match.
I did not see coming.
The most shocking result of the year. Bar none.
Um,
I tell you what, the promo package they had before the match about Pretty Deadly just felt like, oh, they're going to the main roster now. That's going to be the debut promo package on the main roster.
yes,
I agree with that.
The veterans controlled the early stages.
I didn't get. Everyone liked the Eddie Guerrero spot, but I didn't, because why would the New Day want to win via DQ? They wouldn't win the belts.
But
Well,
funny,
as we
ha-ha.
saw,
Nice.
as we saw on the NXT Weekly, New Day are a bit odd on
Yeah.
the show.
After this week, the New Day are heel in my eyes.
I was
hate
about
them.
to say, yeah, we're
They're
going to get to
horrible
that.
men who hate England.
They've ruined the Christmas as well.
Yeah, they are.
And mentioned the World Cup.
Yeah, they did.
And Kofi, by the way, when he was having his twerk off with Elton, what he was doing by the end of that twerk off should not have been on my Peacock subscription.
Well said.
Full on missionary, Maffew. Disgusting.
They were on a missionary from God at the end of that. Bloody hell.
Oh,
So,
Missionary impossible this match was for them.
oh,
Hey.
this is turning into a Pretty Deadly promo, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I liked how simple everything they did in the match was, though.
Yep.
Like, New Day were doing the big New Day things, but they were just doing meat and tatties, kick to the gut. One of them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was a bit hard.
Nice slap of the leg underneath the table,
That's
though.
the second time this week I've done that. Just getting Owen's attention the other day, I gave him a clip on the back of the head and did a bit too hard. But then
Owen was being very cocky.
My dad did that too when he was driving me and my brother's mates in a car and they all got out. He mistook which one was him. And he didn't ignore him. He saw my brother like, hey. He went, hey. Turn around. Oh, sorry.
Very good.
that was a bit strange. The final tag. So they did the move, and then Kofi had to tag Woods in to do the fall, even though he was legal man. Kofi was. He could have done the fall himself. What was that about? Was that about symbolism? What was the importance of the tag at the end?
I thought he wanted him to get it.
Is that it? Just because he wanted his friend to have the pinfall? Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yes, because he didn't win. We found out why on the weekly show, didn't we, on Wednesday? Because he had never won the NXT.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
See, I make these notes chronologically.
Of course, which makes sense, doesn't it?
Kofi now holds the record for the most individual tag team reigns.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
No, he doesn't.
what?
No, see, Booker T on commentary.
Oh, does he not?
I've done research.
Well, who does?
Booker T claimed he's got 16. Booker T's got a massive issue with the New Day, and I don't know why.
Oh.
You just watch what if you go back
Why,
and watch
did Booker T say this? I was
on the
thinking
weekly on the Wednesday show,
Oh.
not on Deadline. On the
All
Wednesday
right.
show, he's like, no, he's not. I've done googling. It's me. I've got 16. He just sat there with a face like a smacked arse. It was
So
incredible.
he hates the New Day?
Yeah, I think it might stem from... I was trying to think of a reason. I googled like New Day and Booker T.
How many Booker T?
And it came from... check it out. Well. And it came out when Big E I was going for the title. Booker T was like, he needs to be more serious.
Oh, yeah, that time when Booker T would just say anything.
Yeah, like King Booker, World Heavyweight Champion, telling Big E needs to be more serious. So I think it might come from there, because I couldn't find any other heat sources when it comes to New Day and Booker T.
I mean, I think Booker's been already proven wrong by how popular the New Day are.
Yeah. And the fact he was World Heavyweight Champion as King Booker.
Yeah.
All hail. All hail. So, if we're talking WCW... Are we just talking WWE?
I
we
assume
can't be
WCW as well, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, well, hang on. If we're talking WWE, then... Well, he won the World Tag Team Championship 3 times. Can you name me his 3 different partners he had?
Yes. Gold Dust.
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Test?
Yep. He's very surprised you remember the other one because it was very fleeting.
Well, yeah.
Rodney Man.
04, I believe.
Oh, it's RVD?
Yeah, it is.
Was it?
Well done. Get it up, yeah. So there's 3 of them. Tag Team Championship 10 times. 10 times with Stevie Ray. So that's 13.
Wow.
TNA World Tag Team Championship.
No, Booker.
With Scott
hates the
Steiner.
New Day.
14.
He hates the New Day.
You can't use your TNA tag team title. Ring.
Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
God.
Hang on, mate.
Yes, Booker T.
Oh, come
And the
on now.
GWF, the Global, when they were first starting off.
Stop.
3 times with Stevie Ray.
Stop.
That comes to 16, all of those titles.
Is he going to count as GCSEs as well? Come on, lad.
Fantastic. So we can confirm now that Kofi is indeed the most reigning title.
Well, at
holder.
least in WWE.
Yeah,
Come on.
15. Good on him. Booker T hates
I
the
love
New
that.
Day.
He does. He hates the New Day. Wow.
So great. Anyway, so yeah, it was, they wrestled it a nice, simple, silly way. I was expecting to win the titles, so that's interesting for them. And also it seems that they're keeping New Day just brawling under, while obviously the Usos do their thing on the main brand.
Yeah.
It's good. Good usage of the third brand.
More attention on NXT. Yeah.
I felt like a bit of an audition as well, putting Pretty Deadly in there with the New Day, because they were one of the teams mentioned, weren't they, by Michaels?
I really got the sense when they were doing the big announcements before the match and both teams are posing and like taunting each other. I was like, I bet the New Day love Pretty Deadly in real life. Like they seemed like they were all having a good time.
And one of our own Newcastle upon Time lad.
Yeah, but they were talking about how they were the pride of Essex quite a lot, and I was like, well, that's not really Newcastle, but
It's kind of heartbreaking, but oh well. Drew Goulet says he's come to NXT to scout for allies. Damon Kemp tells him to watch his match on Tuesday because he's going to absolutely batter Delightful Hudson.
yes.
Drew wants people to help himself and also to help him do things as well.
Yeah, two-way
Yeah.
street. But he didn't realise, Damon Kemp, that he was coming up against 80s Hulk Hogan. We'll get to it, but
know.
wow, what a match. It was.
He's so full of SHIT.
Who?
Delightful Hudson.
No,
No.
He's a...
Oh, that's his way of letting us know that he's a wrong one because he's impersonating Hulk Hogan.
dominated.
That's good
He
journalism.
dominated that match. Anyway, we'll get to it.
There's some analysis coming your way for
Okay.
that segment that you'll not be
Oh,
able
I
to
hope
hold.
so.
Yeah. You're
Right
not-
here on the award-winning Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
You're not ready for this, Jelly.
And then the main event.
We
Braun
didn't mention the
God.
countdown to New Year, by the way. You know, those
New Year's
promo
Evil, right?
on the 10th it is, though, New Year's Day in NXT land. It's on the 10th. It's like Chinese New Year. But there was a promo package and there's a lady dressed in high heels and what. I reckon that's Tiffy Stratz. Gotta
she's
be.
back.
She had
Oh,
blonde
yeah.
hair,
Yeah.
the promo package. So it's got to be Tiffy Stratz.
We know one person it isn't, so.
Who?
Mandy.
Oh, Mandy.
You came and you
Seamless.
Speaking of seamless, Bron Breakker retains
Ooh.
the NXT title
Fisherman.
against
Despite-
Apollo Crews.
Despite the vision.
Hang on, have we missed?
We'll miss the men's
Yeah.
Iron
Oh, yeah,
Survivor.
sorry. Did I just not write it down?
Well, this is a short show.
Oh, sorry. Grayson Waller won the...
Grayson Waller won.
And it was
Brilliant.
one of my favourite matches of the whole year in
Yeah.
any promotion. Is that
Oh,
is that
okay.
crazy
No.
to say?
No,
I
look,
thought
we're allowed to like NXT 2.0.
everybody was on form. Joe Gacy got in the match. I was like, and he was the best Joe Gacy performance I've ever in WWE.
His lariats were
Oh
like,
my God.
he could fit in all Japan
Yeah.
with those lariats. Springboard.
Well, you would
on
know,
those.
Mr.
Yeah, I
History
would. I am Mr. All Japan.
Joe Gacy versus Jun Akiyama. Book it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now.
He'd hit you.
Tenryu,
He'd hit
Joe
you.
Gacy's wears that. Let me tell you.
He'd hit you and you go, Baba.
Baba boo.
Oh, he's my bad. Anyway,
we talking about? Yeah, so
the Jack Grealish.
I
chat.
don't think
Jack
this. I don't
Joe
think this
Gacy.
match is. I think it was good as the women's one because they were.
Oh, no, I thought it was-
Oh no.
Oh.
And I'll say why. Because they were like doing their thing and doing the wrestling spots and it felt like every other bloody match with
Really?
wrestling around the stipulations.
Oh, I massively disagree.
However,
Okay.
in terms of character work, Grayson Waller
Oh my God.
just stole the bloody thing.
Put that in your 5, bitch.
And then, mate, Grayson, don't do that to Booker. No.
Pan across, and Booker is just—he didn't move. It's just his eyes went. He just went.
It's real to Booker. Don't do that,
Yeah,
Grayson.
I thought he was going to actually
Yeah.
kick him.
His entrance into the match was second place in movement.
They're
of the
all
week.
down.
What was his entrance?
Double stunner.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
aye.
JD, because he's through more headbutts this match than bloody Zinedine Zidane. I'm surprised he
two
can
then.
still walk then.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, guess what? All right, pins all of them, and then just like runs away like an idiot.
The bit at
and
the
then obviously
end-
still at the very end.
The
which
bit
is,
at the end when Hayes is chasing him and Grayson pulls JD's body out of the ring because he can't
because he
hit
don't want to
him
get
as well.
See that I thought, yeah, the action was better in the women's match, but the character
I thought the
story
two-
building was way better.
I
in
thought
this
the
one.
two matches worked together well because the women's one kind of laid out these are the rules, this is how it works, and then the men's one took it in a slightly different direction. It was like when the two rumbles work well in a year because they're slightly different
In theory,
in theory. I'd love this.
Like
match.
this year, we get a good women's one and a crap men's one.
Deciding to
was-
batter JD McDonough at any opportunity.
He was on something.
He was on smoke, as they say.
Because the tope he did at the start when he lands on his head was just
Oh my God, yeah.
just the beginning. What he was doing in that match was unbelievable. It was good to see though, because like he was definitely like the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the round peg in the square match.
Yeah.
The one who should maybe be there.
Oh, okay.
He won the
Yeah.
qualifier.
I know he won the
as well,
qualifier, but
Is it, no, but that's what I mean. He was like the late.
Oh, yeah.
edition.
Presenting wrestler who's not winning this match.
that's what I
He
mean.
was,
Yeah.
but he was like Spider-Man.
Yeah. The trio stuff by Mello, JD, and Axiom as well was good. And also Mello's leg drop for the finish.
Yeah.
Being made to look murderous, even though Mello didn't profit from that.
Mello should just be like IC champion now. He's so good. And we'll get to it, but I think he's got a grievance with his boy Trick. I think Trick's been a dick to him recently.
He was on this episode.
Yeah.
We need to say congratulations to Trick
Oh.
because he's won the Prince Promo of the Year award.
What?
He's the promo prince of 2022.
Who's
Trick?
who's this?
I'm
know
taking
what?
a chance here because I'm going on Instagram again after last week. Matt Hardy this week. Thank God for that. Oh no, Charlotte Flair.
It's just wrestling. It's fine.
Who was I looking for? Trick.
I forgot about last week, yeah.
Trick Williams, WWE. Matrick Belton. There he is. 2022. What? I didn't click on that.
No, you clicked on the other one.
What's that? What?
No, that'll just be the picture. Yeah, go on.
Look at him with Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
He is the. Where's the picture of? I just want the picture.
no.
Bloody. Kanye West flashed up everybody there.
No, I didn't.
The
Moving on,
2022 NXT Prince of Promos Award.
Is that like an internal awards? They
I
do
assume
then?
so, or maybe
Yeah.
one he's just made up to laugh at Carmelo with.
Maybe.
Oh, that'll be good, yeah.
That yeah.
He's someone that, again, we don't have promo of the year for the
we got
culties.
most charismatic though.
Look at
But-
him, what a stallion.
Yeah, the pair of them. I mean, the battle he had with Ricochet.
Yeah.
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 Say, what was it? Like, don't give him the mic, he might hurt himself with it. He was like, oh, man, just, yeah. Anyway, so they're great. Braun Breaker retains the NXT title against Apollo Crews. Grayson Waller ambushes him during a celebration, holds up the belt afterwards. Now, what did you think of this, Ross?
What we're talking about, sorry, because I was
The
looking at
main
Trick.
event.
The main event of the
Yeah.
evening.
The
I
Fisherman
thought
Derby.
The Fisherman Derby. It was understated, in my opinion. But I guess it had to be after what we just saw from the Men's Iron Survivor match, because you're not going to match that, are you, when there's just two of you in the ring? I like the battles off with the sort of... Both of them are strong, as we know, so they did test the strength. Both of them are quick as well, so they did quick things also. And also they did headlocks and standing suplexes. They would do anything you can do, I can do better. That was the story of the match, and that's what they did. Breaker's swanton over the top rope. That was sweet AF. My dogs, I've written down there. Apollo with the visions in his head and the breathing and the lip licking needs to be brought up here because that didn't land for me. Him, yeah. It's
I
like he's
didn't mind
rocked
it. He's
he's
like,
rocked up in-
oh, it's so close I can taste it.
He's
Like
rocked
that
up-
fish I had last
No,
week.
he was having visions in his head, and that was making him.
They should have.
Pervy.
In Vince McMahon's will, it would have be like him going, and then like the ooh, the big thought bubble here. Yay, I'm the champion.
But that was the interesting thing as well, because we haven't seen his
That
vision
visual.
come true.
Maybe
yet.
it's later then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Things that
yeah.
make you go, huh?
I like this show, you know.
I thought it was a good show.
I like the match. I like the main event. I like it was they treated Apollo Crews like he was someone who could win, who deserved to be there. They put him on TV as someone who should be there because he took on JD Madonna and beat him. It was like, oh, wasn't
Next
expecting
champion,
that.
in, by the way, you know.
Yep.
JD.
JD.
Him or Grayson,
Yeah.
because obviously Braun's going to go up soon, surely.
I'd rather it was Grayson because he's so unlikable, if that makes sense.
I think
But
Grayson's more main roster ready.
he is, isn't he? He's
And
more
JD.
because he's more. Well, they clearly push him loads as well. He's all over the product all the time. So yeah.
But I guess Apollo is now he's on the same level as Braun because he was just step for step all the way until the finish, which came out of nowhere. But I guess that was the point.
And it's one of these shows where I went, it was an alright show, apart from, I liked nearly everything on the show. No, it was a good show. Yeah, what the hell's wrong with me?
I'm excited for next year's NXT Deadline.
Yeah.
This isn't us taking the piss either.
Oh, yeah,
no.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes we make fun of this thing, but no,
It's
do
not
we
as-
like the Iron Survivor Challenge?
It's not as funny when it's good.
Right?
Damn.
Don't worry, we've got Raw next.
At least the character work on NXT is still out of this world, like crazy.
You said it.
It shows they've got geniuses working there, though. Because obviously, AEW, I don't want to do the divide thing, but let's go there. I'm going for it, right? I'm balls deep now. Because they've been trying to come up with new match concepts because they're a different company. But still, the old company are coming up with the new match concepts that slap. No cap.
That's true.
Slap AF. You know what I mean, though? Like, the Iron Survivor as a concept worked unbelievably.
It's true.
Yeah.
I agree. Raw. Dominic Mysterio. Whoa. Mysterio. Alexa Bliss beats Bayley to become the #1 contender at the Raw Women's title. Belair congratulates Bliss and they hug. But Bliss almost hits Sister Abigail before stopping herself. And Belair just hang around there for a few seconds doing nothing.
She would have reversed that. Quick Northern Lights. Bye.
She was stunned. What hugs this? This match, considering Bliss has been a bit lukewarm and she seemed to get banged up a bit after landing on her head on a hurricane. It still went all right.
Yeah.
She was like a bit wobbly in a few things, but she was able to do all the flip off the apron, come off the top and all that stuff. And the crowd were like, oh, yay, she won. Hooray. That's something new. And the pop she got for the, tease. That was encouraging.
Yeah, it was like it was 2017 again. The aggression, the sassiness was off the page like it was back then. Straight away at the start of the match was just the sunset bomb. You're thinking, bloody hell.
Yeah.
You pulled your finger out your arse for the first time in a while, young lady. It's a turn of phrase. But there was a little flash on the Tron before the Sister Abigail attempt, which was
there?
obviously interesting. Yeah, the way they had the camera framed. It was on...
Yeah, exactly. It showed up very nice. And
what if it's linked to this Bray Wyatt stuff, maybe? I've just thought.
No, that was it. Because if you slowed it...
I wasn't genuine.
If you slowed it down, it went, it's me, Bray Wyatt.
She did this because of me.
Yeah.
I control her. Ha, ha, ha. By the way, Bo Dallas was always the Fiend.
But again, this feels... Because it's been a few weeks now where we've seen a little flash. Yeah. And then Alexa Bliss, and then Alexa Bliss is being like, so it's just been a continuation of that. It's not really furthered anything again.
Yeah, as Kim was saying, it's amazing. Well, not amazing, but like I'm very impressed, I should say, by the amount of people that really love this type of like. All right, I'm watching Raw. You write that down on my essay. A lot of people really like that.
I'd say 4 weeks tops of that, but it feels like we've had more than 4 weeks now. It was happening in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Whenever that was.
He was either able to project himself or he had to get a plane there.
And I think as well that I hope that whatever happens, it doesn't result in Bliss beating Bianca. I hope it just happens after the match and Bianca's won. Because I don't think that Bliss is the person to take the belt from Bianca. That's got to be someone else.
Rhea, gotta be.
Yeah.
Mommy!
Yeah. That's right.
Mommy howdy.
Howdy.
Mommy, how are you?
I'm Cowboy Bray. Howdy.
Howdy.
I love that moment so much.
Yeah. That's a film I've seen. Toy Story.
Good. Backstage, Styles and Gallows laugh at Alpha Academy for what happened on SmackDown. Gable says AJ... Actually, no, that's not true. They were laughing at something different. And he went, hey, what are you laughing at? You laughing at me, weren't you? He goes, no. But what happened to you was funny.
They were laughing at an Anderson thing that he'd sent them from Japan while he was taking care of business over
Picture
there.
of his arse. Gable says AJ is a dinosaur just like Kurt Angle. So they have a match and Styles wins.
Styles wins, yeah.
They type that.
Hate this. Chad deserves better.
Yeah.
He said punny live on Raw. Byron, I forget what Byron said at the start of the thing. But he's like, that's punny from you, Byron. See, both of us can do that. Wordplay. Prick. Byron Saxon's not a prick.
We've heard reports that Byron Saxon's a very nice man.
Strong handshake.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
When they came back from Cardiff, all the lads were in the press bit were really, really had glowing things to say about Byron Saxton.
Aww.
Little Andy loved his handshake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he had a good, strong handshake.
He's got the hands of a sheep herder.
Oh, God.
Hey, how many sheep do you think there are in the world?
Northern boys love gravy. The match itself, though, I thought in kayfabe, at least we've got something to cling on to now because Gable is close to being the equal of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Ooh. Right up until the end of the match where they did the sort of roll through thing and Styles reversed that into a Styles clash in one fell swoop. But again, he's just too good for being a glorified enhancement role. As I feel like I've said in many videos this week.
You have. It's that story Scott Hall told. He said the best advice you ever gave me. I think he was talking to Terry Funk. I think Terry, you told me watch out making other people look that good because if you keep on doing that, that's all they want you to keep on doing.
Well, yeah.
Those wise words there. But I like Chad. It's just a match on Raw, innit? He used to
Yeah.
go shoosh, shoosh, and they go ho, 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 like that in the background. And on a paycheck every week. Well done, Gallows and Anderson.
Wait, what was that laugh?
Who the hell was that?
It's really obnoxious.
Got
Who's that
possessed
gonna be?
there.
Was that going to be the OC?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
one of them. Pick one of them.
On the Deadlock podcast, they've been talking about the episode where they make JR join the Kiss My Ass Club. Because apparently he's been laughing at Vince on commentary, but his laugh's so fake, he goes like, ha 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 ha. That's JR's acting laugh.
Don't remember
No,
when we
no,
had-
go on. JR's impression of Vince.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not that.
yeah, yeah.
Have I
What is
got it
it?
on here? It's like, what was that?
Yeah.
The weird
That
delay
end
after.
note was stunning.
Yeah.
Hey, JR, I heard John Lightis tripped over and fell in the snow today. How do you feel about that? The absolute dream team of Akira Tozawa and the Street Profits take on the JD, but sadly they lose.
They do. It made sense, all right, because obviously the Street Profits came to Tozawa's aid last week because he is Akira Tozawa.
It's
That
a
was the
good-
reason they gave.
That's fair. They're just big fans.
Tez taking that spill over the announce table and sort of sliding off the other side into a chair was gnarly AF. Graves, his commentary on Dominic Mysterio is fantastic. He was calling him Caliente this week, like he's Ronaldo or Neymar, and Caliente is Spanish for hot.
Yeah.
It's just the way he's on about. If he can just be like that for everybody, that'd be fantastic. But maybe a bit too much. But for Dominic, it's fantastic. Tozawa wrestling and then just getting the crowd gradually more on board with him. It's just something that should happen for a long time now.
He's really good.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he's a comedy man.
Not anymore.
Now he's serious.
Yeah.
This is promising. It's a step. It's a step in the right direction.
Priest
his hair.
did steal the victory.
Steals one.
Yeah, from the outside with the razors. Well, what's he called it?
The
Oh, God. Honestly, like the laundry dump should have been called. God. All right, it's a bit awkward, this angle. Whatever. Just, stuffed him.
Everyone loved when the Steiners did that back in the day.
That's right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the suggestion of Candice LeRae, Gargano and Loomis.
Oh my god, this went on. This took up. If there was a pie chart of Raw in my head, this took up like over half of Raw.
I hate the Garganos. I hate. Oh, Christmas is the time for giving.
They're just
for being
nice
kind to all
baby
mankind.
faces,
They're just men.
Go away,
Just
man.
innocent
men,
men.
No, man. Imagine being a fan, right?
Wait,
Hold
wait.
me voice.
Go on.
A fan at the merchandise store waiting in the queue. And the two wrestlers waltz on by with their big Louis Vuitton bag filled with money and they buy the entire stall. So you can't buy some merchandise. And then you're not sat in the place where they're giving it away to. I think it's against the spirit of Christmas.
Oh.
The greedy men.
Fair enough.
So we'll just go on this bit in case you skipped it, and we don't blame you if you did. Gargano and Loomis decided to be generous with Dexter's poker winnings because it's the festive season. They clear out a merch. They clear out a merch stall and start handing it out to the peasants.
Exactly.
But the Miz,
it is very performative. It's like when
of course it is.
It's like when an influencer films themselves giving a homeless man some money.
Yes, yeah,
Mind
that's
you,
a good comparison.
It was brilliant that they had that big Louis Vuitton bag full of money and they could only afford the little card of merchandise.
Doesn't say
What are you
much
charging
about
for your merch?
Like,
Well, yeah.
but the Miz attacks him in disguise and runs off with the bag of money. Adam Pearce stops him at the top
And
of the
instead
ramp.
of just just skipping around him, Pierce like blocked him off. He was like, "You're not getting past me."
That's a scrap daddy.
Yeah,
That's right.
it was amazing, like lateral defense.
David Seaman himself, not getting past him.
Yeah,
Orders him to give it back. Miz says he'll do anything to win back his money, even face Loomis in a rematch. Gargano agrees, but wants to make it a ladder match for double or nothing. The wager, not the pay-per-view. Oh, good. Miz argues that he doesn't have cash to match because Maurice controls their finances.
not liquid right now.
I knew there was a catch for him being married to her, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Crowd chanted tiny balls at him and stuff
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
got
Ha,
big
ha.
then
hands.
Gargano admitted that Candice also controls his finances.
Yeah.
Not healthy marriages.
No.
No,
And Gargano started going, hey, Miz, hey, Maurice has got your money. Don't you worry. Say hey. And all the kids joined in,
It's time to end the podcast now.
wearing their Gargano shirts. But he'll find a way to put up the money. Gargano also says that in order to get his rematch, Miz has to help them hand out the rest of the gifts dressed as Santa's little elf. Pierce agrees. It just says here, in capital letters, one word, comedy. How bad do you have
then
to
later
be?
we saw Miz dressed as Santa's little
Yes, we did. How bad do you have to be to come out on Raw, give away free T-shirts to kids, and beat up The Miz, and still barely get a pop from the crowd.
Vince McMahon's back right and Raw. This was confirmation.
The amount of stuff I saw on Facebook and tweets, memes saying Vince McMahon wants to come back, and it was show like I thought it was pictures of him watching Gargano on Raw. Like,
the thing is, the first segment where they're in front of the whiteboard, looking for their bloody money-making ventures, like they're going to clone Pordame, whatever the nerdy name they gave their dog. Was it Pordame?
I don't care.
Yeah, they're going to clone the dog. Pordame.
Padme is the character from Star Wars, but it's got paws.
That doesn't work.
Pordame.
Pordame. That's... Oh.
It's a pun. Little Pordame.
That's a bit rough.
Pordame the...
Right, so what are we doing?
I'm going to do it too.
I was trying to think of but I couldn't think of a drug animal.
Well, another Star Wars dog.
I was going to give a Popper's Pordame. It doesn't work, isn't it? Quaalude.
Quaalude. I wish I was on one right now.
Jar Jar Barks.
No.
That's what we are, yeah.
Right. On the whiteboard, there was a little thing, a man on the moon, and it said "To the Moon." So the teasing debut of Max Moon, obviously.
Yeah.
Not Cameron Grimes, who's going to join there. Well, I thought he would have gone with Corbin just because of money.
He's been rumoured to be...
Money.
Maybe he'll be the person who... The Miz is going to find a way to put up the wager for the match. He's going to take some of... He's going to borrow some money from Cameron Grimes.
That'll be in breach of his WWE contract, and he'll be fired. Much like Mandy Rose.
Albert's going to tell on him.
You can only make money from your contract. Nothing else. And also in the background of the first shot, we had Nikki Cross stalking Candice in the background again because of sanity. That was Danhausen, not...
Oh, I thought Kip Sabian was joining sanity. That's Danhausen.
This is the door opening.
That's what Danhausen sounds like.
That's a film for you to watch, by the way. Shadow of the Vampire, which is... No.
I don't like horror.
No, it's not really.
Okay.
It's a fictional telling of the making of Nosferatu, the very first vampire film. Okay. And they get there and goes, who's playing the vampire? Oh, that's Nosferatu over there. Oh, you're such a good actor. How do you perform this so well? And they're like, I'm really a vampire. And it's like, oh, you're actually a vampire? Is that you're Nosferatu? Yes, that's right.
You sound like my granddad at the minute.
Yeah. He's willing to phone or a lot of makeup, but... But it's, Danhausen based it on that. And I'm like, just a really exaggerated version of that and all the hand movements and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, yeah, you can see it afterwards. It's a really good film, though.
I accidentally maybe did a swear while Maffew was explaining Danhausen.
Jack liked the description so much he swore.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it.
Anyway, so Shadow of the Vampire, or like Shadow of the Wrestler that he used to be, Johnny Gargano. I liked Loomis's drawings. I forgot what a great artist it was. It was a nice excuse. We should have just a merch designed by him. The kids would want that.
How's he got time to maintain his muscular physique and be good at drawing?
Discipline.
In the same lifetime? How's he maxed out those two
categories? With the dumbbell.
How does he do it? Imagining all those matches he has on... Oh, never mind. He's had one.
Boo.
That's my fault.
It's all
he's only just been signed.
It's all the manhunt he does in his spare time.
His drawings are going like crap. Now he's going to have 2 matches a year. Gargano, like I said, I'm not hating Gargano for the sake of hating Gargano. Honest. I know he thinks I hate him for no reason. No, I have a reason.
Well, he thinks that.
Yeah, he was twitching. I thought, hey, Gargano, like, hey, watch me, the guy who hates me now for some reason. I'm like, no, just you and NXT.
No, you've got to have a 5-match series, half-hour long.
The longest matches ever.
Do you project your hatred elsewhere than this podcast for Gargano? In the past?
All I do is defend him now, I think.
I'm worried that
Gargano I think I liked a bunch of, because I think Vanity Search is like every other wrestler. There was lots of people who said way funnier things about Gargano than myself. So I think he's just
I like Gargano.
Yeah, no, I like him. He's just, this isn't the best run ever. It doesn't mean I hate him.
No, this isn't his. Yeah.
Of all the wrestlers out there, all the dodgy stuff they're doing, Gargano liking his kids and being a nerdy kid is not a reason to hate someone right now for me.
No,
I'm sure he's a lovely fella.
He seems to be.
But what he's doing on Monday Night Raw is not tickling my
I'd buy him a drink.
He's also being mean in the storyline to Miz. He doesn't deserve it.
Miz has lost all his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shocking, that Gargano.
In an unhealthy marriage.
Gargano's verging
very
on
attractive.
Seth Rollins, Ricochet, like babyface, like cheeky babyface. And
I swear, I'm actually wanting them to run Philly and did this angle, because the Philly crowd would have absolutely cheered Miz.
You'd have had mixed feelings though, because you hate the city of the noble.
Yeah, but they're going to pass for me for that. Io Sky beat Candice LeRae in a singles match with Bayley. On guest commentary, I'm not entirely sure that's accurate because
Well,
the
yeah.
headset wasn't working.
True.
Well, they either didn't have one at the start, did they? Then they tried to shuffle one in there, then that wouldn't work, so you just
He
gave up.
kept on cutting to Graves, like trying to do the wiring and stuff. He's like, "Well, I'm not a technician," and no one came to help. And it's just so his exciting shot of Graves trying to fix the headset.
Triple H is backstage pissing his pants.
On Twitch last night, I started the stream on my own because Owen was editing the emergency news video because Mandy Rose had been sacked and we just learned about it. So I started the Twitch stream on my own. Couldn't work out how to set up what I wanted to do. So I felt like Corey Graves. I just had to improvise, and I ended up naming all the WrestleMania main events in a row.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Someone, can you do it? And I went, probably. And then I did. And I felt.
Did you get them all?
Yeah, but I felt so. Yeah, but then it was one of those ones where I was like, well, I did know them all, but I feel worse about myself and my life for knowing that.
I think I can do that.
It doesn't matter. It took a while.
I'm doing in my head now, like, if I have any issues, I'll do that.
I tell you what, though, Io was selling her ass off for Candice, the tornado DDT and the poison roll on the floor.
Still
Looked like she killed herself.
All of Damage Control are really
not
good at
good,
that.
yeah.
Bailey was good at that in the Bliss match as well. She made her look great. If you make yourself, then don't look too good, and they'll just want you to do that.
Well said. Backstage, Kevin Owens talks about how dangerous Solo Sikoa is after Riddle's injury last week. Elias turns up and asks Owens to be in his corner tonight, and Kev cannot believe the audacity. The audacity after a song dedicated to Riddle. Well, I don't know the lyrics, but I found the paper.
Elias is a heel. Elias is a heel.
What?
He wrote that song for himself.
Oh,
And then pretended to be, he wrote that. That was a heel thing to do, was it not?
it's a cheeky thing to do.
There was a little nod and Elias loses to Solo and gets beaten down. But Owens runs out for the save just in time. He then stuns Elias anyway to make up the Ezekiel feud. Yeah.
Elias is a heel with his writing, right?
Okay.
Because he
Go
was
on.
just like, nothing happened between us. Let's just be friends. You come and back me up, please, Kevin Owens, who I ruined the life of in the summer.
That's still
nothing
not-
happened.
No,
It's
no,
not
his
officially
brother
acknowledged
did.
That was, yeah.
Then he
They've-
basically
no.
went, we're the same person. Because he was going, if you're telling me the truth now and have been the entire year there, Elias, you and your brother are two different people. He's like, no, let's forget about no, he's a heel this week. The Usos beat him up so bad, they turned him. That's what's happened. Because if it was a babyface thing, the entire thing Elias did this week, he's done. He's finished. Terrible writing for a babyface.
You know what? I hope you're right. And I hope he keeps on doing this. And he goes at a nasty, evil heel, gets the crowd booing him relentlessly again. But he's still sick of it. He goes, me and my brother, we don't like you. And he goes like, come on, please admit it. That would be fantastic.
The
if they do it.
setup as well for the little concert in the ring with the picture and the little bongos with the light shining down on them.
Yeah, that was a bit sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riddle's dead.
Bit macabre.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a heel now.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
Dominic Mysterio helps Rhea Ripley beat Asuka, but gets misted in the process. He really sells it backstage in the trainer's room. All right, enough about him getting stuff in his face. I'm sure that's a regular occurrence.
Wow.
Hang on, that segment was the
My
best segment on
word.
Raw this week.
Yeah, that was a good segment, that.
The important thing about this segment was Asuka showing up without her makeup that she would usually have on.
She's a different lady, Corey said.
Which people, again, it was so daft because it did the rounds on a few dodgy news sites that, she had to do that because they rushed her out to not put her makeup on. I'm like,
No.
they drew attention to it on commentary. If they do that, it's either a big rib, which clearly wasn't, or they're hinting
Yeah,
at
because
something.
she's that ugly without a makeup.
Oh, look at it. It's
Goodness
explicable.
You know, she was also been tweeting stuff on Twitter, what else, about her in her old...
Kana.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much.
Kana Chan.
Connor Mustafa.
That's right. Oh, God. Thank you.
Tony
That's-
Khan. Yes. The match was good, though. I enjoyed the match. Her and Rhea.
I got annoyed that the crowd weren't making that much noise throughout most of it, but then they got hot near the end, and I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
I liked it as well because obviously the no makeup is signifying a change in gimmick, maybe.
Yep.
And also the fact that Rhea just had an answer for everything she tried in the match. I know I'm stuttering now, but I am. She had an answer for everything she tried. Like she tried to go for an armbar at one point. Rhea just lifted her up like a dumbbell. Dumbbell.
That's her name for Dom.
But the segment in the trainer's room afterwards was the best on Raw this week.
Yeah.
Rhea being like the concerned mother for her small baby child / No. That one.
/ sexual partner.
There was the reference from Priest where he's like, it could have been worse. Something else could burn worse. Was that? I was asking the office the other day.
I didn't know what he meant
piss?
there. What does he mean? What do they do?
Piss?
Oh, right.
Well,
piss burn your face?
why does it hurt when you pee? If you get a few.
Oh, no, I thought
Do I have to spell this out?
when you're getting weed in your face. That's what he was saying, wasn't it?
No, I think it was very forced. Like something else could
was
burn
so
on
weird.
you. Not like getting misted. Just your dick could be on fire, Dom.
Really? Is that what?
I thought he was on about like piss on the face.
Every single thing we could think of was a reach. Like none of it.
It was
made sense.
really like, well, it's on fire. It burns. Something else could burn. It was really crap. I'm not defending it.
I like the fact
Bloody
that
priest.
Dom's
Unless next week he starts doing burning hammers, and that's what he meant. You've been learning that new finisher, haven't you, Dom? He starts dropping people on their heads.
starts pissing on people.
No.
It could be worse.
My mammy taught me this.
What do you mean, priest? I could just dump you on your head like Tozawa.
Up the wrestling. It was good as well where Dom's like, who is this guy? Who is he trying to help my knee? Trying to help me. And Finn Balor's like, he's an idiot. But you just continue to let him help. Really good segment. I like this gang of whatever they are.
They're more lovable than the
Doylans.
way.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day are more lovable than the way, who are meant to be lovable, wacky family.
Dolph Ziggler talks about how much the US title
Shut up,
means.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, hypocritical
Yeah,
prick.
that's
yeah.
not true.
Yeah. It means a lot when you leave it on the floor, eh? And I was that the IC title? Doesn't matter.
That was US, yeah.
It was,
US, yeah.
He says that Seth and Lashley will go to war for another chance at the title. Ross, in theory, needs to learn what it means to really be a champion. Yeah, you tell him, Dolph.
Dolph, I lost faith in Dolph as soon as he said that about, it means so much.
But Dolph Ziggler is telling other people that's not how a champion behaves. Dolph Ziggler.
I want to one
Dolph.
day get the answer what happened there. Until then,
He
shut up,
traded
Dolph.
it for number 30 in the Royal Rumble.
Again, I don't know where you get that from. It's not true.
He cheated all the time when he held many titles.
Yeah,
He was here to show us the world.
Come on.
In the main event, Seth beats Big Bob with the help of a ref, Bob, to become number one contender.
I like that even though he's a good guy now, Seth still needed a bit of good fortune to be. You can't just beat Bob clean. Yeah.
I'm glad
the
that
referee
Bob...
got a bit involved, yeah. Ran right into the bloody pedigree. Lashley goes after the officials and shoves Adam Pearce, who tries to calm him down. Beep. We still don't know what he said. Could be anything. You mother. And then Dom goes, what? Pearce fires Bobby to end the show.
Unbelievable.
And that's how the show ends. And then, like, a few hours later, because of some real life firings, Pearce goes, you know what? You're not fired, Bobby.
6 weeks.
I
you
just
fight for.
overreacted.
He's out of order, right, Pierce? Because last week was a clear mistake with the spear on Pete Williams. And then this week, you could see why he was upset. He had the match won, but the referee was down.
Yeah.
And you don't know where the finish, yeah.
He's been hard done by Bob.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Bob didn't use the steps when he was threatening to, though, because that would have made him look like a right Doylan. So that's good.
I love Pierce swearing.
I like as well the spot where Lashley was too strong to do the stop
Oh,
to. He was just
what
like,
a spot.
really? I don't know anymore.
Why did John Cena find those steps heavier than everyone else? Remember Cena picking up the steps?
Because it's supposed to be like well over 400 pounds. And some people would forget and hit them like they were Playmobil, right? NXT, the episode where nearly all of the baby faces act like heels.
Let's keep that in mind as we
keep
go
a tally
through.
in your head.
Right.
Like the bottom bit of the Iron Survivor. Roxanne Perez opens the show, but is interrupted by her fellow Iron Survivor, Grayson Waller. They argue over whose victory was better, until Waller tells Roxanne that she's peaked at 21 because there's no way she can beat Mandy Rose. Braun Breaker arrives and defends Roxanne, whoa, I wonder why that is, before chasing Waller out of the arena.
What do you mean?
Yeah, hang on.
Mandy sneaks in and lays out Roxanne with a
Wait,
belt.
what?
Oi!
Hang on. You can't just say that. He's with Cora Jade, her rival. It makes no sense. Although in kayfabe, I don't think he is with Cora Jade. He's just married to the sea.
Thanks for billing me out there, Jack. Yeah, so I think it's a nice thing for Braun to defend there. So that's a face acting like a face, okay.
No, yeah, nothing yet. Nothing so far.
Okay. Backstage, JD Madonna is cleared to wrestle. The Creeds arrive and are angry with him for injuring Julius's knee, costing them a match at Deadline. Brute Day says he's going to get revenge tonight. I didn't realize that. Meanwhile, we see Roxanne drag herself to her feet and challenge Mandy to a title match tonight, and Mandy agrees. Bloody
Why
hell.
would she do that? Well, that's not in keeping with the toxic
Because she's
attraction
just
way.
blasted her with the belt, and now she's going to be weakened.
I guess she had the dodgy shoulder as well,
And
didn't
the
she,
tape,
Roxanne?
yeah. Sorry, no baby faces yet acting like heels. Sorry,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
JD was class though.
He
He knew
the-
everything wrong.
He knows he could be a doctor.
It's like, he goes, oh, that sounds like the tibula and fibula.
Yeah. He knew it before the bloke read it to him.
Yeah.
They're the 2 bones in your leg.
How do you know that? He goes, I'm just a sexy serial killer. Sexy serial killer. Not like Dave Meltzer.
Meltzer's sexy to some people, probably.
Not when he was a serial killer though, because he was 10.
Not then. Yep, that's fair. Oh, no.
Now you made it weird. Under the direction of Tony D, Stax beats up Wes Lee backstage and they brawl down at ringside D. They end up having a match, which Lee wins. Dijak
Who?
enters and distracts Wes, who's taken out by Tony.
So, again, sorry, no baby faces acting like heels yet.
It's gone well.
If the twist here is that Dijak is secretly working with Tony, I'm going to be annoyed because that's not a twist. We saw Tony offer Dijak a deal a little while ago, which has been seemingly forgotten about.
But in this segment, they looked at each other like they weren't working together.
But he took his glasses off and then...
I hope Stax is okay, though, because the Tope Con hello he took to the back of his poor little head.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
hard AF, my
Yeah.
dogs.
Are they pushing Stax? I know he lost, but he's getting quite prominent opponents recently, Stax.
Stax?
Yeah.
Proving himself, isn't he?
I can't wait for the ultimate main event of like the big forbidden door between AEW and WWE, which is two diamonds. That's the battle we want to see.
New Japan requests both of them for
Yes.
a match at New Japan. Minoru Suzuki has requested for the last Suzuki Gun match.
2 diamonds versus Stax. Yeah.
Him and Zack Sabre Jr. against the best America have to offer.
It was a weird end of the segment because Tony twatted Lee upside the head, and then Dijak didn't look very happy.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
We'll have
What
to
does
watch
it
next
mean?
week.
Did he want him to be like you said you would leave him for me to beat up? Maybe because I'm bringing justice to it.
He's,
Not my-
he's
not
a
my-
bad character. Isn't he?
Yeah, it's not my favorite storyline in NXT at the minute.
Called him a die jack off.
Oh.
He went, that's not very nice. Delightful Hudson
But face acting like a heel.
is seen suspiciously shaking hands with Drew Goulet backstage.
What the was that?
All right,
Indeed, Andre.
All right, Adam Pearce. Andre apologizes to Duke for their argument last week and admits that Hudson was right.
Yeah.
Right,
Thea Hale.
no,
Right,
stop
Thea
it.
Hale's crap.
The smug smile and the my ear is hurting because of all of the shouting last week. He's got
Who? Duke?
Duke was
He
saying
was-
that to Andre.
He realised that Ivy Nile was just a step above Tia Hale at the minute, and he wanted to protect his stablemate. And I think that's great.
He's rubbing it in the face of Andre. He's a wrong'un.
No. He's delightful.
He's not got the best interests of the university at heart. You'll find out soon. I'll show you. You'll see.
Anyway, he vows to beat Damon Kemp the name of Andre Chase University tonight.
Bet he does.
Ivy Nile and Damon Boxley take on Toxic Attraction, but the Cowie girls interfere, sparking a through 18 brawl, which is to be broken up by. Hang on, Jack, you've just copy pasted what happened at Deadline.
I know.
It was such a combustible
And
situation.
then later on in the show as well, I don't know if I mentioned it, but they brawled again later on.
You're doing.
God.
Who allowed the Cowie girls out there when they knew the Diamond Mine lasses were going to be there after what we saw at Deadline?
Yeah.
Who allowed that to happen?
Although I do have to say that
Not God, that's for sure.
at least the brawl later on made sense as to why Mandy didn't have any help in her title match, I suppose.
Exactly. Like that match where Triple H wrestled Taka Michinoku, who got APA to take the DX out.
The fun
It's
memory
exactly
there.
like
you
that.
love that.
Oh, there's 2.5 seconds. Wait, is Taka going to be Triple H on Raw? In the locker room, Van Henley's on the phone to her dad, who's worried about the bar not bringing in any money. JB and
man.
BJ cheer her up and says that
We'll be fine.
2023 will be there.
We're a family.
He's going to sell it behind her back.
Babyface is acting like heels.
Later, though, BJ admits to Kiana James that he's worried about Fallon's bar. Kiana tells him not to worry about it and gives him a new shirt that actually fits. How do you know my size? I sized you up the moment I saw you. Oh, gee, thanks, Kiana.
Gosh.
Gosh, well, how can I ever repay you?
Oh, no.
Walk into traffic.
We need to know the dad's name so we can call and just tell him don't
We
sell
need
the
a warning.
Kiana James.
Yeah, we need a warning.
You ring up.
But wait, how has Brooks Jensen got control over the assets of the bar? How can he sell that? Is he going to just sign a contract? That's the way wrestling works, I guess.
Yeah.
No, the dad's the one who's going to sell it
But how? But how does BJ factor in?
because he's friends.
Is he going to give Kiana the means to do that?
I don't know, mate.
What happened to her wanting to buy Andre Chase University?
She's
all linked still.
She's going to convince him to burn it down
Is
for
it
the insurance money.
Is it bought in Andre Chase
I'm
University?
telling you, Dull and Kiana.
It's the SU.
They're going to deal with it.
Dull and Kiana are together, right?
Okay.
Kayfabe.
They're working together.
They're business
to get the
associates.
job done.
Trick Williams tells Carmelo Hayes that people are saying he blew his chance on Saturday.
Not a face acting like a heel, but betraying his part. A heel acting like a super heel here.
But Hayes says he should have won the match if he'd had 5 more minutes. Trick shows Hayes a photo from the match where he looks really scared of Axiom. And Carmelo vows to beat him next week.
The photo was really funny.
Yeah. But then later, Axiom, who out of nowhere is wearing a Ricky Starks, aka Dwayne Rock Johnson style turtleneck, says he's never nervous before a match.
He's now sexy Axiom. Sexiom.
Yeah, he's got the turtleneck is
It
sexy.
was such an emotive performance. When he kept saying, "Look into my eyes," I really believed him.
Yeah, and the comments, but I can't, you're wearing a mask. Just kidding. Look at my smile. Just kidding.
She's really...
They're talking to a kid.
Mackenzie's really good.
No, I didn't
Just
get that
kidding.
energy. I thought that they were flirting.
I thought so as well, but
Okay.
also,
But it was really
also Axiom was
stupid.
like,
Yeah.
oh, she's not getting this. Well,
Peekaboo.
Yeah. Look, whatever works, hen. All right. He also probably flirts with Mackenzie. Oi, oi. Says it.
Yeah. Sexiom, I'm going to start calling him. He's...
Oh, I like
That's
that.
good.
I did enjoy going back to
Wait,
Carmelo.
a sexy man with a mask. Sounds like any wrestling journalist we know in the 70s.
Ooh.
Bang, bang, bang.
How all over the shop Carmelo was, just in the face of defeating, the face of being mocked. He's like,
Confidence has been knocked.
send me it. Even though it was on Twitter, tweeted by Axiom. And Trick was like, I can't, it's on Twitter. Yeah. It was really, really, like, little thing.
Delete it then.
No, yeah, delete it. It's on Twitter.
Can't delete it.
it's on
I'm
Axiom.
going to delete him.
Hey, that's a good
Fantastic.
line. Yeah. Odyssey Jones takes on Come Tuesday.
Oh my God.
In the match to see which are the slowest
In the biggest
polar caps.
travesty of-
The
No,
North or South
they
Pole?
both went like American footballers and ran at each
Oh,
other.
I'm kidding.
Because they are both gridiron athletes.
Oh, they?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
whatever that means.
Cum was in one position, Odyssey was in another
Okay.
American football position.
Well, Odyssey was better at it because he chop blocked him.
They mentioned it on commentary, and I can't remember which one because I've got
One
no
was
interest.
probably
in
a
it.
defensive lineman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
He played the Tom Gretzky position.
Yeah.
Robert Stone distracts the referee, but it backfires as Malik Blade interferes and helps Jones get the win.
Up the Malik.
At first, I was going to count this as a babyface acting like a heel, but it was Von Wagner who ripped his dad's sweater vest.
Getting his
Yeah.
revenge for his deceased drippy father.
Fair play. Can't argue with that.
His deceased drippy pastor father.
Yeah.
NXT.
Father Drippy, they called
The
him.
world's strongest slam, though, by Odyssey, where he sort of leapt forwards and then dropped cum like away from him in the hardest part of like the flat part of the ring, not the apron. It looked like it legitimately hurt cum.
He should team with Dragunov. It'd be the Iliad and the Odyssey. Come on.
Come on.
Wow.
Wow.
I know, I just thought of it.
Where did that come from?
Oh.
Ancient Greece.
Yes.
Big Body Javi. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no.
Hey, him and Mackenzie are the modern day Morecambe and
are you
Wise.
are you not a big body believer?
I tell you what, I am, Jack. I'm a big body bandit.
No, I'm a big body bulldog.
Are you not a big body bowler?
I think that was it.
That was all. Yeah, it was all.
Big Body Javi can't decide a name for his fans. The Big Body Bandits, or the Big Body Ballers, or the Big Body Bulldogs, or the Big Body Believers. He then loses to Your typing up of that was way funnier than that bloody segment.
I wasn't meant to be funny.
This is really
These segments are designed to get the interviewer over.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, Mackenzie's on a roll.
Yeah, Mackenzie's really good.
She's getting wins every week.
But Big Body Javi was on fire in this match. The bit where he's going like, "Get out the way, save yourselves, everybody," and then rolls him back into the ring. Come on.
I like that. It's one of the
Fantastic.
cheapest little tricks, but I'll pop for every time. After match, though, it's Scripps who takes out Giro.
It's not scripts though. It's 1970s footballer scripts because the mutton chops on show now. Unbelievable scenes.
He's eyeing up a transfer to Hamburg.
The mask is still terrible. They've changed it slightly, but it's still
Scripps
wank.
versus Gyro is an amazing idea.
Jacket
for a feud.
mask.
Yeah.
New tag team. in
Oh, you
NXT.
think they'll team together?
I don't know.
Suddenly, Aldo Montoya's going, phew, at least they went that. Wendy Chu is glad that Cora Jade
This
didn't
was
win.
a babyface.
Oh, this, yeah, okay, now you're right.
I
yeah,
will not
yeah.
be gaslit by Wendy Chu. She's lying to us.
She says that when Cora threw a drink in her face, it took her to a dark place. Drinks should only be thrown in the face of people who've been mean or degrading to others. Wendy then tells a story about how she got drinks from her at a sleepover, and it was really sad. Absolute bollocks, by the way.
Oh, well, they've realised we had to have a breakdown because she threw a drink in her face. And they've clearly realised after that, we used to have Wendy throw drinks in people's faces all the time.
Yeah.
We need to write something.
Wendy would do it to people who deserved it, therefore that makes her okay.
Yeah, they should have done the Tony Khan Regal thing where Wendy's like on a video going, should I ever get a drink thrown in my face?
I'm in the right.
Yeah.
So that Norm Macdonald quote, right, the little line, he goes, wow, look at that. Says here in the history books, the good guys win every time. How about that?
I hope Wendy loses badly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What she did at Tiffy Strat's this year? She deserves more than a drink in her face.
Yeah.
She deserves a full feature film of Home Alone capers and happenings.
Yeah. Shocking. The New Day cut a promo celebrating the tag title win. Wait, I've got to read out this stuff.
No.
Don't hostile yet.
No, we didn't.
But are interrupted by Pretty Deadly, who want a rematch. Woods takes things too far by mentioning England getting knocked out of the World Cup.
It was really,
And
I felt
to-
attacked.
To double down on that, fair enough, then Yanks don't get it. It's all right. New Day says they'll give Pretty Deadly a rematch if they recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I respect Pretty Deadly for refusing to do that. We don't have anything like that in England.
Oh, you New Day, if you want a total shot over here, pal, God save the Queen now, all
You're going
right?
to sing the Only Fools theme tune.
Yeah.
The first bit, then the credits.
Glad you went that. I was just picturing Nigel Farage walking.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Is that not the equivalent, though?
No, it's America, man. They're all
No, it is. They're like, no, this is normal behavior to us.
In schools in America, they all have to remember that they're loyal to their country every day. I think. I don't want to say anything because a lot of our viewers are American. I don't want
Yeah.
to.
Well, they're all shut off now.
From
so.
over here, it just feels a bit weird. That.
Yeah, from a babyface standpoint.
I don't know why Pretty Deadly just didn't say it with their fingers crossed behind their back.
We pledge allegiance to Pretty Deadly. Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
To Chris Rea and Wham. And then BJ and JB run out and do it instead
Nerds.
to a face reaction. Your country's weird.
This segment was designed to. It's like now I understand because I wasn't watching. I was too young to watch wrestling at the time, but now I understand the whole Heart Foundation of facing Canada but healing.
Right.
Pretty Deadly are now our Heart Foundation. That's what this is.
Have you seen any of those 97 Brett interviews? So he's just in Canada going, here in Canada, we look after our own. We won't leave them to die and rot in the streets like in America. Crowd, yeah!
Now we need.
Canadians like, tell it, spin it, Brett.
Now we need in your house Cambridge Stampede,
Yeah.
where they all team up and beat them.
Yeah. We're all cheering, and then sort of like these really posh lads come out like, oh no. Anyway, yeah.
we would joke in America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a podcast just to try and make people laugh.
look,
Yeah.
if you tell us about the World Cup and
You
stuff
can't
like that,
laugh
we're
at
going to
us-
react normally.
You can't laugh at
okay?
us for football reasons. I kicked off at Tom the other day because he mocked Sunderland losing to West Brom. But he's not.
He's not in the game,
football.
though.
You're not allowed. It's a cheap shot when
Yeah.
you're not in the football.
Yeah, because it's not because then you can go, oh, your team. Wait, what team do you have, Tom?
West Brom.
West
It's West Brom who beat
Building
Sunderland, and
Society.
his family are Baggies.
Is he?
He's from Worcester,
Oh.
which is close enough. I think.
That's all right then.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
what's the
because he's
problem?
not because he's not a fan of football. But he likes going. Sunderland's a massive club. Like you're not in. You're not in the. I don't know.
The fraternity.
You're
Yeah.
not in. You're
not a
don't,
frat
he doesn't
boy.
care, so it doesn't. So to him, he can
Oh,
throw out.
I see,
He
yeah,
can
yeah,
throw out
if
these
he's got
flippant
one.
insults,
Yeah.
but to a football fan, they cut really deep.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially if you can't give it back as well.
I can't give it back because he doesn't care.
Sonic's rubbish.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. There we go.
I much prefer Mario.
Oh, I hate.
Just go on like Google reviews of Sonic games. Just read out the worst reviews. That'll cut him like a knife.
I hate the medium of radio. God. You can't even see anything.
That's
He's
it.
like, yeah, me too. Haha. Yeah, we're getting Sonic. That's it.
In this segment, we'll learn some good facts, though. Whether Booker T likes
I
it
was
or
going to
not.
say, yeah, Booker T is the number one tag team guy of all
Yeah,
time.
16.
Yeah.
But also, Kofi is the first ever singles and tag team triple crowner.
Wow.
Wow.
No, he's not.
What,
There we are.
No, he's not. It's
what do you mean? He's
I don't know. That's what they said.
Oh,
Raw,
'cause he's won the Raw,
SmackDown, and
SmackDown.
NXT.
as well as the singles.
As well as the
Oh
singles.
God, yeah, you're
He's
right.
collecting
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Woods.
Has someone else held the NXT and Raw and SmackDown tag titles?
Surely.
I thought someone had.
Yeah, surely.
The Viking Express.
Nah, they haven't won.
No, they didn't win NXT. did
Maybe.
they?
Oh, NXT. Yeah.
This is what they said. We're taking them as
Oh,
face
sorry,
value.
okay.
And also Woods having the first ever NXT match. That was nice how we got the reason for them coming back so Woods
That
could win
again,
the title.
that was
Yes.
nice.
And then how the first NXT match ever was Xavier Woods versus Big E.
Part of me wanted to go, no, was the whole Danielson, Skip Sheffield season of NXT. But I went, no, I know what you mean. You mean that version of NXT.
We do not talk about
Wild
the
and
game
Young.
show.
I'm just, oh, God. Yeah.
No, that's a good song.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, rotten.
It's passable.
Dog toffee. Backstage, Elektra Lopez talks trash about Indy Hartwell to the rest of the women's division, saying that she
I
might
tried
be
to name
able.
all of them and I just deleted him, but the rest of
Lash
them.
Legend returned to TV,
Lash was
though.
there, yeah, Lash was there.
She might be able to
No
get
cult, though. She's lost the
Oh,
cult.
good. Yeah.
Shame. That's really funny, Lash.
That was weird, wasn't it? But Lash thought that Zoe Stark was gonna win.
Yeah. She might be able to get booked in
Stark.
big matches, but she never wins them. Then Indy runs in and boots her out of her chair. And she deserved it.
You can't talk about the heart and soul and think you're going to get away with it.
So Indy's character at the minute, she's kind of just like a
Batman.
vengeful, angry. Yeah. She is. Yeah, it's
The
weird.
vigilante.
Yeah, it's odd.
Sting. Oh.
She's Sting, Indy's Sting, and she's taking on the leader of the NWO, Elektra Lopez. Yeah.
JD McDonough wants to use a chair in his match against Brute Creed, but Indus Sher stops him. He wins anyway.
Yes.
'Cause he's so smart.
Makes sense because Indus Sher want to face the Creeds at 100%, even though it's Veer who's injured in real
I was going
life.
to say, yeah, I didn't realise until reading the reports this week, it was because they didn't have a match at Deadline because Veer is injured. So,
Yeah.
but I still like that. I think that works for them.
Yeah.
No, you guys aren't ready yet.
Yeah. It's nice that Sanga's made Veer a bit more honourable. Because Sanga, as we know, was nice man. That was his gimmick. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Spiritual fella. I tell you what,
And
though,
speaking of, go on.
the headlock takeover that JD did off the middle rope, 3/4 of the way across the ring,
Oh, yeah.
was third place in my move of the week.
Okay.
I can see why.
I like Brutus no selling everything
Yes.
because it was more impressive because JD's a pervert who knows the human body better than anybody else. So the fact he's no selling him means a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know the little things in wrestling. Hyla Dawn.
Nimble Forest Sprite, Lyra Valkyria,
Valkyria.
wins her debut
Oh, wait.
match.
What happened with
There was an
Hyla
Hyla Dawn promo package where
Oh,
she
sorry.
showed you making the black mist.
Oh.
And she called it a lovely compound or something.
What, the poison that the referee...
Jack, I can't believe you missed that.
She's making
You've
it.
ruined this.
She's got the old, the other thing you used to mash up. It's like a stone.
Pestle
and
and
pestle?
mortar.
Ah, that's the one.
Right.
Just
Did I say hammer and pestle?
Like the
not
Soviet version of a pestle and mortar.
You know, in Russia we make.
She wouldn't say what she was putting in there. She's like KFC. But
Yes.
Yeah.
it is a lovely compound.
It's like KFC, you can't get over it.
She's evil, her. She poisoned a man. Dude's doing his job.
You know what? And it's good that they obviously well timed this because immediately following that creepy spirit person thing with the evil stuff, Nimble Forest Sprite, Lyra Valkyria,
Lyra Valkyria.
The way of the Morrigan.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about here.
wins debut match
What's a
against
Morrigan?
Amari Miller by the power of Mother Nature.
Oh, did I put that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What? This is what they think of the UK and Ireland.
Yeah.
Another feather in her outfit of battle wins because there was a feather for every. No, she said that.
I know.
When
Yeah.
she kills folks, she gets a feather.
You know, like, well, by variety we mean a slightly different shade of different color.
Yeah.
Of the weird nature goth.
Yeah.
Cult thing.
She reminds me of WWE icon Caval in the way that she wrestles, with the kicks and the low stance and the she did like the bridge on the Northern Lights, but kept it there. She's much like
She's good.
Caval.
And after the match, he went, I'm leaving. The way of the Morrigan.
Got carried out by security.
Get off. Drew Goulet comes out to watch Delightful Hudson's match with Damon Kemp. But Andre Chase threatens him and he buggers off.
He sort of didn't. He didn't get threatened by on. He wasn't. He didn't. He just kind of went. All right, then I've seen all I need to see.
And
it was
back in the
better
ring.
Run. Anyway, so.
Hudson Delightful's up and wins the match.
He really was.
I was half
that's
paying
why-
attention to this,
it was
and then I was just like,
WrestleMania
hang
3,
on.
man. He was like,
You.
yeah, very good.
That was the highlight of the match.
Yeah.
But the rest, here's the analysis, right? He's in this match here where he was doing the Hogan stuff. He was doing sexy boy stomps in the corner, setting up for a super kick. He was doing, I think, Ultimate Warrior, little references here and there. He was being a parody, right? Because he believes that
Yep.
Chase U is a parody of wrestling. He's an
Whoa,
absolute piss taker.
hang on.
And he needs to be stopped. When have you ever seen Delightful Hudson wrestle like this? Ever.
In my dream.
He's never had the energy of Chase U like coursing through
That's
his
what I
veins.
saw it on, yeah.
And now he's like,
He's powered up by the spirit of
Yeah.
people believing in him.
yes, exactly.
Him and Gulak, that little conversation
That's
before
what wrestling is.
they were laughing at Chase U, the very concept of. So Drew saying, just go out there and just take the piss. This is a parody of wrestling.
Well,
you
of
know,
course,
Chase U.
of course, Drew was laughing. He hasn't seen he hasn't seen himself winning a TV match in bloody months.
I think Drew needed to really tap deep into himself to beat, because Damon Kemp's no mug. I thought he was higher in the pecking order.
Yeah, right.
I was really surprised when he just beat him clean.
Clean lost to Dull Hulk.
Dull Hulk.
Yeah.
The ultimate Dull
Surely
Hulk
Hulk Hudson.
Kid.
Hulk Hudson or Duke Hogan. Hulk
That's way
Hudson.
better, isn't it?
Hollywood Hulk
And
Hudson.
Booker T just saying, I've beaten all of those guys he's referencing. In the main event, Roxanne Perez beats Mandy Rose to become the new NXT Women's Champion. She celebrates with Booker T, of course. Yeah. 413 days gone out. Not sure what the future holds for Mandy, if this is something they can sort out or not.
Apparently the door's still open if she, I don't know, does something.
I think the One Silver Linings playbook, that's a film. The One Silver Lining is that it was to the right person. It just wasn't at the right time. I think Roxanne is the right person who have beaten her. But it would have been better if there'd been like a longer feud where it's like Bayley and Sasha, like, you'll never beat me. And then she beats her. So it was a shame.
The match itself was fine. It was another one of those, anything you can do, I can do better things. Mandy was then targeting the shoulder for a bit. But then we need a new finisher for Roxanne, I think.
Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks is a crap name, but also looks crap as well. Doesn't look
It's like Code
devastating.
Red, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was...
Just slower and softer.
I thought it was half of a good match, and then it just ended like, oh, here we go. And it was very abrupt. Not in the like, oh my god, that was like a shocking thing, which we'll see on AEW. It was just like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
So
I'm still
but
optimistic.
I guess why they did that. And obviously, I thought it was really sad. Roxanne Perez celebrating and being all happy with her new dad, Booker T.
Yeah.
And then it showed Mandy very, very quickly, tears in her eyes.
Yeah. It's sad.
And I was just like, oh.
Just 2 little shots, wasn't it? And she was gone.
2 little shots. Oh, well, that's that. That's all, folks. Like, 413 days, she was mint. She was so well improved.
Yeah.
She was the foundation of the women's singles division, I guess. For
I'm kind of the
year.
tag division a bit when she
Yeah,
teamed with
exactly.
Toxic Attraction, yeah.
And it's just like gone like that. Oh,
It was the run of her career. She was amazing.
absolutely.
I couldn't believe it's one of those ones where it's a wrestler goes on a run. You think, I didn't know they could be. I didn't know that her ceiling was that high. If that makes sense.
There you go. Yeah. I didn't know she had it in her.
Yeah. She more than did.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Oh, well.
I'm still optimistic for the future of like the division because I think she's really good. Yeah. She's only like 21. She's actually really good.
So wait, an abrupt storyline going really quickly and losing the title, then getting fired afterwards.
Yeah, it was just because there was some Fightful going to have some Sasha Banks clarification coming today.
Oh no.
So
Well, at least it's not
at least
the
we know
curse
the
because
curse is coming. Yes, it's
Yeah,
not the curse.
there we go.
Yeah.
So I'll do my
Acknowledged.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do my crap little segue there. So wait, someone having to drop the title, then leave really abruptly in a bad scene. Wow, AEW next.
Hang on.
Punk. Whatever. Like.
Oh right. Oh, I thought you meant on this
It was a bit
episode.
forced. Sorry. Yeah.
Stop it, Matthew. This is a positive AEW podcast.
It is now. AEW Winter is coming. I'm become. A jobber in my mind. It's I'm become, not I've become.
I've become, yeah.
No,
I've
it's I'm becoming.
I'm become.
I'm becoming. He goes, I'm becoming.
Oh, right, yeah. Give me one.
Come Tuesday.
You can't say I've becoming. Yeah, no, you're quite right. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What are we doing here?
The lyrics of Judas.
Yeah. Death Triangle go 3-1 up their series with the Elite.
Get it!
Yeah,
It's coming
home. Screw you, New Day. This time, Pender using the hammer on Nick Jackson's leg.
They
And-
had me going. I thought that was a shoot.
Oh, Nick's hurt. No. As soon as they actually showed the
hammer,
camera
yeah.
and them talking about it. No, not the hammer. And they showed Nick like on the me foot. Wow, his foot looks hurt. Nah.
We haven't seen the like of it since Cody.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, because Cody did that thing where I've been battered. Let me run dramatically out. Crowd, yay! He's not dead. Yay! Instantly goes, yeah, I'm back. Bonk out. Pin. Loved it. After match, Omega gets on the mic and says something on the lines of, "Well, you guys watch sports."
Wait.
Well, those are like sports. You know, like it's hard to come up from a 3-1 deficit.
Oh, right.
So, sports.
Why did he have to say I was not formatted to cut this promo?
Because he's an idiot.
Maybe
He's
a gag that
hammy.
did.
Sorry, he's not an idiot. I'm apologizing.
bit
He's
of-
a ham.
There's a bit of Keith Lee and Kenny Omega, isn't there? Like
Yeah, but not intentional, I don't
But
think. That's...
Kenny's like the villain of the computer game that Keith Lee's the protagonist of. You play as Keith Lee, and then you get a boss battle with Kenny who goes, "Oh, I see you found my lair." Like
That's Kip Sabian, isn't it?
Yeah, damn, yeah.
Yeah, then you hit him once, he's dead. That's good. So Nick gets the mic and wants us to make their next
Oh,
match.
he's based
DQ.
himself off the Final Fantasy blog anyway. I knew that. I knew this.
It's
Sorry.
It's all right.
Kenny does
You can't be expecting to know everything
the
about
one-winged
the
angel.
culture,
I
'cause-
know it, yeah.
Omega represents
Sephiroth,
Omega
that's his
represents that's right. Represents so much of like the good, like hey, dressing up as Sans at Undertale, that Halloween thing, and also just the other side of representing nerds about how bloody annoying it can be. So yeah, but yeah, hey, Death Triangle going up. I'm alright with this. Also noticeable by a lot of people. This opened the show. Anything to do with the fact that they were the lowest rated segment of last week or last time they did their match? Obviously,
did they?
didn't want, their segment was the lowest rated.
They're not insecure enough to.
Oh, Jack, you're so funny.
There was a couple of good. Matt's Northern Light suplex pin combo was 4th place in my move of the week this week.
What a good week.
Matt's clearly a disciple of Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Or the way of the Mortar from NXT. What was she called? I've forgotten already.
Which, Lyra
Valkyria,
Valkyria?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Her. Good
Thanks, Ross.
podcasting, yeah. Aye, but I like the way that the hammer was brought in to exploit the injury.
Bless you.
But I did like the surprise of them winning because I was just expecting to go to Desmond, then the Elite go on and win. Desmond 2-2, by the way, for people.
Yeah, 2-2, yeah.
2-2.
No.
Okay.
Now, my only worry is the Death Triangle are now going to have to lose 3 matches in a row, possibly, and could that damage them?
And-
it'll be the breakup of them, won't it?
Yeah, and they said on commentary later in the night, if it goes this far, match whatever it will be
7,
this, and
yeah.
then the final one will be a Squella de la Muerte ladder thing.
Oh, will it? If it
Yeah.
goes, or should
Should it go
it'd be
that
so
far?
funny if it didn't.
I would love it.
Yeah.
I would do it. Never mind Tutu or Keegan. If they just beat him next week, he goes, all right, bell rings, hammer, 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 hammer.
Death Triangle are like, so glad we avoided the scary Della Muerte, the ladder death match.
Yeah.
Right.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't think it will, though. I think it's going to go all the way.
I feel like it.
Backstage, MJF talks about Ricky Starks, admitting that Ricky's promo last week was a star-making performance. But he says that all the pressure is on Ricky because while nobody's rooting for MJF anyway, Starks will let everyone down if he loses.
But you said a lot more than this as
He's
well.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Mind
This is reminiscent of Keegan and Ferguson.
Yep.
Ricky Starks is KK. MJF is Sir Alex with the mind games.
game. He's going to go to Middlesbrough and he's going to get something.
He is.
Yep.
It was very good mind games, though.
It was
Absolutely.
good
You
mind
don't know what to
games.
let down, but you've got the entire state of Texas.
Yes. Which he also said was a bad place.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you suck. Yeah.
I was born rich. That's what he said.
The Acclaimed are attacked by Lethal, Jarrett, Sanjay, and Satnam during their entrance. The most heelish thing you can do in AEW right now. Jarrett smashes a guitar over Cass's head. Of course he does. And asks them if they got the Acclaim's attention now.
Do I have everybody's attention now? CM Punk.
Oh.
Said it in 2011.
Let's build 1 week for the FTR versus Acclaim match. But let's give this one the proper build it
That
deserves.
was
Yeah.
merely a stepping stone for Lethal Jarrett.
I want them to win so much.
When he stepped,
It was
when
so
Jeff
funny.
Jarrett stepped over, I think it was Caster maybe, and he's like, "Scissor this slap nut."
Yeah.
Nee-doo, nee-doo, nee-doo.
Oh, I called an ambulance for him. That's nice.
There's visions of Cody going like, "We have a revolution on our hands in professional wrestling."
Yeah.
What happened to it, man? What's this happening for?
This is the revolution.
Jarrett's so hated by
Jarrett's-
people, I've turned around to almost liking him.
Jarrett's always been the chosen one, the man who was going to bring balance to the wrestling. He's the main character of wrestling.
Yeah.
That was the low point of the show, I've got to say. The rest of it I thought was great.
If he announces that
It was good
I have
Dynamite, yeah.
spoken with TK himself, and we're going to have on the award-winning Ring of Honor Network Global Force Wrestling.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Global Force Wrestling with their 4 titles. There's even more titles in AEW. The JAS are interviewed backstage, and Chris wants Claudio's swing banned because it's a barbaric move.
Love that.
He's angry he lost the Ring of Honor title, and it's going to take out his frustration on, quote, some jobber tonight. He also tells Daniel Garcia to shadow Sammy Guevara, oh no, and learn from him because he never should have lost the pure title.
So are they going for the Garcia face turn?
Back
now?
on.
Yeah.
The storyline's
Yeah.
back on.
And then Jake goes, I like my hat, and gets a big reaction.
The hat is the best thing he's done in years.
That's all it takes, man.
Since probably the promo at 5-Star Wrestling is probably the best thing he's done.
His hat.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry beats Brian Cage despite interference from Prince Nana. That's Jody Last saying no. Afterwards, he calls out the biggest bitch of them all, Big Bill.
Yeah, I felt quite bad for Big Morrissey. What's he done? What's Jungle Boy? Has he done? Did he
He's killed him, didn't he? in that battle royal, no,
he did.
Oh, yeah. The firm arrived, but after some strong words from Stokely, Bill and Lee beat
Strong
Jungle Boy
words?
down.
That's what I said. Yeah.
You little hoe.
I didn't want to write that in the.
Oh, fantastic line. That's one of the greatest lines of the year. You're just a little hoe.
Oh dear.
But Hook runs out and makes a save, cruelly robbing us of Danhausen x Hook.
No, this is the dreamiest Dreamy Boy tag team of all time.
I just feel for
This is Twinks R Us.
leaving your goth twink to hang out with a big jock twunk is heartbreaking, man.
Twink 182.
Yes. Oh, if that's their name,
If there's a third,
please.
member, if someone else joins them who's also pretty, then they're Twink 182.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get a lady involved. Widow Twinkie.
Widow Twinkie. I mean, is that season? After
Jungle
all, but-
Boy Jack reversing. He got out. He kicked out of a lariat, then reversed like an AA position, like fireman's carry, into a destroyer. Was 5th place on my move of the week.
how
this
many?
week.
What a week.
I've kept count this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I liked it more if, again, that's just a move now. So it's like, oh my God, 1, 2, he kicked out. Ah, who cares?
The modern day DDT.
And then he pinned him with, what was it, a Briscoe? No, O'Connor roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I don't get the
Take your
Briscoes and
word for it.
O'Connor.
Why have I forgotten? After
What's
you.
that?
Because like, he went, hey, bam, hit by Prince now, bumped into him, then just...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because Canadian Destroyer only does that much damage, but the O'Connor roll, man.
It was amazing
beat
to see
Tez.
Hook get as big as pop as he did. Because he's been missing for like months now.
He can just,
he
he's
was
like the
still
Undertaker,
local.
just show up whenever,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, it's Hook.
Yeah.
That lad.
One man show with Hook.
Yeah.
Evidence that Taz had sex. Yeah.
Oh, Taz was a human suplex machine. He was a
Well, we know,
he was a-
we know
he was a
that,
prime
wait,
athlete
wait.
back in his day.
Yeah.
Good singer as well.
Absolutely, we know that.
Yeah.
Was he?
Well, he's funny. I guess.
Whoa. That's the noise he'll make. Yay! I never liked that goth lad. The House of Black absolutely batter the factory. Or as Jack likes to call him sometimes, the firm. And Malachi Black pins QT Marshall reviews.
Did I write it on there as well?
No, you didn't.
Oh, thank
no.
God.
Just that 1 week we had, we went,
know. I couldn't-
why was Jerry out there? I was like,
No, but
no, that was no. They were no. That was
Oh.
like I went to go and check because they were that interchangeable. The heel
How
stables.
Could anyone get confused by the stables on AEW?
Yeah, how?
I'd say this was good, I thought. Initially,
Yeah.
I was a bit like, oh, that's their return. But then they're against the factory. Sure, they should be doing this if they're going to, be serious.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Super
crowd
ethereal.
are popping for them as well, which is a relief because they're just coming out there and kicking ass.
Yeah.
So, backstage, Sky Blue challenges Dr. Britt Baker for Rampage. Britt is outraged, but accepts.
Yeah.
Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Can't really talk.
She. They did this thing once.
She should do this podcast with us.
Yeah, I know,
She
yeah. Should fit right in.
She did a good one. Why true? She did a good one once where it was like they were saying you're not very good at talking, and she went, "Well, I'll probably beat you at wrestling though." And I was like, "Oh, that's a good."
Yeah,
she's
work
no
on the
nonsense.
positives.
She needs that for now. She's got time to improve.
It's hard to improve when you have 10 seconds a week, in fairness.
True,
Yeah.
that is very true.
Baker carrying everybody again. First Saraya, now Sky Blue. Carrier.
Back must hurt.
The carrier. Pigeon.
That's one of those big Navy boats.
It's the Pigeon, Britt Baker.
Do you like the Brazil manager?
Jericho loses on TV to a man named Action Andretti. What a match.
This
Yeah.
was a stroke of genius.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. This isn't part of the joke where we go, thanks, Chris Jericho. I really wouldn't be surprised if this was Jericho's idea.
Yeah.
He had to have been. No one else could have booked, oh, you're losing to this lad, by the way. Yeah.
Because I thought it was brilliant how, because I'd never remembered seeing Action Andretti before in my life.
No.
But I saw on Twitter a little promo he did on AEW Dark a few months ago. Where he's a really good talker. He looks like Harvey Ellis, who plays Liverpool. He could be the third Twink. Twink 182. But yeah, the little promo he did there, that now knowing what we know now, it's clear that Tony's had his eye on him obviously for a little while because he is now officially All Elite. He's got the graphic and everything on
He's
Twitter.
made.
He's the latest signing. We'll see how he does.
This was genius. This was really good.
So the match started off, and it's like, all right, Jericho's batting this lad.
Yeah.
And then the crowd, ironically, is like, let's go,
Let's go,
Jobber.
Jobber.
Come on, Jobber, you can do it.
I bet when they started
We're
doing,
so clever.
I bet when they started doing that, Jericho was like, yes.
Yeah.
I've got them.
And then the Jobber kept on getting near falls, and I guess people like, he's doing pretty well, I guess.
He kicked out the code breaker. When it was the code
Yeah.
breaker, everyone went, oh, hang on.
Wouldn't it be funny if he won? Run shooting star press. 1, 2, 3. He blew
bloody won.
I thought that was a two fingers up from Jericho as well. Like, you thought the pay-per-view was a soft finish. Let me get beat by a shooting star press.
It was interesting as well seeing that he also did an interview this week where probably he talks on his podcast, but it was obviously brought up on Cultaholic's amazing news section where he said, well, someone asked, why did you beat Eddie Kingston like in the final of that? And he goes, well, because I was going to be challenging for the title. So
Yeah.
I had to look good for that. I couldn't have lost Eddie, then got a title shot. So I was like, I think maybe he's just like, what do people think? I just Smithers? Are the people? Do they think I just beat everybody on TV all the time? And it's like, well, I don't have the Ring of Honor title now. I'll show you. It's not about. And then it's like, oh, okay. Again, it's so annoying. He's been really good this year.
Yeah, mostly yes.
Because I remember like, last year, like it felt like at least half a year. Yeah, how about our guys beat you guys, and then your woman stinks of whore. Like it was like that for like. Shut up, woman!
He was the face as well.
Yeah. I'm Facey McFace, and this is 99. Yeah,
It feels like he
And I was
stopped.
Like, oh, shut up.
Obviously, he was coming off the high of a little bit of the bubbly in 2020, was it? It felt like last year he was still trying to make memes, but he was trying to make fetch happen, but fetch wasn't happening.
Now he's trying to make memories.
Now he's-
Oh,
Exactly.
That's a keeper, Jack. Write that one down.
The memory maker, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm going to put this dude over, and Carl like, oh my God, you lost. And then instead of being like, doing the Triple H or Charlotte Flair going, good one, kid, whatever. He looked at his face like,
Oh yeah, he was devastated.
what?
Yeah.
No.
He went
like, he made a
pure-
big deal out of it going,
Pure
oh,
Raj
no.
backstage afterwards, that little
Yeah.
segment where he's just throwing things in. I'm the Ocho.
Yeah.
I'm the Ocho. I'm a real boy. It was really good.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's great.
So weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, God. Ricky Starks cuts another fiery little promo, response to MJF. And then afterwards, FDR cut off the Ass Boys, which is maybe a little less exciting, but fair enough. You also see Jericho breaking stuff.
There was like a few backstage things
Yeah.
together, so I just
Well done. Yeah. Ricky Starks up ready for it, but I love him. Think he's great, but it was like...
Oh, he was never.
It was never happening this time, was it? Well, we didn't know after Roxanne.
Oh,
Anything could happen.
Ruby Soho beats Tay Conti, but is beaten down by Anna Jay afterwards, re-injuring her nose.
I hope that was a work. Maybe I got worked because I was like, oh no, because it seemed like she actually did hit the thing. I hope it was a work.
Oh, no.
Turnabout is fair play.
Wait a minute, hang on. Women hitting someone really hard. Oh, that's it.
What?
Sandbagging.
Oh god.
Get rid of a TK.
Turnabout's fair play.
Ty got her nose buggered at the end of the match, didn't she? Neat
Oh
in the
yeah,
face.
but then when Anna beat up Ruby, it looked like
Oh,
she
when Anna
injured
beat up
her
Ruby.
nose. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But that was the only example where the babyface couldn't just enjoy their win? Because the heel had to come back and get their heat.
I'm hoping that Ruby then beats Anna. I suppose.
Yeah, just pecks her
Aye.
in the eye.
No, that's Brick Breaker. She's the pigeon.
Oh yeah, she's the pigeon. Catch the pigeon.
What a program.
Hangman Page cuts a promo.
Promo
saying
of the
that-
night, this, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Oh.
Saying that after Moxie knocked him out, it took him a while to remember his son's name. So he's willing to fight Moxie again, but Moxie will have to be ready to go to hell with him.
It's still real to me, damn it.
It was emotional. It made me think, oh man, that's possibly real, and that's quite sad. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can compare it to, I think it's Bobby Eaton. One time, I think it was the Four Horsemen battered him down and intentionally like messed his hand up just before Christmas, and then I think him and Cornette got on the mic and said, "Well, the reason why this hurts and you've done this is because, or they did this, is because my sister's deaf and I communicate with her over sign language.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to see her at the Christmas period and I can't talk to her now." I was just
Wow.
like, so I'm going to go rest over Christmas. I'm going to come back. You're all dead. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
So I thought a lot about that. That is a nice school. Like, yeah, I can't remember my son's name because of you. Yeah.
Hangman's
See you
like
in hell.
one of the best faces in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Punk's out the way, he's like, oh, yeah, you can come back.
That
Yeah,
was-
I'm your top of card. Let's pretend
As
that
much as
didn't
a
happen.
defender of Punk as I am, and as much as I really want to take his side against the Bucks and Kenny and them, it was when Hangman seems like such a lovely lad, and I just like, you can't be mean to Hangman.
Right.
Even I couldn't take Punk's side in that one.
I mean, Hangman's jibe was really obvious.
It took him months for anyone to notice he'd even said anything.
Have you seen that meme where it's like looking for the Weatherspoon's toilet and there's 4 panels? It's like climbing a mountain, swimming in and it's like Punk looking for Hangman's.
Why are the toilets always so far away?
Oh
the
my
spoons?
God,
Does anyone
yeah.
know watching the podcast? Let us know.
Yeah, they're always X places that get turned into.
like
Weatherspoons,
the counting house.
Yes, right.
Well, I chose one not in this city. But
Executioner police.
yeah, the quayside.
Yes.
There's one in Ipswich where they made bread
Oh,
and they've kept all the things like where the grain would go through the floor.
that's
Good, that, innit?
I wish it wasn't just spoons. More buildings should be old built. Carry on.
Why can't they make more old buildings?
I think I'm just describing listed buildings.
It's been a long podcast.
Oh man, we still need. Oh yeah, let's.
MJF beats Ricky Starks with low blow in a small package to retain the AEW title, because of course he does. He goes to leave, but is confronted by Bryan Danielson, who chases him around. MJF runs away through the crowd to end the show.
Timeless performance from Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah.
You could have inserted him into a ring in the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s, maybe even the 70s. And he would have been at home.
Yeah.
Apart from his big knee bomb thing,
Yep.
which I thought was number 6 in my move of the week. Really good move.
10 more and you'd be beating Booker T.
This was one of my favorite Dynamites I can remember this year.
Yeah,
It was
really good
Oh,
Dynamite.
there's not been many, to be fair, but absolutely, they're on a good run.
Yeah, it was good.
If they can make
Jarrett,
it last,
man.
fantastic.
It's Jeff Jarrett, man.
Right, he's the shining star. Isn't he?
Aye. But it's a shame. I guess it was a shame that match, the main event, came around when it did, because as we said, he was never winning, was he, Ricky Starks?
But it was good. We got the chance to experience the idea of main event Ricky Starks.
Yes.
Good.
Hopefully they go back to it in 2023.
Exactly, mate.
What a lovely button on the end of this watertight segment.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Mailbag. Hey y'all, huge fan of the channel and everything you gents are doing. I wouldn't have any clue what's going on in the wacky world of wrestling without you all, and your humor makes it even better. My question is, with rumors of gimmick pay-per-views slowly going away, if you were ever given the keys to the calendar, how would you organize WWE's pay-per-view events? Obviously, the big four will stick around, but what about the rest of the months during the year? Would you bring back forgotten classics like Cyber Sunday, or create your own pay-per-view themes? Thank you so much for the great content, and have a lovely holiday season. Cheers, Mason from North Dakota.
Thank you, Mason.
Thank you, Mason.
Get your map out, baby. Well, the Rumble stays in January.
Yes.
That's just an obvious thing. WrestleMania stays in April.
Yes.
That's an obvious thing. I would personally scrap Money in the Bank.
Oh,
I would as well.
And just put it on Mania.
Put it on Mania, yeah.
Okay.
As a tent pole of the evening.
Okay.
I would,
But not even though there's now men's and a women's.
yeah.
Okay. Fair
Have
enough.
one per night.
Oh,
could
there's
you?
2 nights now.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would get Armageddon back in the fold. Used to love a Christmas Armageddon.
Only if they have the set.
Yeah. With
If they don't have the set, I don't care.
fire. Do-do-do.
I'd maybe, because the period between, is it Survivor Series and, or is it the period between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, or Survivor Series and the Rumble? It's worse. Which one's worse?
Normally the one Christmas time, innit?
Yeah. Oh well, not. I wouldn't want to interfere with their Christmases. I was gonna say, have like 2 or 3 international PLEs in a row, go on a bit of a tour for one part of the year. But that's too much of an ask, maybe around Christmas.
That autumn period, early autumn period, though, is always a lull.
Yes, yeah.
We could sort that out.
That's normally where they have a gimmick one, isn't it?
Taboo Tuesday. Bring it back
Bring
in the
it-
social media age.
Yeah. I can't believe they've not. No. I can't believe they've not done it.
We love a fan vote.
No.
As long as they make them interesting and not just like.
Patreon.com
The idea,
/movie.
it's not the fact that people don't like. It's the way they set it up. It's always like, my God, can you believe it? Shawn Michaels attacked by the chair, the deadliest of all the things you sit on. This Sunday, you too can vote for which item you'd like to be in this. Is it going to be the chain, the chair, the chair, the chair, or a toilet seat? You can vote for the chair.
I thought you were going to say it's like, who's going to take on the champion tonight? Is it going to be Tajiri, Vladimir Kozlov, or Shawn Michaels?
Right.
Yeah.
And again, so it's people go, it's a really good
I
idea.
don't know what
but the
time period I was in there, by the way.
So, but Billy Hill, it's a good mix.
Yeah.
But so that was why I'm like, nah, because the presentation was always naff.
Really?
I would have Deadline's Iron Survivor. If you're going to mix it up and make it a bit, and lead that to, if they are going to do Hell in a Cell or something like that, like, well, the winner of Iron Survivor then gets to get their shot at Hell in a Cell.
I love Iron Survivor.
The Iron Survivor Series.
Doesn't have to be, and again, then it can be, okay, there we go. Then it could be, it can either do that or something that you comment on that. And I think it'll be a good way of having, like, the Rumble leads to Mania, and then this leads to that later on the year. So
Yeah. I think that's cool. Another thing, and it's not quite what the question was asking, but in AEW, for the first few shows, it felt like maybe more than the first few shows, but the venues looked really different, like the cruise ship and Daly's place, and they weren't afraid to have one in a really different looking place. I'd love if WWE would do that a bit more, because they do like making everything look the same. It's gone a bit different since Vince left, I suppose. Clash of the Castle looked quite distinct, but I'd like to see more different looking locations.
I agree with that. Thank you, Bob. For Sizzle by Diddles. 2022 has been a long, long year, and a lot has happened. Today, I'm going to list things that happened this year in the world of wrestling, obviously mostly WWE, and your job is to say, A, if you remember it happening, and B, if so, did you enjoy it?
Oh, nice.
Here we go. Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's Championship against Lita in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
I forgot about that until you reminded me.
Only because it's on the what was the Culties? It gets brought up this year.
Oh, good.
Which we filmed yesterday.
I would have guessed, if it wasn't for the Culties, I would have guessed that it happened last year, but I did enjoy it, and it was a nice moment for Lita as well.
Hookhausen, the short-lived, undefeated tag team of Hook and Danhausen.
Crisps.
Of course.
Leave the memories
Sorry,
alone.
chips.
Yeah. Oh, bought you chip. Oh, God.
Yeah. Offering you chip? He's like, yes. Oh, right. Vampire Damian Priest completely ending a match, not by beating his opponent, but looking up at some purple light above the ring, taking us to commercial break, and no proper conclusion, the actual match.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
I didn't remember until that was
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Until reading this email, basically.
I don't remember it at all, but I'm not surprised.
It was Vince era.
Did you enjoy it?
No, okay, it's really bad.
Ric Flair faking a heart attack in front of his whole family.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes. Try to forget it.
Did not enjoy it.
Yeah. Roman Reigns getting COVID, which led to Brock Lesnar winning the WWE Championship at day one instead of fighting for the Universal title, which may be the only reason we have unified titles at the moment.
Oh,
Big E's first reign coming to an end
Yeah.
that way with a 5-way match.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything from the match itself, but I
I
remember,
remember the
it
match
happening.
being a banger because it was just 10 minutes of all action
Ah,
and a horrible ending, but I was like, yeah.
I remember it, but I didn't
So you
enjoy
needed Brock
it.
to be in Elimination Chamber, and then the match was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss's horrible WWE credit card commercial at Money in the Bank.
No.
I was there, by the way. The crowd booed tremendously, and her husband, sitting front row, did his best not to react. No, which
I
commercial?
assume it must have been something to do with Lily.
Oh, maybe.
I
it
can
would have
picture
been
them two on the swing doing something.
Ooh.
Even after
do
this,
some
I
online
don't
shopping.
remember. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
not
do
right.
remember that.
Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy, the most unnecessarily brutal match of the year. Oh, I remember Darby's
Spot with the chairs lined up on the
Yeah.
floor off the top of the ladder. Oh.
Yeah, Jeff going, I'll do... Nah, you can do this, Darby. Dolph Ziggler winning the NXT Championship. That was this year. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
well, Braun won it on Raw, didn't he, after WrestleMania, because they didn't think... Well, they knew no one would watch the matinee show that was the Stand and Deliver.
And no
was
one
it
should
Braun who
have.
he beat at the end of last year for it? Is Braun a 2-time NXT champion? Maybe.
Just looking at the
Yeah,
pic.
he is.
Ah,
Yeah, he lost to the Dolph, which I'd still
There's
pronounce.
an article here from Fight Fans. Loud crowd ruthlessly boo star during Money in the Bank. And it's just Alexa Bliss looking.
Oh, God, so it
looking at
was...
Lily.
it's exactly what you said.
Just without the swings, yeah.
Wow, Lily, sure was good. I bought all those things.
Just buying little outfits for Lily, it looks like. Yeah.
Okay.
Really good. I can't wait for that to come back.
yeah.
Up the Fiend.
Come to...
You can buy. She's kissed bits of paper, an authentic kiss card. Alexa Bliss
Honestly,
kiss
that's
card.
not the weirdest thing. Do you remember
That
Shotzi
is-
selling? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Ooh, what?
No, do you know hear about that?
Yeah.
What?
Do you remember that?
Oh, she's selling...
Who?
Shotzi. Wasn't she selling? Anyway,
Let's
She was
move
selling-
on.
Do you remember
Selling
it?
her ass off for
Do you
her
remember-
opponent.
Yeah,
Exactly. What a hard worker.
Now I feel bad in case it wasn't.
Yeah, let's move on. Come Tuesday, almost taking a woman's head off with a ladder.
Yeah.
I remember that. Pat McAfee jobbing out to Vince at WrestleMania with the weakest punt of American football ever.
Oh!
Only... oh, no. Christ. When was this?
Oh, it was photos of it. Right. Okay.
2019.
It was photos of it. Okay.
So, don't buy the Sun, but this is the article I found. A former WWE rookie has come up with a real novel way of making extra dosh. This is about Shotzi. By selling photos of her poo. Shotzi Blackcard charges the fetish-tastic fans $5 for a picture of her feces. Fair play. If I could make money selling pictures of my poo, I would. Email me at... No.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah, the worst one of all time.
How have you never heard of it? No. Now
There's a lot of
I'm
stuff I've
worried.
heard
Why
about.
have I heard about it?
Why do you still remember it, Joe? Thanks, guys. Happy 2023 from Small Afro. Oh, I remember you. How you doing,
Oh,
Paul?
Small Afro Gaming.
Thank you for those horrible memories.
Yes.
Hey lads, with Rumble season fast approaching, I have developed a fizzing sensation behind my loins that is tickling my pickle with glee. Who would you like to see as the final 4 sports entertainers, boo, in the 2 Rumble matches? And in turn, who would you like to see go on to the grander stage of them all? Points at the lovely sign. And face Roman Reigns and whichever women's champion is picked. Love from Will in Bloomington, Indiana.
Thank you, Will.
P.S. I got a cat last week. Can you help me choose a name? It's black and white with one eye.
Oh.
He is fun, energetic, and a bit of a diddler.
No.
Not a bad person to kittens, just a bit of a naughty boy around the house.
Right.
Thank you for
Cultaholic
clarifying.
Wrestling Podcast, diddler.
Woof. Big fan, Will.
Not a naughty boy to kittens.
Oh, no, I
Got one eye.
don't feel like pets should be named, but you do take responsibility for your... Feel the connection, just see what name comes up.
I want him to call it Diddler.
Oh,
just when it
God's
runs
sake.
out, he can run down the street. Diddler! Diddler!
Don't call your cat diddler.
So it's black and white, one eye, bit of an arsehole around the house.
Yeah.
PCO.
PCO's
one eye.
got one eye, yeah.
An
Oh, is it?
arsehole. Who's an arsehole? Grayson.
Grayson the cat.
Grayson the cat.
And black and white makes grey.
Oh.
And it's like his son. It's his grey son. Wow.
It all makes so much
All right.
sense.
Whoa,
Unless-
hey.
Yeah.
I don't
Whoa.
know.
I got scary there. So thank you, Will. Hope that answers one of that. But the other thing is, who do you want to be the last people in the match at the Rumble?
Well, I mapped out my men's the other day on the pictures video.
Did you? That's
Was it
handy,
on
that.
for 2023? A bit of a spoiler for 2023 pictures video. On one side of the ring in the men's, I want Sammy and Jay. On the other side, I wanted people from the Judgment Day. Oh, no, that's wrong, isn't
no,
it?
it's not right.
I wanted
Wait.
Cody involved as well, didn't
Yeah.
I? Yeah.
Was it not Cody helping the bloodline?
Cody and Sammy against people from the Judgment
Yeah,
Day.
yeah. So we're choosing what was it, a final 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna go all in. Cody, Sammy, The Rock, and and Cena. There we go. For the women's one, Rhea. No. Oh no, it can't be the 4 horsewomen. Sasha's not there. Rhea, Bailey, Becky, and a returning Charlotte. And I want Rhea to win. Last eliminating Charlotte because Charlotte always beats Rhea.
You know what to put? Yeah, I'll pick that one.
Okay.
I'll go for it,
That would make sense for the tying up all the knots away for the women's.
And then she celebrates with Dom, like Macho Man and Elizabeth, except Dom's.
But with
Yeah. And then Charlotte's on the floor ringside going, good one, kid.
God.
And then I would have yours, but instead of the men's, well, I would replace The Rock with Dolph Ziggler. You go, that's right, now it's my time, Carly. Go on, mate. Go on, you idiot. Yeah, that was all the lovely questions this week. Thank you very much for sending them in. You can, of course, send your own thoughts, queries, and weird things to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Don't send in pictures of your feces.
No, that's not what I meant.
Just think I put that out there.
No,
Because somebody will try.
no.
Please don't.
Done.
Wrist piss. Howdy, lads. Second time writer and second time Reese's Pieces. I really enjoyed hearing you guys talk about who you felt was influential in wrestling. One that caught me off guard was Maffew's suggestions of ECW talent. I watched the AI Raw recently, and that combined with going on Reddit and finding a thread full of alternate nicknames for wrestlers. That got me thinking. Who would win a fight between these alternate versions of popular wrestlers?
Yes.
I'll credit the original post at the bottom if you guys want to have a laugh like I did.
This is one of the ones I banked from many months ago. So
Oh, okay.
probably
Oh,
from the time the
God.
video came out.
Okay. Oof, I'm looking at something. Oh, yeah, fair enough then. Fastest thought first, Jack Ross, me. The bread man, the underbaker, versus the yeast, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, the bread man, because it's the latter stage of the process.
Yeah, the bread man would literally cook the yeast, man.
Yes.
I'm picking the yeast because that always rises.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
This is like Blankety Blank or something. This is like an old UK game show.
Yes, our references belong in the 70s. The man of 1,000 whores Hoes. Dean Molenko.
Oh, hose.
As in
God.
God.
As in,
hose.
O's. You mean
Yeah.
O's. Versus the Rabbit Wolverine, Chris Ben.
Well, I reckon the hoe man.
I'm going to go for Dean.
He'll just bop the rabbits on the head, won't he?
I'm a home man myself. The Penultimate Warrior versus the Not Your Man, Randy Savage.
Not your man.
I'm not your man.
I'm not your man.
Depends where on the card it is. Because if it's the second main event, the one behind the main event, then I'm going for Warrior. Otherwise, not your man, Randy
It's a
Savage.
good pick, actually.
Yeah, that's probably the way you have to go, isn't it? No arguments there.
Yeah, I'm never picking Warrior for anything.
Oh, fair enough.
The world's longest man, Mark Henry, versus the Big Shoe.
Oh, Mark Henry all day. Imagine how terrifying Mark Henry would be if he was the longest man in the world as well.
But if it's the biggest shoe, surely the world's longest man is easily toppled.
When we say long,
Swift
I was going to say, yeah.
boot
But
to the long leg.
are we saying long as in he's tall, or that he just keeps on going?
Massive dick.
Oh,
That's not what I was going.
I wasn't going for that either,
No.
but
It's got to be tall, surely.
but then his center of gravity is so much higher now. Yeah,
that's- The big boot
maybe
could
the
knock him
shoe.
over.
Yeah, the big shoe.
That's
the big
right.
shoe.
Yeah, Big Shoe if he's just tall.
Like The Simpsons, Maffew. Australia,
That's right.
which I had done to me back in 2018 by Adam. Because I lost
It's the best punishment we've ever done.
Lost a pay-per-view
It was
punishment
a really
video.
efficient
Which pay-per-view
video.
was that?
It was the Super Showdown in Australia.
Oh.
So one of us got Sam had these massive
booty.
Jimmy Grimbles. I think they were quite expensive, Doc Martens actually, but still.
A Doc Martin.
Yeah.
The backside.
Yeah.
And whereabouts in the...
Play it if you want, Dan. Just type in
Dan?
Dan? Joel.
Dan.
No.
Oh.
Joel, the Christmas
You're all
call.
replaceable to us.
I just miss him, okay? I miss his sleeping and Cultaholic
He's writing
boot.
his book, yeah.
Maybe.
But whereabouts in the back? Oh, it wasn't.
Just up the arse.
Like up.
Just
It was a funny noise.
You got the soul in the hole?
Oh, it's just going to be like Australian boot up the bum or something. It was from 2018.
I love these thumbnails.
There he is.
Oh, the flag. Great. Watch out. We don't get the MCA'd.
By ourselves?
Yeah.
It's 1 minute and 31 long. There it is. Look at the size of that. Oh, I'm glad I grew a beard.
Oh, you look lovely. Stop it.
Just skip to the boot,
is
Joe.
Ross.
Let's
You
skip
look
to-
thrilled.
Let's skip to the good part. Ah! Yeah,
Oh, no,
parodies
wide-
the I'm
wide
sorry, I
screen.
love you.
Oh, I remember that now. Yes.
It's a
Oh, that's what the office used to look
It's
like.
a great punishment video, man.
I remember this now.
Yeah,
God, how did I forget?
Thank God Kylie was there.
Yeah.
He
That's
kicked
one of
you
the-
down under.
That's one of the best punishments we've ever done.
Nah,
Forget all these big production ones that we have to try and buy things for. Just
Right.
boot each other up the arse.
Well done. Stoned Cold, Steve Austin versus Dan the Jock Ronson.
What's the
What?
last one? The Jock.
Yeah.
I think that the Jock would beat a high man, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually a
Yes.
trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
The Heartbroke Kid, Shawn Michaels versus the Hurt Man, Bret Hart.
Obviously, the Hurt. Oh, they're both. He
They're
has
both
been
emotionally
hurt.
broken.
I thought you meant he's the man who dishes out the hurt, but no.
Yeah.
The Hurt Man. The Hurt Man, Bret the Hurt Man Hart.
I'll go for the broke because I'm thinking of Ian Beale. He had nothing left. Reckless abandon. He would kill a man.
I can feel Brett's pain. What's the pain that Americans feel every day of their lives?
Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Oh, sorry. Lion Heat, Chris Jericho versus the American Dragoon, Bryan Danielson.
What?
What's a dragoon?
What's going
I
on?
don't know what a Dragoon is. either.
Hired goon.
Oh, it's a
Heat.
Goon Heat. Yeah.
I'll go for
Next.
A lion on Heat would shag the other
Lion
one.
Heat, yeah, Lion
Oh.
Heat, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go. Well, Jericho's had a good year, so
guess,
Jericho. MC Punk versus the cerebral artisan Triple H.
MC Punk. Yo, yo.
Yeah. Not even in the fictional Reese's Pieces do I think Punk has ever beaten Triple H. Jake the Baked Roberts versus the human souffle machine Taz.
Again, I still think that Taz would be a high person. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even full of
Oh,
souffles.
baked is in the culinary sense. Oh,
I think it can go both ways.
oh, if it's the kitchen sense, then souffles are really soft. I'll go for the baked one.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, why am I overthinking this? Yeah, Taz. The Mortal Hulk Hogan versus the half package Lex Luger.
The half package Lex Luger.
What's a half package?
He's not a total package.
He's not a total package anymore.
Yeah.
But like,
Half of just the small phallus.
I love a
against
Hogan.
The mortal.
As we know, Terry Bollea doesn't have a 12-inch whatever, but Hulk Hogan does.
yeah, Hulk Hogan may never die, just the person who portrays him. I'm picking Luger.
Okay.
But he's got half a winky.
No, but I just the idea of him beating him at the 100th episode of Nitro. The half package Luger somehow won. He's not even that good. The A-litter Miz versus the tribal beef Roman Reigns.
Tribal beef.
That's tribal
Tribal
beef,
beef,
isn't it?
yeah, tribal beef.
That
all
would
day.
fit.
Against a bit of litter.
Yeah. Tribal beef.
I was litter beating one another.
All right, Maffew.
Well, some of these start off being vaguely similar. Now it's beef versus whatever.
It's not the person who wrote in's fault, but they're going to credit the person who
yeah. Beefy Roman Reigns, sure. The janitor, Kenny Omega, versus the archaeologist, Seth Rollins.
I love the archaeologist Seth Rollins. It would be him.
Yeah, you'd have a little chisel, wouldn't he?
Imagine
Get a chisel.
You know that scene at the start of the third one where he's running through the train when he's a kid?
Yeah.
Imagine Seth Rollins doing that. Phoenix splashing into a box of snakes and stuff. That would be fantastic.
Hey, come back here.
Yeah.
The janitor, Kenny Omega.
Is there more?
Yeah. Mr. Bass, or Bass, I should say, sorry. Billy Gunn versus the old hog, Jesse James.
A hog would beat a fish.
Yeah, hog would be
Yeah.
a fish.
Yeah.
They eat them, famously. The American Nightman, what? Cody Rhodes
It's always sunny.
versus the naturist, Dustin Rhodes.
I'm not going to pick the naturist. The Nightman.
Yeah, the Nightman would beat up a naturist.
Yeah.
A naturist wouldn't fight anybody,
No.
would they?
Yeah, they're unarmed. Artificial boy Ric Flair.
How many?
All right, this is getting silly now. Versus the crab Rangoon Ricky Steamboat.
What's going on? I don't know.
I'm reading these out.
Steamboat.
The ape sex predator, Randy Orton. What? Ape sex predator versus Von Wanker. Right, you started off all right, and he's went off on a mad one. Thank you for all.
Cum wins in that one. Just whoever wins,
Yeah,
Cum does.
Thank you for what y'all do. Cole again from Texas, because Maffew added this last time. God bless Texas. R/squared circle U/Maxi Perry.
So that was the
Maxi
person who
Pierre,
did-
sorry.
That was the person who did the
Maxis
thing,
Pierre,
but not the person who
yeah.
wrote the letter.
Yeah. Thank you, Cole again. You can make me
Oh,
Cole,
thank you, Cole again. Yeah.
Cheers, pal. If you have any other Reese's Pieces, don't
no,
worry about
thank
the
you for writing-
quality.
no,
Don't
thank
worry. We'll put anything through here at this point. Reese's Pieces, send them to mailbag@colic.com.
There was at least 4 highlights in there.
Yeah.
That last match
Is this where it
there.
starts off? You're like, wait, hang on. Where's this going?
The ape sex predator.
Ape sex predator.
Versus Von Wanker.
Crab Rangoon, Ricky Steele. All right. Thanks a lot. See you in the next bit.
It's Cultaholics.
Oh, what a lovely, 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 long, girthy podcast.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed and endured today. There's still time for just a little bit more, but before that, thank you very much to our scrummy mince pies themselves, Chris Routh,
Yes, Ralph.
Reno 2200.
Right.
See, I cut you off because I knew I got it right. And Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
May Santa bring you everything you want, or whatever it is you believe.
Come in your stockings, etc.
Yes, photos of a certain person's. The big question this week is, because of what happened on AEW Dynamite this week, what is the biggest upset in wrestling that you have seen in the WWE or the AEW or the Impact or the NXT
This is
or
obviously in the aftermath of
New Japan
Action Andretti's victory.
or Noah or FMW?
Okay.
Stop now. And there's obviously been a lot of good ones over the years. Mm-hmm. I'm rather partial, being an old get myself, remembering 1, 2, 3 Kid.
That's
Pinning
the
Razor
classic,
Razor
isn't it?
Ramon, and how they went with it. Because he'd wrestled a few times beforehand where he was just the Kid, and in that match he was the Kid, because he'd been the Lightning Kid on the indie scene, and he showed up, he goes, Razor Ramon, yay! In the corner of my left, the Kid. So I was like, all right, whatever. Gets that moonsault out of nowhere, pins him, 1, 2, 3. Razor Ramon immediately gets up, goes, no. And the crowd, early Raw, the earliest Raw almost, going, what? That was amazing, he pinned him. And Ramon just going up every week going, please, like, here's a bag of money with like $1 sign on it. Please, can I challenge you again? I hate this. And everyone's like, no. All right, I've doubled it. Come on, kid. Come on. I got him a victory back. And then, he beat him again. And then took his money and left. And that made his career.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of mutual respect there, ended up teaming up and stuff like that. And, it was just great to see like that crazy upset. And it didn't do anything to diminish Razor Ramon, amazingly. Which I thought was wonderful. It's very rare you get that situation. And if this is what happens with Action, then fantastic.
Yes.
If, TK remembers he's still with the company a week later. What about you, Ross?
I'll go with the Hurricane versus The Rock from the build to WrestleMania 19. Stone Cold got involved, but it's still in the history book. It says the Hurricane has defeated The Rock in 2003.
That's right.
Yes.
After we did that whole promo backstage, we're like, what was he on the mic going? Someone phone the police. I found the Hamburglar. He's guilty of shoving burgers up his arse.
Initially, for some reason, my first thought was when Barry Horowitz beat Skip.
Yeah.
Horowitz wins.
Horowitz wins.
Yeah, does that count? I know it's not against a main event.
Oh, no,
but
it was.
Barry Horowitz, though. Yeah.
Yeah, because Skip kept on challenging him to stuff like, all right, you can't beat me in 10 minutes. Haha. Can't beat me, do this match. Ha ha ha. And then it was even funny because I think this meant it as a one-off thing, but Survivor Series 95, the crowd's chanting, Horowitz, Horowitz, and Vince on commentary's like, oh.
Action
expecting that.
Action Bronson, big fan of Barry Horowitz. I think he's got a song where he says, I pat myself on the back, Barry Horowitz. Yeah. And when no, I'm joking. I was going to say when the cat beat all three young dragons. There's no way I thought that it was going to be. As a kid, I was like, there's three of them. It's actually one of my earliest memories of wrestling. Yeah. And then I thought the cat was like the strongest wrestler in the world.
He's the greatest.
Shelton and Triple H then.
Oh, another good one.
Didn't he beat him several times?
Was it like he beat via count out, then beat him via DQ?
Mm-hmm. Then he rolled it. It was the corner, and then he did the O'Connor roll.
Well, it's a bit hazy, but I remember he beat him several times. That period where Triple H was actually on TV was going to make guys like Tajiri and Shelton look really good. And on pay-per-view was just like,
yeah,
carried away.
Goldberg, no way. Yeah. Shelton, yeah. No, I think I'll go for the Shelton one, but I wish that I'd been more tuned into wrestling at the time, because that was when I'd fallen off. Was that like 2003, 4?
4 would have been, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't have been really watching around the time.
Around 4, yeah.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
I'll bring Jericho Fandango, just to mention Jericho again.
Yeah.
First match ever against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Jericho wasn't thrilled about that whole thing. Very vocal about it in his book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a long thing. But
in ECW, did Mikey Whipwreck get any big matches?
His entire gimmick.
Well, yeah, I know.
The loser that wins every match.
Austin, wasn't it? Was it Austin? Or
Yeah.
did Austin beat him?
But
no,
Austin
he retained.
Austin wasn't the
three-way.
Austin then, though.
Oh, he was at that middle of stunning and
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mikey River took a stunner. Said,
Before
well, I beat
Ringmaster.
him, so I'm allowed to do a stunner.
after stunning before Ringmaster.
Yes.
What did he call himself when he had that theme music, like the Jesus Christ Superstar? Da, da, da.
I think you just called him Steve Austin.
Was it Steve Austin?
Yeah, I don't think he had an ECW name.
Okay.
That really good promo, Steve
Oh,
Austin.
the bad one. We've all done good ones there, but there's like Vince Russo, David Arquette winning the WCW belts.
Oh, yeah, got to
Do
put
they
that in the
count as
thumbnail.
upsets, or would
I was very upset.
yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that's good for the thumbnail. Yeah.
Maven.
Maven
Drop
in the
kicking
Rumble.
Undertaker out of the ring. They've tried to emulate it several times since. Bo Dallas eliminating Wade
Heath
Barrett.
Slater.
Who did he eliminate?
Sheamus. Do you remember when he
That's
got
right.
beaten down the ramp by many people?
Yeah.
And then got him down and just eliminated Sheamus on his birthday, I think it was.
Oh yeah. I used to think that I always used to go like Maven should have won that Rumble. He was never eliminated. But then I think you will go back and watch it. Undertaker does take him back in the ring and like throw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
Because he's a sore loser.
And then he eats some popcorn. Yeah, nom nom nom. I'm sad, but the popcorn's made me feel
Dead
better.
man eating. Yeah. It's nice when it happens. Also, it's good when it doesn't happen all the time. 'cause
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed by the Leon Ruff thing, as was said beforehand, because they made him look like an idiot.
The belt doesn't even fit him.
But
Yeah.
he won it. Like, wow, this is going to place. Falls down his legs. He's like, like, oh, I don't like you. Gimmick. But she was a nice guy. So I'm like, 1, 2, 3 kid never did that.
No.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Of all the things I expected to happen today, you labeling Leon Ruff a gimp is not
Sorry.
what I expected to hear. Oh, Jesus. I think we've exhausted the question.
Yeah.
So it's nice
Let
when it
us
happens.
know what
and it's very
yours are.
surprising. Will this
Comments.
lead to anything with Action? We'll wait and see. But it did make Jericho look good.
I think
sick
he's a
of saying.
genius.
He's a clever man.
He really is as good as he thinks he is.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. I think it was on and again, off again.
Yeah. They can't all be bangers, all the ideas.
Yeah.
Unless you're Sheamus. Yeah, of course. Well, what a long
Sheamus and Cena.
Yeah.
The table.
When Sheamus's whole build was, I'm that guy in ECW who had those crap matches with Goldust. They had that, what do they call it? Straight to the top battle royal with Jesse Ventura commentating. And everyone's like, Kofi Kingston's going to win this, right? Because that hot feud with Randy. And then Sheamus won.
Tin Hat
Weird as out.
Tin Hat on here.
Oh, here we go. I've heard
I've
this
often thought, oh no, do you know what I'm going to say?
Go ahead.
I think that match was meant to be a draw. Because when he falls to the outside, Sheamus, he narrowly misses a table on the outside. He pushes Cena off the top rope, Cena falls to the table. Sheamus goes out and misses a table on the outside.
I did a video this year, maybe, or last year. It's all a blur. About, like, was it a botch? And it was the Men on a Mission win the titles over here in Sheffield, England, where it's been reported by some people that it was, like, they got the titles because Mabel was so fat they couldn't get the titles off from all this, and everyone's denied it since.
Oh, right.
People have said, can you do a video like that for that moment? And I'm like, what do you mean? Because it's supposed to happen, right? If you're like, oh no.
Have you, maybe
I'm like, really? It's like, I thought, can I get something going with this? Because I've never heard anybody say otherwise. It looked crap because Sheamus was greener than goat poo.
No, he missed the table, but on purpose.
So,
he went into business for himself. I'm going to miss this table.
I'm going to win the title, yay! But you thought that you would have heard something about that over the years, right? I mean, obviously Sheamus has been with the company ever since, but like,
true.
he's talked about the Oshitatsu fight that wasn't.
Cena had too many protein muffins backstage to be talking about that.
Well.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
It's been lovely doing this with you. We've got one more next week, right? Or
All right, well, it's Jack's last one.
Yeah.
oh, bless you. Well, Jack, then.
Fraser will be in.
Yay. I mean, you won't be as good as Jack, obviously.
Yeah.
He'll be like, Maffew, why are you putting in these gritters? Here's something funny about Scotland, and he'll beat me up because he's trying to be a
Oh,
wrestler.
God, you're going to have a Scotland off next week, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's mental.
Yeah. We'll first foot one another, and by which you mean he's going to give me a test big boot to the face. So, Jack, thank you very much for being a lovely part of my 2023.
Thank you for being a lovely part of my 2023. Thank you, Ross, for being a lovely part of our
You'll be here next week.
Joel,
obviously. Jack, yeah.
thank you for being a lovely part.
Cheers for being Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan, too. El Gio del Dan.
You were twitching that.
Obviously, yes.
Aye. So there's loads of content that we've done that's coming out over Christmas and stuff. A lot of it is like the same. I've overlapped with Ross, so it'll be the same stuff that he's talking about. But I also did a weirdest episode, which Luke has finished editing. Ooh. It's going out sometime over the festive period. Ooh.
Any clues onto which company or period it is?
WCW.
Oh. That's my excited noise. I'm sorry. Go on, Ross. What have you got?
It's all Christmas content. Yesterday is where yesterday as this podcast goes live, there's a video about me building that roster for Keanu Reeves. I was meant to go live the last 2 days, but there's been big bloody breaking news both days. The videos got pushed back. And it's just Christmas content. I did a Rise and Fall video from Justin Henry, his wonderful pen, about the Von Erichs. Which is a thrilling story. So that'll be out after Christmas, but it's been recorded. There's another one I did record, The Ultimate Warrior. That'll be out soonish. And I did a video.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. Well, I did the Rise and Fall.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he was still with us.
Anything happy?
Yeah, no. I am Christmas incarnate. I am just misery. So thank you, Maffew. Anything from you?
I can't wait to be watching those videos that Ross has put out. Obviously, Tom's put out a lovely video about the history of the WWE ladder match. Look at me. The history of the ladder match in wrestling. So I was very entertained by that. Me and him will also be putting together the Cultaholic Wrestling Classic SmackDown review. Save yourself there. And also the Silly Bollocks Crisis on Infinite Arseholes will be coming out soon as well. Which is only worth listening to.
Say that, the Crisis?
I try to say it quickly. Crisis on Infinite Arseholes.
That sounds like either a Samism or a Tomism, and I can't work out which one.
I said it as a joke, and Tom went, yeah, we'll call it that. I'm like, all right. So I guess I have to plug an arsehole. Yeah. So it's the crossover.
Is it like it's calling something Electric Boogaloo? Is it like is it like a thing already? Crisis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a crossover between the classic Raw, classic Nitro, and classic SmackDown reviews. Getting together to do How the Kane Stole Christmas. It's as Tom as it gets.
We heard it from upstairs.
I bet you could, mate.
We heard the... Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have all that. Plus, the podcast will be every week until it ain't. So you can always send in your thoughts, queries, and deepest feelings to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Movie recommendations?
Yeah, movie.
Oh, please send them to Jack, please. Oh,
next week's is the last, live one, if that makes sense, of the year. The rest of them will be like in the bag, in the can beforehand.
The
to do.
Culties, of course.
The next week's podcast is your
When's
last
that?
one to email for.
Thank you.
Culties is in 2 weeks, I think.
30th of December.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Ross. Finger on the trigger.
I think so. I might have got that wrong. I don't know.
Soon. Just subscribe, you
I
idiot.
think it might even be Christmas. I don't know.
That'd be a nice thing to wake up to.
Who knows, man?
Oh. And obviously, that'll be the last time we'll be getting questions for this year. Because of the strike, obviously, we'll be able to read the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Why did I think that? Oh, thank you, Ross.
I'm with the posties.
Of the workers.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Just want
And
to
the
say
nurses
that.
and that, yeah.
We don't want to be waxing lyrical too much about it, but it's just because there's so many rich wankers saying everything. But let's get a little dig in there at the end. So, in fact, that might be a good thing to point at to show solidarity, I guess, to there. This has been Jack. This has been Ross. Thank you, Leon, behind the camera. He's too busy
Sure.
working
Literally.
Leon.
Leon. It's got a different name every time.
because he's a king. Thank you very
Joel.
much. Behind the sign on 3.
Cheers, LeBron.
1, 2, 3.
That's the Tories.
Solidarity.
Fair play.